Well, good evening, everyone. Happy Monday to you all. And I'm checking my things, and yes, I am not on mute. Hallelujah. I'm double and triple checking that, I can tell you that. What's up, guys? I hope you all had a wonderful Easter weekend. I myself had a wonderful Easter weekend. It was great. And here we are already Monday night in a new week, and we're kicking it and we're rolling. And we're rolling with another live stream. Looking forward to this one. Got to have a special first time new guest on the channel, and I'm sure he will not be last on the channel. But before we do that, and before I introduce you to my guest, I want to quickly say thank you to everyone, to all of my Cravenites that are here tonight, and my patrons. Thank you guys. Want to give you guys a quick shout out as always. You know how much I appreciate your support. And let me take my little banner off here. There we go. Appreciate you guys' support so much, and you guys are awesome. So thank you so much for all of your support. It really means a lot, and it really helps the channel out immensely. And also, a lot of you guys have been flashing your merch to me that you've been buying. I was on Bob Hunt's stream earlier today and saw him rocking the face mask, looking good. So, if you guys are up for some Craven Something Scary merch, it's in the description of the video. You can click a link and go right to it and check it out. And of course, finally, if you're not a member, what are you doing? As Fate Decided would say, click that join button right next to the subscribe button, and you can become a channel member, officially become a Cravenite, and your name will turn green in the live chat, and you'll get amazing perks. And depending what level you pick, you could have an opportunity to come on a live stream on the channel with me, like Bobby on Friday was a members perk live stream. So check it out, see what you think about it, and I appreciate you guys. All right, before I get to you in the chat, let's get to my guest now. My guest is someone who I found through, thankfully, I found him through one of the collective members, through Killjoy Jake. And I really enjoyed their video that they did on his channel, Zoe's channel. And I started checking into his videos. I said, "Oh, I liked it. I like his personality. He's got some great charisma, and he's got great knowledge. It's all you want. It's the perfect thing." So I'm like, I've got to get him on the channel. So we reached out to each other last month, and we worked through dates and all this, and we got this one planned a few weeks ago. So it's been on the calendar for a while, and I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. And I always tell you, I will never bring a guest on here that does not, I feel who I do not, well, let me start again. I never bring a guest on here who I feel does not bring value, does not bring something that is worth your time to watch. That's my pledge to you. It always has been. It always will be. And that's why I have a really, really strict thing about who I bring on the live channel, because I want to make sure that I feel this person and this content creator is given quality content. And this is one that I officially endorse. So without further ado, please, please, in the chat, give a warm welcome and round of applause for Zoe Crawford. What's up, Zoe?
What's up? What's up, everybody? How you doing, Steven? I see
Man,
all the usual suspects in here. Carrie, Blucka, Jin, everyone.
yes. I'm telling you, the faithful Cravenites, man. I'm telling you, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Um,
It's weird
and
being on the other side now.
is it right?
Yeah.
That's true, because I see you all the time in the live chat, which is great when you come in and chat, and it is different, isn't it? It's like a total flip, you know?
Yeah, I'm just a big fan of all you guys. Jake, Fate, Nye, you guys all do great work. And I'm
Oh,
inspired by you guys. You guys do really great things and just really good community you guys have. It's really strong.
oh man, thank you. I appreciate that. Really, that means a lot, because there are days that it's a challenge sometimes. Let's just say it like that. And it's nice to know that no matter what kind of noise that you hear from anywhere, online, social media,
Yeah,
whatever, you there's still a community that supports each other and is there for one another, and we don't tear each other down, we build each other up,
absolutely.
and we try to help each other grow and get to the next level of our lives, not just content, but I mean in life in general. And you
Yeah.
know, so I'm really happy that what's up, Jack? Good to see you. I'm really happy that this community. I'm beyond happy. I'm thrilled even that this amazing community has, in one way or another, found my little channel on my little corner of YouTube, my little
Yeah.
speck of sand, and have stuck around. And you guys are amazing. And so I'm happy to welcome you into the community. You've been in the community for a bit now, anyway. And
Yeah,
so
me and Jake started around the same time. has a lot more videos than me. I kind of was dry for a little bit, but I've
Yeah,
definitely picked up a lot more steam as the years have gone on.
that's great, man. And
Mm,
I always look forward to your content, especially your
I'm sorry.
Scream related stuff, buddy.
Yeah, thank
I
you. I
love your
appreciate
Scream
it.
stuff.
Thank you, man. I try to add variety. I try to sprinkle different things in there. I'm still trying to find my footing and exactly what topics I want to do. But yeah, I love Scream, man. I'm a huge Scream fan. That's one of the first videos that really took off on my channel was a Scream 5 update video like 2 years ago. So it was really fun just seeing that
Wow.
grow.
Yeah, it's amazing how it just one video you post, and sometimes, man, I've had some videos where I didn't expect anything other than just the normal, whatever. And
Mm.
then all of a sudden it way out, it just goes through the roof. I'm like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
It's
It's
crazy.
strange because there's an oversaturation of horror, YouTubers, but everyone just like heads to your channel. Like it's insane. Like you can have such
Hmm.
a saturated market, but yet all these fans and all these dedicated followers will just watch your stuff if it's if they find it entertaining or for whatever
Hmm.
reason. It's insane. It's overwhelming, to be honest with you. That's the best way to describe it.
It is, man. And like you say, all we can ever hope for as creators is just the opportunity to be seen.
Yeah.
And we let our work, our videos, our live streams, whatever, we let our what we do stand on its own merits, right? We just want to get the chance to be seen, and
Yes.
it's so encouraging when people do see you, like new folks find you, and they stick around, and they become faithful part of your community. And again, it's I always say it like this. So sometimes I have to want to just pinch myself every morning because I think it's still gonna be a dream. Like I'm not gonna wake up and see where I'm at. Like I've got I'm like 20 away right now from 4,000 subscribers.
That's
So
amazing.
I should hit it by Wednesday. I should hit it
Yeah.
like to tomorrow probably. And it's like, and I'm not trying to like say that's all that. I'm just saying if you would have told me that in September when I started this thing, I would have said you're in fantasy land because if I could get 1,000 subs in a year, that was my goal.
That's a lot of
And
people. If you gather around 4,000 people, that's like a small town. That's
it
a lot of
is.
people.
It's
That you're entertaining or whatever, and they come to you
yeah.
for a specific reason, and that's really special. It
It
really
really
is.
is. I lived in a town once of 3,000 people. I'm like, wait a minute, this is large. You're right. This is larger than that town I lived in for three
Yeah,
years. So it's like,
it's
it's
hard to
crazy.
it's hard to wrap your head around it, but YouTube is just a really weird place, but also a special, really intimate place as well.
That's right.
Mm,
Gary says it's the town of Craven Haven. Craven Haven.
I like that.
That's got potential.
Yeah,
I like that.
I love it.
Just say hi real quick.
Yeah.
Father Death, I saw you popped in. How you doing, man? Father Death is another good up and coming creator. He's starting out his channel, and I'm actually going to do I think a live stream with him next month.
Yeah, I actually seen one of your videos, Father Death. Good stuff. I forgot to comment on one of your videos, but it was
Yeah.
really good stuff. I was looking. I always look for new creators on Scream just to hear different
Yep.
opinions.
Exactly. Of course, one first thing I noticed when I went on his channel is he has got his ticket. He's got his ticket, baby, for the stew train. And you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. When the ticket's been sold, we got to get it up. Let's
Yeah, get
go.
it up.
Get it up.
Get
Everybody
it
in the
up.
chat, let's go. Get that hashtags. Throwing them out. Throw them out. Give me your best stew hashtag. Come on. Let's see what you got. Give me some creative stuff, Cravenites. Let's go. Hashtag stew is amazing. I'm
I
telling you,
love it.
bro. And I'll do my little. This is my manual show. I can't. I'm literally just clicking buttons.
It's perfect.
All it needs is a little Shamrock theme. Don't get. Don't get. Don't get.
Yeah,
Don't get.
Stu's energy in the final act of that movie is
Ooh,
just unmatched by
it
pretty much
is.
any other Ghostface. It's just
100%.
Matthew Lillard. Matthew Lillard is a beautiful person. Just I love everything about that man. He's
Yes,
really a great. He seems like a great guy.
he really does. And I've heard nothing but good stuff about him too, like at
Yeah.
conferences and stuff. And what's up, Gory B? Chatted with you earlier today. Good to see you here.
Hey, what's up,
Um,
Gory?
yeah, it's just he seems like the real thing. He just seems like really a legit guy. A
Yeah.
nice guy. And And all right, guys, here we go. I asked for it, so let's do it. Stupendous. Get it up.
You need to get Matthew Lillard here on this channel. I've seen you.
Man,
You've had so many great people that
thank
have
you.
been involved with Scream. I've seen you had Maureen Prescott. I forget the
Yep.
actress's name, but
Lynn McCree. Yep.
she
Lynn
was
McCree.
great. That was probably one of my favorite live streams you've ever done.
Oh,
It was,
thank you, man.
it was fantastic. It really was.
Thank you, buddy. That was I felt that was like I was like having royalty on
Yeah.
Scream royalty. Your own Prescott. I mean,
You have the person who literally started the franchise technically. Like you have a really
yeah.
important character on your live stream. That's insane. That was really awesome to see.
Thank you. And you know what's awesome also is that she had such a good time
Mm.
at the on the interview that she said she said I'd love to come back. So she's coming back on the 30th of this month, a week from Saturday.
Oh, nice.
I'm bringing her in for a 3-hour Scream 3 watch party.
That's awesome.
So we're going to watch the whole movie with Maureen
Yeah.
Prescott on the live stream, and then we're going to have a Q&A afterwards. It's going to be insane, man.
That's so cool. I can't wait to watch when she has her ghost scene.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, I
Dude.
want to pick her. I want to see. I would love to pick her brain about that scene, like just what went on, the makeup and all of it. It's perfect.
Oh man, she was giving a little bit of insight on that, and she was like, she said it took 3 hours in a chair.
Yeah, it looks good. It's good.
It really
makeup.
does.
Yeah.
It's awesome, and oh yeah, I'm very excited, man. So Zoe, if you're not anything going on, you gotta check it out. We're gonna be watching
I'll
Scream
be there.
3. Oh,
Oh,
oh wait, what'd you say?
I'll be there. Oh yeah.
Oh, he said it.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
he
cue
said,
it.
all right, everybody, get your singing voices on. Fire it up. Yes, ladders up. Light it up. No one stole my way. I'll be there. Thank you, Zoe. That was all for you, man. Couldn't let that one slide, man.
Oh yeah. I knew right when I said it, I was like, all right, yep, I know where this is going.
So great. You gotta love the alley oop to lay it up.
Yeah, that was an easy one.
That's awesome. All right, now Stu, Stu. No, Zoe. I was looking at this Stu thing, and I was like, my
You're
brain
good.
said Stu.
You're
Okay, let's take a look here. Hold on a second before we get into it. I see it in here. What's up, 77? It's been a while. It has, man. Thanks for coming in. Did you hear the rumor about the hidden or cut audio when Stu's nephew gets killed? Supposedly Ghostface says no one drives my car but me.
Never
I
heard
have
of that.
not. No, I've not. That's something to look into. I'll have to look into that.
Oh, he's talking about where Vince gets killed. I'm assuming.
Yeah. When Vince gets killed.
Yeah, that scene. Me and Jake were talking about that scene last week. I felt like that scene needed a little bit more extra oomph to it.
Yeah.
It's a simple poke in the neck, and then it kind
Boom.
of just ends.
was-
I was saying like Ghostface should get in the car and like run him over, and like and then
Yeah.
like his head kind of explode, like how you push up a toothpaste bottle, like
Yes.
yeah,
Oh, bro.
like just something
I do.
extra. I was kind of disappointed. That's my only main gripe with Scream 5. That scene just bugs me for some reason. I just wanted more.
Yeah, it seems like there was a little bit of a missed opportunity, right? Because it was just, like you said, just a real quick bam, just to jam right in the artery there in the neck. And I mean, I liked Red Right Hand. I enjoyed
yeah.
the music. I was grooving to it,
But
but
just imagine Ghostface, doing that while Red Right Hand's playing. Like, oh man, that would have been too perfect.
especially like he gets in the car and the Red Right Hand's playing and he's driving
Yeah,
over.
just
Oh my
revving
gosh,
it. Yeah,
bro.
that'd
Dude,
be
we need to
perfect.
how can we get into the writers' room? All I want is one day with Guy and James and Kevin Williamson. Listen, look, here we got some ideas we want to share with you.
Yeah,
You
just some wild kills. Just throwing at least one of these in there.
Yes, exactly. All right, man. So let's get into it now because I
Yeah.
talked about bold predictions tonight. And I know that there's a lot of different theories on both of these movies, Scream 6 and Halloween Ends.
Yep.
So I thought we could Which one? I'm going to let you. You're my guest. I'm going to let you pick. Which film do you want to start with, and which one do you want to close with?
I'm feeling Scream right now. We can end it with Halloween Ends. Sounds fitting.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm down, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, since this is our first time to be just engaging with each other,
hmm
tell me your overall feelings on Scream Five, and how you feel we're going to. What's the stage for Scream Six in your mind, like overall?
First of all, I really enjoyed Scream 5. I thought it was a lot of fun. It was them making a requel while making fun of requels, which I think is genius. It's funny,
Mm-hmm.
just the whole meta aspect behind Scream 5. It is very much kind of a somewhat of a clone of the original Scream, which is obviously
Okay.
their intentions. They're making fun of things like Star Wars and
Mm-hmm.
Halloween, making fun of requels, obviously. And I really enjoyed Scream 5. I enjoyed all the characters. Jenna Ortega is amazing. I really like
Yeah.
Melissa Barrera. I don't really get the hate for her. I know some people don't feel a little
Mm-hmm.
bit different about her character,
Yep.
but I thought Scream 5 was very fun. I reviewed it a little bit early. I got a press screening for it, so I reviewed it
Nice.
4 or 5 days early, and it was amazing. I'm a Scream fanboy. I love Scream. I love Halloween. Those are my two favorite. I also love Friday the 13th, but Scream meant so much to me as a kid growing up and watching that movie. It made me really fall in love with the horror genre and slashers in general. And Scream 5 was just really entertaining. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I loved the blending with the new cast and the old cast. It
Mm-hmm.
was a great time. It's my favorite sequel in the whole Scream franchise,
Wow.
personally.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, I know I've known there are a few folks that have listed that as their favorite sequel,
yeah,
and I mean, I'm down. Look, listen, that's the beautiful thing about these movies because all of them are different, but they all share the same DNA.
yep,
So, and depending on what your preferences are personally, each person, some of these movies appeal to each other in different ways, right?
yes,
So like Scream 3, that seems to be universally and I never say best or worst because that's definitive. It's least favorite to most favorite is how I like to phrase it.
yeah. That's
Because
that's
to me,
perfect.
yeah, because
hmm
to me, it's honestly they're all good. I think honestly, I love all of them.
Me too.
The Scream films I could watch. Zoe, if you said, "Dude, I got Scream 2, you want to watch it? Let's go. I got Scream 3, you want to watch it? Fire it up."
Yeah.
So, but I know people. I know like someone really close to me that Scream 3 is their absolute most favorite. They like it more than Scream 1.
I
That's how
act
much they love it.
it. Can I rank them real quick? If that,
Go for it, man. Sure.
I obviously the original,
Yeah.
Scream 5, Scream 3,
Oh, look at you.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
Scream 2, and Scream 4. And the only reason
Wow.
the only reason I put Scream 4 as last is because it's the one I rewatched the least out of all of them. That's
4. Okay.
that's the best way for me to kind of rank these movies. It's just rewatchability is a huge part of my rating system. If I can rewatch this movie
Sure.
endlessly, I'm gonna rank it higher. But for some reason, Scream 4 is the one I kind of just don't rewatch as much. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the way it looks. It has that soap
Hmm.
opera, kind of look. I know that was intentional,
It was
but
intentional. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
yeah, and I don't know why. I like that movie. I think it's entertaining.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah, that's a good question. It definitely was not an accident that it has the glow. It's like anytime they're in daylight scenes, daytime scenes,
hmm
where there's suns there or the sky, it's almost like a little thin layer of Vaseline
Yeah,
on the lens, where it just kind of
yeah.
just a little
It's almost
glow.
like my live stream right now. Like I have, like I'm glistening. I'm in the Scream 4 template right now. The cinematography.
That's all. Yeah, I mean, that's awesome, man.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, it has that interesting look. But I actually, so my ranking, boy, this is so hard for me, man. I hate
Mhm.
ranking these movies because
It's
I
like
know,
a kids, man. It's like picking your
it's like
favorite
kids.
kid.
And I was
Yeah.
about to say that. I was gonna say it's kind of cliche to say that, but it's true.
Yeah.
It's like having kid, like trying to pick one. But I will say that Scream One will always be the top shelf that can never be reached by anything. It comes after it. So for me, and I think right now, Scream 4 is my second favorite.
Ooh,
I'm
okay.
moving it way up. I am, and so and mine change as well. Nate says my ratings change. I can often say, ask me tomorrow, and I'll probably move something around. And because it does depend on what you're feeling like in that moment, in that
Yeah,
mood,
there's certain moods I want to. Sometimes I want to watch Scream 3 because it's kind of the more Scooby Doo-ish of the Scream movies. It's kind of PG. It's
Hmm.
tamed down a little bit because of the Columbine shooting and script
Right.
rewrites and stuff.
Yep.
Sometimes I just want to put that on and do some dishes or clean the house or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm.
We got a question for you here from Necessary Distraction. Says, "Oh, that's not for you. Sorry, my bad. I misread it. No, it's okay. But that's a good question though.
Mm.
Um, so I think for me, is Scream One, Scream Four.
Yeah.
This is where it gets really hard. Is because right now, Scream Five is my last ranking film.
Okay.
I do rank the Wes Craven films ahead of it, and not because I didn't like five. I do like five. In fact, there's a lot of things I do like about it, but it's not. I don't know. I guess it's because, man, you got to understand too. I in the '90s, man, I was there in the theater for Scream One. I I watched every film opening weekend in the theater,
Mm-hmm.
and the last 25 years of my adult life, I have been living with these movies, watching them constantly over and over. So for a newbie to come in the group, you're gonna have to. It's kind of like you got to earn your spot, kind of a feeling, if that makes sense. So
And also, the movie's only been out for 4 months, so it could
yeah,
jump. It can jump up to two. It could three. You gotta
right,
just let the dust settle for a little bit. And
you
that's the
do,
thing I
man.
kind of struggle with because sometimes I'll review films early, and it's like, do I really love this film, or am I just excited? And I gotta separate those two sometimes.
Yes.
That can be difficult. Depending on
Hmm.
the film and just a whole bunch of different factors. But that's something I do struggle with. It's just kind of just
Yeah.
not getting too excited and fanboying out on certain
Hmm.
aspects. It's
Yeah, man.
challenging.
It is challenging, and plus with the new one, it works both ways because recency bias.
Hmm.
It's all fresh. It's a fresh new toy.
Exactly.
It's a brand new toy. One I've been seeing over and over. So you have part of it where it's drawing you into maybe liking it too much, like overhyping it. Like you said, is it really liking it, or is it the excitement of all the newness? Or like me, it's maybe because it's so new, I'm not ready to let it move up my rankings. It's like it's not been
Hmm.
here long enough. So, and I've only watched it 8 times, and so I need to watch it like I need to watch it 20, 30 times. Then I think after I get to about the 30th viewing, dude, I'll have a better feel
Hmm.
of where I really think that movie fits in my ranking, personally.
And also with Scream movies, it invites many rewatches because you can just find different nuggets and hints of who the killer is and find different
Yeah.
Easter eggs in the movie. That's what I really liked about five. Every time I watched it, I would find something new that would make me think, oh, spoiler alert, Richie's the killer, or Amber's the killer. You pick up on certain things every time you
Yeah.
rewatch it. That's what I love about
Totally do.
Scream.
Yeah,
Mm,
and that's with all you're right. That's with all of them that way. I love that, man. There can be just little things that you just never really noticed before.
exactly.
Um, Noah
What were you?
says,
Go ahead. Sorry.
"Oh no, I was just gonna say."
Mm,
He said people are raving about Scream Five because it's new. Yeah, kind of what we were talking about. Where it's new. Give it a year and it will drop. I mean, I don't know. It might, but you know what? It could, but it could
mm,
also go up in people's lists. I mean, it's possible.
yeah.
I'm open to it, but right now I'm leaving it in fifth place. I have to. I am. So it's like 1 and 4, and then I have 3 and 2 that battle it out daily because a
I
part
like
of
two a
me,
lot.
two's
I
good.
like two. Two's fun. It's
Mm-hmm.
the bigger, badder sequel trying to outdo the
Mm-hmm.
original.
Yep.
It's fun. The opening scene of two with Jada Pinkett Smith is really entertaining. It's awesome. You got Timothy Oliphant. I mean,
Yeah,
the
man.
whole college setting, which could be in Scream 6. We don't know yet. It's possible.
It is.
Yeah.
It's very possible. And you have the, bigger budget. You've got the car
Hmm.
driving the police officer with the pole through his head in the police car, and just stuff
Awesome
like
kill.
very cool kill,
Mm.
man. And yeah, it has a more grander scale. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's really good. I gotta ask you something. When you watched two
Yeah.
the first time, when you watched it,
Mhm.
did you suspect Debbie Salt was involved?
Not at all.
Yeah,
Because she's in what, one scene with Gail, one or two scenes,
a couple of
and
scenes. Yeah.
she just looks like a background character, which I could see how it could piss some people off, but
Hmm.
I, and also Mickey isn't in the movie a lot. It's weird because you have two Ghostface killers who are rarely throughout the movie. Mickey kind of just goes away halfway through.
He just disappears,
Hmm.
and he's on a killing spree, and you kind of forget about him, and then he pops up at the end. But it's like,
Yeah,
oh, I guess he was busy killing because I really don't think that Mrs. Loomis killed many people.
no,
I don't think so. So
I think she killed Randy.
Randish, yep. I got a
That's the
little
one.
knife happy. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So she basically confessed to that.
Making fun of her
Um,
baby boy.
right, ringing from yeah,
Hmm.
he's exactly. I got yeah, and I got a little knife happy. I will give Laura Metcalf. She was a great crazy person. She
Yes,
was awesome when she went psycho. Man, I give her that.
she's very
Um,
intense. So is Timothy Oliphant. He's great.
oh
He's
yeah.
recently in the I don't know if you watch Star Wars. He's in the Mandalorian or yeah, the Mandalorian season 2. He's really good in that too.
I'm gonna be watching that. I have not seen. I mean, man, it's coming up, right? Or is it out? I
Uh,
can't remember. It's out, isn't it?
the first 2 seasons are out. Season 3
Okay,
comes
I've seen
out.
them.
Yeah.
I've seen them.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I did not recognize that was him at
Hmm.
first because he's so much older.
He's aged gracefully though.
He has.
He's aged very well.
He really. And you're right. And once I knew it was him, my brain was like, "Oh, that's Mickey." I could I saw it.
Hmm.
Um, Carrie's got a $2 super chat. Thank you, Carrie. I appreciate that. Golden question. Oh no, I knew this is coming from somebody. Is Zoe on the stew train? What say you, Zoe?
Yes, but I don't know if it's going to happen. I wanted
That's all
to
right.
just to. I would love to see Stu back. I don't know if it makes sense. I don't know if they probably do a lot of retconning. Yeah, get it up.
Get it up. I mean, I think there's a way, and I a
Hmm.
tendency on this channel. My streams usually tend to go towards Stu at some point where we're talking about Stu, and I love
Hmm.
that, and I think it's always going to be that way. Thank you, Carrie, by the way, for your super chat. Appreciate that so much. So there are ways, though. I'm telling
Hmm.
you, there are ways. Everybody's very excited that you're on the Stu train. I think. Yeah, yay! Look at that, Jacqueline.
Yeah,
That's
me.
right.
I think Jake was telling me we were talking about it on his stream, and he was saying how much of a diehard Stu fan you are, and just how you want him in Scream 6. I want him too. I just don't know if it's possible, but I would love for you to enlighten me on maybe some
Oh,
ways. I know you made some
yeah.
videos on it, so
Hmm.
do you have a specific theory that you think?
Well, okay, so yeah, I do actually. There's a
Hmm.
couple of ways you could do it. Now, my original theory, I did a video on it called "The Case for Stu" back before Scream 5 came out. It was in December,
Hmm.
and my theory then was that he was in a mental institution somewhere, and that he had worked up his good behavior because he'd been behaving well. In the meantime, he'd been emailing with Amber and Richie and Code,
Hmm.
and he's got this dreaded thread. Of course, I didn't know at that time who the killers were,
Yeah.
but it could be emailing to the killers. So anyway, that was my theory, and he would get broken out, and he was kind of come in. I still think that you could make a case for. You could at least say it's possible, but so the theory now, my number one theory right now,
Hmm.
is that we know Stu's parents were wealthy. We knew by the house they were in, the location. They
Oh
had a
yeah.
boat in the front yard, in the garage door, in the driveway, right? So we know clearly they had very good fun. They were a very well funded family. So what if his parents? Because again, if you're writing this, you could write this.
Hmm.
What if his parents are in local government or in some type of political clout, and they say, "Look," and this is Woodsboro's not a big town, so
Hmm.
all he would have to do is pay off the paramedics and the coroner, the medical office, because what my theory is, the paramedics come in, they take Stu's body,
Hmm.
put it in a body bag, load it into the ambulance, and then when they're in the ambulance, of course, they open the body bag so he can breathe, and they start working on him. He's not dead, but
Okay.
he leaves there.
Yeah.
Everyone sees him in a body bag like he's dead. So they go to the coroner's office or medical examiner's office. No media can get in there, so they can't see what's going on. The medical officers, examiner, they're all paid off. He writes a death certificate, a fake death certificate, cause of death,
Hmm.
stabbing, electrocution, whatever you want to call it. Meanwhile, he gets rushed out of there at it's at night. He gets rushed out of there or whatever time of day, it doesn't really matter. Secretly behind and his parents take him off, and they basically do a cremation
Yeah.
of the body. So the body's ashes, so they can't dig it up for DNA. It's ashes. So if they did that, that's all you have to do to answer every single question or objection. Like, why didn't they talk about him in the sequels? Why, all of these things. Dewey would have known, Sidney would have known, all of those things. They would say, well, they would have known if he was alive, not if the medical examiner was paid off to write a fake death certificate rather.
It's possible.
Yeah.
It would take a lot of explaining, but I think it's possible, and
Hmm.
I would love to see Matthew Lillard as Stu again. I think that would be cool.
Oh man.
I love the Scream 3 storyline that never came to be about the kind
Oh
of cult of Ghostface and having
yes.
Stu behind all these Ghostface, running it from prison. That would have been awesome.
Yes.
I think that would have made Scream 3 pretty cool. I like Roman. I don't love Roman. I think he kind of ruins Billy and Stu's arc in the first movie by having
Okay.
him being the one kind of planting the seeds into Billy. I think it kind of diminishes their motives personally. That's just me personally.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think that also Billy still has that personal angst because of his dad, his mom leaving his dad. So
Hmm.
even though Stu was like the chessboard operator, if
The
you will,
pawn. Hmm.
the pawn, yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
there was still a real source of anger and rage in Billy towards Maureen and Sydney. So
Hmm.
that I hear what you're saying, but that's one thing that I've always remembered or thought about it. Is because um, that motive is real. Like, you know what I mean? That motive is real. Now, here's the interesting thing too, and I know I'm rabbit trailing a bit. Well, let me stop before I go there. Before I go there, I'm about to jump gears. So, all right. If this happened with Stu,
Hmm.
right? This is how it could be explained. And there's other ways to do it, but I won't turn this into a 2-hour stream for Stu because believe me, we could do that easily.
Yeah, you're
But
good. Yeah.
let's say it's at least plausible. There are real life cases. I have looked them up. There are real life examples of people faking their deaths. This is not like some outlandish thing. This happens in the real world. It really does.
It's been happening a long. Are you familiar with the story with Machiavelli? He,
Machiavelli. Refresh me.
he's
I'm not sure.
he's essentially a European kind of general, and he faked his death in order to escape his adversaries and his enemies. It's a very famous. He faked his death
Okay.
in this very elaborate way. It's kind of like what you're explaining. Essentially, he's one of the
Yeah.
very first people to do it. A very high class,
Wow.
general to do it.
See, yeah, you can do it. We all
Mm,
know with money and power, man. Let me tell you what, you can do a lot of things in
no
this
doubt.
world. And so, let's say that this happened. All right.
Mm.
So that's kind of explains what it's about. So that would that be something that you would be consider accepting? Like, would you be open to that at least?
It,
Ha-
it's the only thing is I think it's very hit or miss because you could really nail it and explain it really good, or you could fumble the bag and
Yeah.
have a lot of exposition and make it drawn out and make it ask too many questions, this and that. It just depends how you do it. I'm open to it.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. That would be a very cool way to bring them back, but we'll see. I mean, Scream 6 is coming in what, less than a year now at this point?
Less than a year. This time next year, I'll be bringing you back on the channel a year from now, and we're going to
Yeah.
be talking about Scream 6 and all that we saw and what to expect for Scream 7 because they'll probably announce it the day after.
Oh, you know
At
it.
the rate they're doing it, it'll come out like the same day it's released or something.
Yeah, they're pumping these
Um,
movies out. Love it.
dude, speaking of Scream 6,
Hmm.
James Kalia. Well, thank you, James, for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much, man. He asked the question: could Mindy Meeks Miller? I think you probably met Martin. I think you probably met Martin.
Mm.
Could Mindy Meeks Martin be the new final girl in Scream 6? Personally, I liked her character better than Sam and Tara. Interesting. What do you think, Zoe? Do you think they could shock us in 6 and do something like that?
As much as I do like her character, I don't think so. I think they set up. Sam and Tara. It's their story. They're too much involved with the storyline for them to switch it up like that. I don't think they would pull the carpet from under us and just have Mindy be the main final girl. But I think she serves her role perfect. She's kind of
Hmm.
the quippy side character, very much like her uncle Randy. I think she fits that role perfect.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I think I agree with you, Zoe. I think James, the problem is, or not necessarily that it's a problem, but the problem with this happening, I guess I should say,
Mm,
is the fact that Radio Silence has clearly invested in Sam and Tara. They're going to be the leads, and I honestly suspect, just being what not what we predict, Zoe, is not always what we want.
absolutely.
There's a difference. So I can tell you what I want for Scream 6, which I'll get to. We'll get to that in a little bit because that's
Mm,
our bold predictions. But there's also, well, that's what I want, but here's what I think is going to happen. And they don't always line up. So I predict that Sam and Tara are going to make it through 6 and they're going to go into 7. They're going to survive the entire trilogy, both of them.
I think so too.
Yep. I think
Mm.
it's a locked in. It's already done, and so that means Mindy is definitely at risk, and so is Chad. They're not gonna. I don't think both of them survive 6. One of them, I believe, so. One of them has to die. Don't you? Do you think there's any chance they can both make it for a second movie?
Mm, Not both of them though. Very much in
Yeah.
the shock of Scream 2 when Randy gets killed. You really felt that because you like those
Yep.
characters.
Hmm.
And Mindy is a character very similar to Randy in her personality and the fact that she is very likable. And you have to kill some of those characters off sometimes just for you to feel something to make it feel impactful. That's why Dewey's death was very impactful. I know a lot of people didn't want him to die, but he's an
Ugh.
amazing, great character with
Yeah.
a great story, and you really feel for him. And I love Dewey's character. He's a sweetheart. And when he dies, you felt it. It was rough. It was like losing a
Oh,
family
dude.
member.
Dude, listen, I'm not ashamed to admit it. I wear my feelings on my sleeve. I'm very transparent about it.
Mhm.
I was in tears to the point that I had to blow my nose. And that sounds gross. I literally did. That's how bad it was. It was tearing me up, dude. What's up, Night Watch Zone? What's
What's up,
up,
Knight?
Night?
How you doing, Knight?
Salute to you, man. Yeah. All right. Glad you're here.
Yeah,
So I
Dewey's death was pretty rough.
wasn't it?
You can
Oh,
see the
man.
writing on the wall, but you don't want to
Yeah.
accept it. You know.
Nope. Nope. We knew when we knew in the trailer, this whole sequence they showed. We talked about it all the time here on the channel, Zoe, and I'm like, they're letting us know. They're warning us to be ready for it. And so I went into the film fully expecting him to die. 100%. Not even
Me,
a question. But
unfortunately, me too.
unfortunately,
There was a
yeah,
lot of the trailer could have been done better with Scream 5. I think
agreed.
there were some shots that were a little bit spoilery. Especially when you watch it a lot of times. That's why I try not to watch trailers continuously. I one time I did a trailer breakdown and I'm like, I feel like I'm spoiling things for me. Like I don't want to go on and do this all the time because I'm just like I can pick point. When you go by frame, you're gonna pick stuff up.
Oh yeah, and unfortunately, as content creators, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna break that sucker
Yeah,
down to one frame like this, and unfortunately, I know by doing that, I am taking the risk. I'm grabbing the dice and I'm rolling them out. And unfortunately, I knew Amber was gonna burn in the kitchen, and Sam had the knife, which and they showed
you see
Richie's
the top of his
hairline.
head. Yeah,
I'm like, what do you do? What are you doing? As
yeah.
Fate would say. Because Zoe, and I've had this argument on the collective with everybody. It's look, you and I are content creators. We edit videos, right? We have software.
Hmm.
We can go in there and crop a video. We can go right now,
Hmm.
take that same clip from the movie, and can rip it out. We can crop it up, and guess what? Richie's gone, and it's
Exactly.
fine.
Crop it up an inch more, and his
Just an
hairline's
inch.
gone.
It's gone, and
That's
that's all we
the
needed.
double-edged sword of being a content creator. You
It
open yourself
is.
up to criticism, and sometimes things get spoiled for you. People in the comment section whatever. I've had plenty of stuff spoiled for me. It's just kind of comes with the territory, unfortunately.
It does. And again, like I said a minute ago, it's the risk we take as content creators because we're kind of saying, okay, this could happen. But we're doing it for all of you because we love our people, we love our communities.
Exactly.
Whoa! Speaking of communities, we got a new Cravenite. What's up, Christopher Dunn? Yes. Everybody, welcome Christopher into the family, the inner circle, who is now a
Awesome.
channel member, a Final Cut member. Welcome. You are officially, Christopher, a Cravenite. I've considered you a Cravenite for quite some time, though, in my heart. But now you officially have the title, so thank you, Christopher.
Heck yeah.
Thank you for being a monthly supporter now. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
All right.
Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I got a couple of other super chats I see have come in.
Hmm.
Necessary Distraction wants to ask you, Zoe, have you seen Santa Clara Diet? Oh, Timothy Oliphant. Ah.
Santa Clarita Diet. I have seen. I know what it is. It's essentially Timothy Oliphant and Drew Barrymore. They're a couple, and I think they eat like high class rich people. They're
Never seen it.
yeah, they're cannibals. And
Oh, jeez.
Santa Clarita is like a really rich area in Southern California. So I've seen it. It looks interesting. It has two really great Scream characters in it. So this is one
Yeah.
of the shows I haven't watched, but no, I haven't seen it yet. But it looks pretty cool. Looks interesting.
Yeah.
I
I've
think you
never
would like
watched
it.
it either. I've heard good things. Again, you got a
Mhm.
quality staff. I mean, cast. So
Mm.
it's probably really good. It should be. The whole idea of eating people. It just grosses me out. I know it's
Oh,
a
you're not into
comedy.
that?
I'm not. I'm sorry. I can't. The whole cannibal. Yeah. I mean, I could handle people and people. Not people under the stairs. The hills have eyes. Wes Craven. We're going to
Ah,
old school Wes Craven.
what about Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Are you
Oh gosh, that man.
not a fan?
I mean, I'm really not a fan. I'll be honest, I'm not. I
Hmm.
mean, I respect TCM because the original
Hmm.
now,
It
because
paved
it
the way
was
for a lot of horror
it
movies. Yeah.
it did, man. It was I respect it. So I totally respect the movie. I just don't like to watch the movie.
It's not everyone's cup of tea. And the time you think the Halloween timeline is bad, the TCM timeline is a whole different beast.
Oh, dude.
It's terrible. It's unfortunate, but every movie it seems like they're making a new timeline. It's confusing. Yeah. It's rough.
This bounces around more than Halloween.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh,
It-
Halloween is it's another one. James with a $2 super chat. Thank you, man. He says, "Yeah, Meeks Martin. Sorry, no worries, man. We got you, buddy.
yeah, we
Thanks for
understood.
the $2 though. Appreciate that. It's very very sweet of you, man.
So,
Let's see. Go
what do
ahead.
you what kills? So, one thing that I really wanted to see in Scream Six is more
Hmm.
creative kills. Just
Yes.
something to. I don't want Ghostface to kind of stray away from the Buck 120, but I would like to see more environmental kills. Just something a little bit different. What's your opinion on that?
Yes, I agree. I will say that by also saying I never want him to lose Great Ghostface to lose that Buck 120.
Hmm.
That is because that's just his signature weapon. However, I would love to see some more creative stuff like a garage door killing. Not not
Hmm.
not another garage door. I'm just saying
Something like
something
that.
like that. Yeah, like
Hmm.
the garage door, like the pole through the head.
Yes.
Something just different. And occasionally just use a weapon that's nearby. Just pick up something that is in the area and say, "Oh, I can kill with that," and
Exactly.
just do it.
That's
And
why I liked Halloween Kills a lot. I know that movie gets a lot of
yes,
flack, but
I
Michael
love
is
it.
just slaying. Me too. I enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun. It reminds me of kind of like Scream 3. It's just a fun movie. It's not it's kind of a turn your brain off movie. I know some
Hmm.
people are like, why should I have to turn my brain off to watch this movie? I should be able to be critical, but I think Halloween Kills is great. And
I
I
do
think
too.
Scream should kind of borrow aspects from the Halloween movies and just have Ghostface kill him with anything else. I mean,
Yeah.
a tire iron, a whatever, anything. Just find some cool, interesting ways to shake it up a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. Just yeah, I'm with you. That's all. Not we're not asking for like anything crazy.
Yeah, no
Just
explosions or anything. It's not like a Michael
no.
Bay movie. Just something different.
Exactly. Woohoo! Congrats, Christopher. Oh, that's awesome.
Indeed,
Yeah,
congrats.
absolutely. Very nice. So, Let's see. I thought I had something here. Where is it at? Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. So Scream 6. We're oh, here it is. Here it is. I want to
Mm.
show this one. Gory B had a comment. So I think Tara should be the final girl. I think Sam was the lead in 6 to show that she sees Billy.
Mm.
Making Tara the lead in the next movie makes Sam a good suspect. Yeah, I personally have. I've said it a lot of times. I think that personally, again, this goes down to just personal preferences, is what it is. I think Tara is fantastic. I really wish that she would be end up being the final girl, and I kind of wish they would have cast this in reverse, man. I really do. I wish Tara would have been. I'm sorry, Jenna
Mm.
would have been Sam, and Melissa would have been Tara, because I do. And now let me just say this, and I always preface it by saying I have nothing against Melissa Barrera. I have nothing against her as an actor or anything else. But I'm just
Mm.
being completely honest with you, Zoe. I'm just telling you my honest feeling. I've watched it. I've watched it 8 times, and there she is. I mean, and some of the movies she does really well. The problem for me though is just the scenes where she gets vulnerable. For example, when we see her in the hospital room with Tara,
Mm.
and she's explaining the whole story. I Every time I watch it, again, I've seen it 8 times. Every time I'm like, okay, this is going to be the one where I'm going to connect with her. I'm going in open minded again. And so I never connect with her. Every time I watch it, I'm watching her, and it's like I just don't. I don't feel that. I don't feel. It doesn't. It doesn't seem real to me. And in contrast to that, Tara, when I see her in the bed and she's not even talking, just the way she's looking at Sam, I'm there. I'm like, bam! I absolutely connected with her, and and the way and her tears and her emotions, I'm like, oh, this woman, this girl, and she's just a kid, man, like 19,
Yeah,
when
she's young.
and
I
she
think
was incredible, man.
Jenna's just an amazing actor. So it's like putting
Yeah,
it's just she's at a really high class. So putting anyone next to her, it's gonna be hard to
it's
compete with
tough.
her. So it does make it difficult. But I don't think Melissa is necessarily a bad actress. It's just
Hmm.
you're just in the room with Jenna Ortega, who is one of the most phenomenal actresses I've ever seen. And that's really high praise for someone who's very young. She's phenomenal. She
Yes.
nails the emotional scenes, especially the emotional scenes. Just she can cry on
Oh.
command. Just
Oh yeah.
the whole opening act of Scream 5, she's fantastic. I get what you're saying there, but it's just I think you're just this we're just seeing Jenna Ortega being a master. So it's just
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Bye, Gory. Just want to say bye, Gory. Thanks for coming.
see you,
Yeah,
Gory.
it is hard. It's hard. It's hard when you're next to someone who's gifted, like a really
Yes,
gifted actor.
just naturally
Um,
gifted.
Now, I will say this with Sam, I wasn't, I felt, and again, I think some of this, to be fair, I want to put this out there. I do also believe that some of that acting from Sam that I felt personally, again, we're just talking our opinions or
Mhm.
shooting it.
Yeah.
I felt was a little stiff. I'm not saying it was bad. I'm just saying it felt a little rigid almost, and it wasn't loose. Now, part of that, I'm going to say, um, part of that is because she is being medicated on antipsychotics.
That's the main thing. Me and Jake were talking about that on our
Yeah,
live stream. Like, she's acting a little bit wooden because she is on Xanax, which is a tranquilizer. It
hmm,
kind of shuts down the nervous system. It shuts down your brain function a little bit, your heart rate. So you're going to be a little bit sluggish and off.
right.
If you're around someone who takes that medication, you can kind of tell they're not energetic. It's not like they're chugging, a Red Bull or energy drink. They're medicated. They're sedated. There we go. That's the perfect
Yeah,
word for it.
sedated. Yeah,
Mm,
that's right. And I take that into account. So I'm
mm,
not dismissing that or discounting that. I do realize that because she's the first scene we see her in, she's popping pills.
exactly.
Right at
So
the bowling alley,
it
right at the beginning.
establishes her tone and her character right there. So I think that's good writing because it's like, okay, well, she's medicated, so she might be acting a little bit funny. So I give the her performance kind of a pass right there. But if that
Okay.
continues on in Scream 6 and she's still taking that medication, because I think at the end of Scream
Yeah.
5, she kind of overcame that kind of sick. I don't know if you can overcome that type of,
Right. I don't know,
um,
man. I know that
yeah,
psychosis or that
yeah, there we go.
condition. Yeah.
Yes, I don't know if that's something you can necessarily overcome, but it seems like she kind of defeated that evil almost to kind of put that behind her, close that door shut. That's what I think, at least.
I think and I think that's fair, Zoe.
Mhm.
I think what I'm going to do is say it like this. I'm going to say I'm giving her not a mulligan, but I'm giving her another opportunity. I'm going to go
Mhm.
into 6 optimistic and say, you know what? I believe that she's going to do well. And what I don't want to see though is if she's the same. If she's exactly the same character in 6 with no growth or development, no change, that's the part, Zoe, that I'm going to be very unhappy with personally. I'm going to be
Mhm.
like, is it the medication or is it just not a good choice? I don't know. Well, I think we're gonna. I think 6 will tell the story for me. I'm not gonna say she was a bad choice yet. I'm just gonna say that 6 she needs to show more because she's supposed to be the final girl, which is the one you really want to be clinging to and all behind like we were with Sydney and Tara. That's why I said Tara. Honestly, Tara is I would be 100% behind her if she was Sam. I mean, I think that not Tara, but Jenna. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
but
I got you.
again, like I say, I'm not trying to dump on her and pour on Sam. I'm saying is I just don't connect with her, and I know that the question I have right now is it meds or is it
Her
just
her acting,
her
yeah,
acting ability? That's all. I don't
and
know.
and also I think with a lot of people they'll judge people's acting without taking into account that directors, their job is to direct the talent. So essentially they're supposed to teach the actor how to say this line and say it in a certain way or give it more energy, give it less energy. So
Yeah.
I think that's not sometimes not a fair criticism when people criticize an actor for saying, "Oh, that line wasn't, have enough oomph to it." But maybe the director didn't want it that way. I feel like sometimes people unfairly judge actors sometimes without
Hmm.
knowing that, hey, the director is kind of, 50% of how the actor portrays certain scenes.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, and they are getting direction, and
Mhm.
we're not there to see what that direction is. So,
Exactly. You're only
yeah,
seeing one side.
only one side,
Mhm.
and so yeah, we'll see. I'm like I say, I'm giving her an opportunity. I'm not gonna just go in there
I
saying
think that's
she's
fair. We need to see her in Scream 6 and possibly 7 and see what she
yeah
can have before we fully judge that character
yeah
based
man
on where she is right now. We need to just kind
yeah.
of, but
Let's see where it
that's what
goes.
I think. People are just kind of judging Melissa Barrera's character. It's kind of toxic, to be honest. I don't like that side of of the
Yeah.
fandom.
Oh no no. I can't. Yeah. Like I'm never gonna sit here and say she's horrible and she's a
Mm.
That's not at all. I'm just honestly being very open and transparent. Just saying. I just hope that there's more. That's all. I want to see more from her as that final girl. And I will say this though, man. When she reveals, not reveals, but when she kills Richie, dude, let me
It's
tell you what,
badass. It was a badass scene.
bro. 23 stabs. I was like, I perked up. I was like, oh, she's not stopping. She's going to keep going and going and going and going. And when my favorite scene of that section is, if I can find it here, is whenever, it's here, man. Dude, it's a
Yeah.
knife wipe.
Yep. Channeling that Billy energy, channeling her
Yes.
dad. Yeah,
I'm
it's
telling
perfect.
you,
I think
it's,
that scene
man.
right there is when she starts to kind of close that door. Is she kind
Yeah.
of I think in Scream 6 we'll see her in a different light, in a more positive light. Maybe she has a better mental space. And that's when usually when you're at your top, that's when your demons start to come for you. And maybe that demon is Ghostface. Maybe she's in a
Hmm.
great spot, she feels good about herself, and then Ghostface comes in and tries to ruin all that, all that good positivity. There you go. Perfect
Ooh,
picture. Look at
man.
that. See, how do people hate that? I mean, come on. I thought
Yeah,
she did fantastic. I
yeah,
thought.
well, here's my thought. Okay, so while we're talking about Melissa, for
Mhm.
Scream 6, bold predictions. Tell me.
Okay.
All right. All right. Tell me this and I think we kind of answered it earlier, but we're gonna go bold, Zoe. So give me your bold take here. Will Sam will Sam give in to the dark side that she's now drank from
Mm-hmm.
as when killing Richie? And clearly, she was enjoying the kill. Let me just tell you, Sydney kills to kill, like just to end it. This was not that. This was something different. In fact, this may be a little controversial to say
Mm-hmm.
on the live stream, I was glad to find out. I was on a different live stream today, and it came up. I think it was with Jack on Jack Stannis' channel, and
Great channel.
before great channel,
Mm-hmm.
and before I even said what I said, he said it too, and so I'm like, okay, I'm not the only one. So let me ask you, Zoe, if you when you're watching her, I'm trying to find that picture again. Whenever you're watching her doing all of this, there came a point where I said she's no longer killing for defense. She is killing from pleasure. And it almost looked like, and as you watch and I've watched that scene 8 times, no, actually more than that because I rewound it several times, probably 15 times just to Richie kill.
Mm-hmm.
And there comes a point where it looks like it is almost almost a sexual arousal.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be gross. I mean,
No,
I'm
no, no.
serious. It's like,
That's a main thing with murderers. They get an arousal out of it. That's why I always get to kind of put it to Michael Myers. He gets
mhm.
kind of a sexual gratification from it. He kind of has a specific type that he kills. It's kind of young babysitters that look like his sister. He gets off
Yeah.
on that, and that's a big thing with people who are murderers. They get off on it. That's how they get aroused and get excitement. So no, that's not inappropriate. That's just real. It's real. It's real life talk here. You know?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. It is. It is, man. I can't help it. But every time I see that, good night, Jackie. I see you're heading out. Take care. Glad you can make it tonight.
Yeah.
Hopefully, see you tomorrow night on Jack's channel for the slasher watch along. Um, I just get that feeling, man. It's like every time I see that, I'm like, oh, she's really enjoying this. That she
I
is
don't
getting
know if
into
it's
this.
pleasure, but more of just a relief of like finally this is
Maybe.
over. You know,
Yeah.
it could be a little bit both because she does have she is related to Billy, so she could have a little bit of that psycho nature in her.
Yeah, man. Jada says he gets turned on when I kill a burrito from Taco Bell. Well, so
Ah,
there you go.
me too. If I
There you go.
some cinnamon twists and a Baja Blast. Oh yeah,
That's
that's
awesome.
that's better than sex, man. That's perfect. Perfect.
Oh, dang. Never messed with the daughter of a serial killer. Boy, that was quite a line, wasn't it? That was a
Awesome
line.
line. Yeah.
Man.
Oh, when you get stabbed through the mouth. Oh,
Oh, it was so
God.
good.
Oh,
And
great day.
listen, I'll give Radio Silence credit for this on the kills. While there wasn't really any super creative kills as far as
Mhm.
outside of the knife, a couple of the knife kills themselves were creative. And like, for example, Wes's kill.
Yep.
That was really, really good with the knife slowly through the neck. And
All
that was
practical
new.
too. Yeah, all
All
practical
practical.
effects.
Dude, did you
Great.
see that picture of Wes holding the neck thing
Yeah.
that was this huge clump of flesh? That was
Yeah.
wild, bro.
Oh man, they seem like they had a really fun time on set. The Radio Silence crew seems like a great group of guys that they know how to have fun making a film. It didn't seem like a very serious, tone on
Yeah.
set. They were Scream fans making a Scream movie. It's like they're like us, man. They're just big geeks
Yeah.
about horror movies, and that's awesome. I mean,
Heck yeah.
I loved Ready or Not, and once I saw that movie and I heard they were making Scream 5, I was all aboard. That movie's fantastic. I really do. It definitely feels like kind of like a Scream movie. It has that same type of energy and tone to it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Great movie.
Great, great movie. Love it. Elaine says, I thought it was awesome, Craven. Yeah, it was. I'm telling you. So, all right. Let's see. We're about halfway into the stream.
Mhm.
Let's do a little bit more. Let's do a little bit more Scream 6. And
Okay.
then
Yeah.
we'll shift to Halloween ends talk. So
Perfect.
if you guys have your Halloween questions, be sure you start getting those in your mind
I'm
for
excited about Halloween Ends, man. We got some stuff to
oh
talk about.
we got a lot to talk about, man.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so there's so much speculation, and we talked about Stu earlier.
Hmm.
So I won't revisit Stu because there's a lot we covered that quite a bit.
Yep.
So, personally, I don't know if I told you this or not, Zoe, but and you may already know from watching the videos and stuff, but my theory is that, and my hope is that Stu Macher is the person who placed the original Dreaded thread, where
Ah,
Richie and Amber found each other. Stu's the
mm,
author of that, and so he's the one that is responsible for manipulating these people, getting them in. And guess what? That Dreaded thread is everywhere. It's worldwide. So he could have more killers, and it's almost like the cult idea. He could have his own killers all across the country. So for
could be.
example, right? So example, like if I'm predicting they're going to be in college for Scream 2 because their production offices, as you know now, right across the street from McGill University.
Yep.
And so, bye, Carrie. You take care. Have a good
Take
night.
care.
Good to see you. So yeah, my prediction is this right now. I guess this is a bold prediction. I don't know. Maybe it's not, but I'll predict it anyway. That Scream 2 will be primarily based on a college campus like Scream 2 was. They'll be in New York City, the college
Mm,
there that Tara and Chad and Mindy all go to together. Sam follows up there to live because she said, I'll never leave you again. And so she's going to move up there, so she'll be close by.
mm-hmm.
Bye, necessary. Take care.
See
Appreciate you
ya.
being here tonight. And so now you have a natural progression for Gail to come back. Because you
Yeah,
always got to think about
she's
how
right there at the vicinity of New
she's
York.
right
So
there.
yeah,
Yeah,
makes sense.
it makes sense. There, you don't have to try to explain a way to get her to come back or something to Woodsboro. She'll already be there.
Mm,
And this also could explain why the Ghostface killers are back because they're all from the Dreaded thread. They are all from that same place, and Stu Macher is on a laptop control. We're sitting back there talking to these people, manipulating them over the course of months. He's a manipulator now. He knows how to draw people in who are vulnerable, who are easily manipulated. He
mm.
finds those people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Does the whole thing.
What if that happens and it's like a sorority house full of these
Oh,
cultists and maybe Tara joins the sorority and they're kind of, working this somehow that way. And then we get like a final
dude.
act in a big, huge sorority house or something very similar to Scream 3. That was a big
Yes,
mansion, something like that. That could be cool. I could see that happening.
absolutely. Absolutely. Love that. That is a really cool way
Hmm.
because they're all together and they're all part of it. Like they've all come together like a
Yeah.
little family, like a little
Yeah,
cult.
exactly. They're all like
Dude.
massive stab fans or something, and they're all just following Stu. That could be cool. I could see that, and then they lure Tara into the sorority and kill her somehow or whatever, or maybe not kill her. I don't know, or try to kill her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Something like that. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, it would.
My prediction
Okay.
for Scream 6 is that Sydney will not be in Scream 6
Mm,
at all.
it's
I
looking that way,
I
dude.
I think so. I don't even think a cameo because
Hmm.
I felt in Scream 5 that movie felt very final for her arc and her story. I don't see anything bringing her back unless Gail dies, maybe. But then it just feels like Scream 5 again.
Yeah.
Luring her back in. Maybe if her family gets killed somehow, which would be very tragic, and then she really has nothing else, to
Oh
live for.
man,
I
that'd be so.
suppose.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't want to sacrifice the story if it doesn't make sense to bring Sydney back in. And I know that might sound weird and it might sound crazy because is it a Scream movie without Sydney Prescott? That's the big question.
I know. It's
That-
it's that's the problem. I mean, here's the way I check out on it, man. If
Mhm.
I'm okay if Sydney doesn't return in 6 if they plan to bring her back in 7.
True.
Like if she's off for this season, maybe they focus on Gail, and then
Hmm.
something happens where in 7 she comes back. And again, you gotta understand, I'm working from this position that Stu Macher is behind everything. So
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
you get the all right. So when I
Uh,
talk, that's the lens I'm looking through, right? For right now, I'm
hmm.
not. So my thought is it would be the perfect way to bring Stu back. I mean Sydney back in 7 because Stu would be revealed. It's the final of the trilogy, and ultimately it would be down to Sam and Sydney killing Stu once and for all. Like, like ripping his body in half. There's no way he survived, kind of thing. I'd hate to see him die.
A decapitation or something,
Decapitation, yeah, it's like it's
hmm
over. There's no more discussion. That's how I would like it to go down.
hmm
Here's how I think it's going to go down. You ready?
Yeah, go for
Okay.
it.
Sam and Tara are going to fight Ghostface.
hmm
Chad or Minnie is going to die. Probably Chad in Scream 5. Tara and Sam will survive. Uh, Mindy will survive to go
hmm
on to 7. Gail will survive 5, but be seriously hurt, and to the point where we may not see her in 7.
hmm
And then in 7, you're going to have 3 survivors. You're going to have Mindy, Sam, Tara, Gail. What's 4, I guess. And then there could be probably a new cast member that might survive, but they usually don't bring many more than over to the next movies. It's usually like 2 or 3 or 4. That's it.
hmm
So you bring those 4 back. You lose Chad, so you bring them back. And then Scream 7 is something happens with Mark Kincaid where he gets attacked, or there's
Good old
some.
Patrick Dempsey, yeah.
Yeah, let's get Patrick Dempsey in for an opening attack, maybe an opening kill even, which I would hate to do.
It's
But
possible. I that'd be interesting to see because I don't think
yeah,
because Patrick Dempsey's he's an A-list star. So
yes,
if you put him in the opening, he's only in there for 10 minutes. You don't really have to pay him all that much, and that's a way to give people who are fans of Scream 3 some fan service. And it would give a motive for Sydney to be in the movie if her husband dies. It's personal. She wants to get revenge. I like that. I think
yeah.
that'd be a pretty cool opening scene.
Yeah, I think so. I think it would really would. It would be, again, because you want to write. You need to write a story that makes sense why Sydney
hmm
would be involved. Well, Sydney's involved if they come to her house. They're going to make her involved. They're coming
Oh yeah,
after her, and then you're like, well, who's going to go after Sydney? It's the final act. It's Stu's final act. He's gonna finish. Dude, okay, now look, this just hit me.
hmm
And I don't like this part, what I'm about to say, because I don't like to see them following Star Wars so
okay.
closely. But just for the sake of this theory, Gail dies in Scream 6. So Stu murders Dale. Stu
I got you.
murders Dewey
Yeah.
and murders Gail, my gosh. And then in 7, what happens? His target is the last one standing, Sidney
Sydney.
Prescott. And she won't die, but she could get really hurt in that movie. But it's going to be like an epic drag down finale.
You know what's something I would like them to play off of?
Yeah.
When franchises go on for sequel and sequel, like Halloween,
Hmm.
certain stars like Jamie Lee Curtis, after a while, they don't want to be a part of it. Jamie Lee Curtis was the same way. She didn't want to be a part of Resurrection, and they kind of forced her into that role, and she was like, okay, just
Hmm.
kill me off immediately. I would like to see Scream 6 kind of play off that meta-ness of, oh, I'm Sidney Prescott. I don't, want to be a part of, any more Ghostface killings. And Ghostface kind of forces her to be in this movie by killing Mark, by killing,
Oh yeah,
someone close to
man.
her like Gail. I would like them to
Yes.
play off that meta-ness of just big stars not wanting to be in the 10th sequel in the Halloween franchise or whatever. I think that'd be a very cool meta aspect because one thing is having a sequel so close with Scream 5 is that what meta commentary are you going to talk about? What trends are you
Yeah.
going to talk about in horror that you haven't talked about in Scream 5? Because they touched on a lot of different things. The one benefit of the Scream series, especially 4 and especially 5, is that they have long gaps between them. So they have a
Hmm.
lot of knowledge of the current state of horror and they can talk about many
Right.
different things.
Yeah, and now you're only a year. You're literally writing it the same year 5 came out. So there's
Mm-hmm.
not going to be anything new next year because it already
No,
been filmed and in the can. So I mean, what? Yeah, do you
it's
just
tough.
expand?
Yeah,
I mean,
you're kind of forced to, or maybe just touch on a few things you haven't, touched on, but you pretty much covered most things. You covered requels, and that's the it thing right now, especially in slasher movies. So
yeah,
it's going to be difficult to write this movie. I'm going to be curious to see what they come up with.
same. So Polar says, I think Kincaid dying could lead to Stu reveal. In case files showing Stu did not die. And that
Oh.
would be interesting because I've said this. What if Kincaid now is in the FBI? So he's got a federal level. So he has jurisdiction access
Hmm.
to anywhere in the country because he's FBI. So
Yeah.
that solves that issue. And also the FBI could have, like you said, more files, maybe more information,
True.
whatever.
Can dig
So
deeper into it.
yeah,
More
more
resources.
resources.
Yeah. Hmm.
Bingo. Yeah, man.
There you
Uh,
go. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different ways they can go with Scream 6. I'm curious, and we only got to wait 11 more months, and we're
that's it.
there. It's
You
not
bet.
10 years anymore.
No, it's not. And we'll have a trailer probably around Christmas, I'd imagine.
Yeah, and then
Something like that.
Halloween Ends is coming soon. I mean, the
Oh,
horror genre is just, I mean,
ooh,
going by.
it's amazing, right? Because
Yeah,
we got Nope, we got Black Phone, we got Firestarter, we got
Black
Bodies,
Phone.
Bodies, Bodies. Dude, we got Halloween Kills. You mentioned ends rather as you mentioned. We've
Yeah.
got Evil Dead Rise. I mean, this is 6 films just off the top of my head.
We have a Hellraiser Hulu series coming out. We got the Chucky
Oh,
season 2. It's
that's yeah,
insane.
that's right.
We got a lot of stuff coming out, and then we'll find surprises along the way, like A24's X that kind of came out of nowhere and just became a really great
Hmm.
got I know you haven't seen it yet, but it's
Yeah, that's
good.
it. Yeah,
It's
I'm
I
waiting to
recommend it.
watch it. We're gonna actually. I want to watch it with Jake on. He's
Oh,
gonna host a
awesome.
watch party, and
Ooh,
when it comes out May 24th, so on you can rent it and buy it on DVD. So that
I'm buying that day one. Great
that's
movie.
dude. I've heard nothing but good things about it. On
Yes,
everyone that I've talked to about it here in the family collective, everybody who's seen it, they
it's
all
my
say it's really
favorite
good.
movie of the year so far.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's fun. I like it a lot. So yeah, we have a lot of great stuff going on this year. Just this year alone is just packed. Every month there's just something new in the horror space. It's great. Great time to be a content creator too.
Yeah, it is so much to talk about, and the
Hmm.
news just keeps coming and coming and coming. So, whew.
Hmm.
Hey, before we transition to Halloween now, real quick,
Uh,
Maverick Media had a question for us.
okay.
It says, do you think she's talking about Sid now? Do you think Nev Campbell's not coming back for differences of opinion in the script for 6, or is she not returning for creative decisions made in 5 as she doesn't trust the direction moving forward? Ooh, good question. What do you
Uh,
think, Zoe?
I don't think so. I think radio silence is pretty deceptive and kind of hush hush on the things that they like to reveal. I know they
Mm-hmm.
revealed some stuff about Scream 5 that didn't necessarily come true, and I think they were trying to throw us off a little bit. I don't know. I think Nev is probably going to come back. We'll see. I'm very curious to see. I think the script is probably going to be good. They've been working on this script for a while. I don't think it's a script issue. I think Radio Silence is just very particular on what they announce, So maybe they're saving
Yeah.
the announce, of her coming back. Maybe she's not coming back, like I said.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think it could go either way. I think that she was the last one to sign on last year. Remember, she was the very
Mm-hmm.
last one. So I could see it coming down to we're getting into. Gosh, I mean, they're filming in June 4th, so a
It's right
month and a
around the
half they're
corner.
filming, dude.
Yeah.
So
We're getting a
like,
lot of news. Yeah.
oh gosh, can you imagine? It's gonna be blowing up. People Instagram
Every day.
posts. It's gonna be new, yeah, updates. There's gonna be,
Mm-hmm.
oh my gosh, pictures. It's gonna be incredible.
Yeah.
So
Can't
yeah,
wait.
I don't know. I think that it's a good question, Maverick, and I know she was not happy about Dewey dying. She's been
Fair.
very vocal about that. In fact, I remember reading in one of her interviews where she said regarding Dewey's death, she said I'm still not convinced they made the right choice in killing him. And I was like, whoa, that was pretty bold, man. She came right out and said that.
You know about Dewey's death. The fact that it stirred up this much kind of I don't want to say controversy, but the fact that it got people riled up,
Hmm.
I think is a good thing because you cared about him. So if you kill him, it's like with
Yeah,
Randy. People didn't like when Randy died in Scream 2. I know Wes Craven got a lot of pushback
yeah, he
from
did.
from Randy's death. I
Hmm.
think that death really affected the franchise because they were scared of killing off the legacy characters after that. They were okay, like we're not going to touch those three. But Radio Silence comes in, with fresh new eyes and a new perspective, and they're like, no, we're going to take risk and we're going to kill Dewey. I think that's what takes some cojones to do that. That's a tough decision, but I think it was the right decision, and not every decision that's right feels good. just with life, if you make a tough decision, it's the right one to make, but you don't want to make it sometimes. So, you know,
Yeah, man,
it's
totally.
it's tough situation.
Good night, Jen. Get some good sleep tonight. Take
See you,
care of
Jen.
yourself. Take care.
Yeah,
I mean that's so true, man. I mean, yeah, it's just I don't know. There's so many possibilities, man.
there
There's
is.
so many ways this could go, and so I don't know. I guess we'll have to. We're obviously more to come, right? Stay tuned on the
Right
Scream
around the
Six front.
corner. Yeah.
Well, Zoe, there's so much more we could talk about with Scream Six. We could go all the way for
Oh yeah.
all night for Scream Six news and its theories. But let's go ahead and shift gears because I do want us to talk a
Mm-hmm.
little bit about you know. Uh,
Dun, 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 dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun, dun,
dun,
dun, dun, dun, dun.
I love that. And
Yeah.
how about before we dive in, I have a question here from Byron. It says,
Mm-hmm.
"I got a question for you, Craven. What if Halloween Ends sets up a new trilogy with Allison?
Ooh. Hmm.
What do you think, Zoe?"
Uh, then Michael would have to live on, right? If you're gonna start a new trilogy with Allison, then would Halloween
Yeah,
really end?
no,
Be Halloween continued? I I
well,
don't
that's true.
I don't think so. I think that would be. I think we're getting 3 movies with her, so it's
Yeah,
what more could you really ask for?
yeah. Plus, she's the Strode bloodline, so if they continued, you
Hmm.
still got the whole Jamie Lee connection, and I think they want to try to get away from that. Like they want to,
I think so too.
yeah, let's put that down, and we're gonna lay that on the mantle, and we're gonna make something new. That's what I'm
Hmm.
thinking. So, good question, Byron. But yeah, I agree. I agree with Zoe on this. I don't think they're gonna start a new trilogy with Allison.
Doubtful,
Yeah.
doubtful. And Blumhouse is focusing on The Exorcist, and they got some other movies lined up. So I think Halloween's gonna take a hiatus for a while, and they might do a season of the excuse me, season of the witch remake or something, which would be
Oh,
interesting.
dude, I'd be
I
all
would
over
love
that.
to, I would love to see it. That movie got a lot of flack. I know when it first came out. Obviously, so if it wasn't called Halloween, I think if it was just called Season of the Witch, it would have performed a
Yes,
lot better, no doubt.
100%.
Hmm.
So speaking of Halloween, guys, let's go ahead. We're gonna now shift away from Scream talk and let's shift to Halloween ends and Halloween talk. So, Zoe, tell me your thoughts on the current trilogy.
I really enjoyed it so far. I liked Halloween 2018. I saw it in theaters with my girlfriend when it came out. We liked it. I didn't necessarily love it at first, but I've grown to really like it. But I still enjoy Halloween Kills a lot more. I think it's just a more fun watch. And I remember getting a lot of flack for that because I reviewed that movie early as well. I was really excited to see it. And I gave it an 8.5 out of 10,
Oh
mainly
wow.
because I like the kills, first of all. And that's the expectations that I had going
Yeah.
into it was just, I want to see a Michael Myers killing people. And I went in there with just those expectations. And I was satisfied beyond. I mean, Big John and Little John are my spirit animals. I
Oh
love
man, they're
those characters.
hilarious.
Yeah. And I loved it. It was fun. Like, yeah, it has some pacing issues, some writing
Yeah.
issues. Evil Dies Tonight is said a billion
Oh.
times, but you know
Oh
what?
boy.
I still enjoy it. The flashback scene's also pretty badass too. So
Oh, those flashback scenes. I mean, I can't get enough of that. That 20, and it wasn't like just a little 10-second clip
mhm.
or half a minute. No, it was like 20-minute sequence approximately. It was wonderful. I thought they did a great job with the flashbacks. I was that one I was not expecting. It got me totally by surprise.
Yeah. And the
And
makeup with Loomis is fantastic.
oh
And just the
man,
look, I'm a big cinematography guy. Just
uh huh.
the film grain, the look. It felt like it was filmed in 1978. It looked perfect. It looked like a John Carpenter movie from the 70s.
Oh, I really thought for a second there that this is archived footage. In fact,
Yeah,
when Loomis came into the house, he's like, "Is he kill again?" or whatever. I was like,
the
"Wait a
voice acting was
second,
great.
dude! I
It looked like
swear."
Loomis, and they filmed it great too because they filmed it. They didn't really have a lot of close-ups with Loomis, so it looked the makeup looked great. It looked fantastic. I can't say
So
more praise
believable.
about it. It
No,
was
I
great.
can't either. It's so believable.
Yeah, Father just said the mask was impressive in the flashbacks.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it, but it looked a little bit different, so it bothered me a little bit. I think I don't know why. I think that I think because the Halloween 2018 mask looks different, so
Yeah.
the flashback mask was just a more cleaner version of the 2018 mask. If that makes any sense.
It does. It does
Mm.
make yeah. But I thought it really did though kind of have a old the vintage look.
Hmm.
You know, they were more
It's not
towards the original.
exactly the 78
Hmm.
mask, but it's close enough. So I'd give it
Yeah,
to him on that.
I think so, man. It was. I thought it was great.
Mhm.
Elaine says I like Halloween Kills. Big John, Little John are my favorite too. Yeah,
Yeah, they're
they're
so
so
fun.
good.
They're like they're the funniest. Some Halloween characters in the franchise are annoying, like Tina from was it part 5 or part
Oh
6?
gosh,
There's some character
Tina.
there's some characters that are bad, but I think David Gordon Green nailed Big John and Little John. They were just some weird, funny side characters that die in some really awesome ways. I mean, Little John gets his eyeballs poked out. It's brutal, brutal. Capital B.
Oh man, so many of those kills were just brutal. They were just so tough, man. Golly, I just remember. I watched it last week.
Oh yeah, he was
That's
great.
what again, last week. But
Yeah, it's on HBO Max, so I watched it a couple days ago.
yeah,
And just the scene where he breaks into that couple's house and he's stabbing that guy and picking out all the knives and testing it, kind of just plays into his childlike curiosity because he's just
yeah,
kind of like a big kid who just happens to be a murderer. He's
yeah.
an animalistic child who's just a sociopath.
That's true,
Yeah, it's
man.
brutal. And the firefighter scene is
Ooh.
awesome. Does get
Yeah,
spoiled a little bit in the trailer, but that
I
whole scene is
know.
when he walks out of that burning house and the flames are behind him, I'm just like, holy crap, we're in for a treat. Like it sets the tone of what the kills are like going to be in that movie. It's just fantastic. Beautiful wide shot of Michael just coming out of the fire. Just can't get enough of it.
No, not at all. It's just oh man, oh my gosh. Okay, so
Mm.
there's something I got to bring up here. Let me see.
Yeah.
I may not have a picture of it. Let me just double check. I don't think I do. Oh, I do.
Mm.
Okay. I have to talk about this regarding, we're on Halloween talk now. Halloween ends, and have you heard about the radio tower, dude?
Maybe I heard little rumblings about it. Nothing major. I don't know. So it's not a big topic in the Halloween community.
Well, I know that David Gordon Green said that this radio tower there was going to play a big factor in Hens.
Hmm.
So, do you have any theories of how the radio tower could factor in to Scream Six the
I
storyline?
just think it's a setting for maybe one of the final fights, or
Okay.
I don't think it's anything that significant. I don't think, the radio tower is controlling Michael or anything. Maybe he's living there under the radio tower. Maybe there's a cave under the radio tower.
Cave dweller, yeah.
Exactly. I think it's just a setting. I think some people are looking a little bit too deep into it. Just my personal opinion. I don't think it's anything that big, but we'll see. I mean, we'll see what theories are right and what theories are wrong.
Oh, yeah.
It's I just don't see what else they could really do. It makes a cool setting for a final act, but other than that,
Yeah.
I can't think of anything that makes sense. That isn't too fan fictiony.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the problem too,
Hmm.
because you don't want it to be that. You want it to be well done and well executed.
Hmm.
Mm.
And I don't know. It just doesn't. I'm curious about it. It's definitely a talking point. He got people talking about it. We're talking about it right now. So
I mean, hey,
I'm
yeah.
curious. I'm
But
gonna be upset if Michael just falls off of it and plops to the ground.
I know. Like, don't do that.
No.
No, please. The biggest thing, Zoe, I cannot handle it if that thing is controlling Michael Myers. If there's
I
some
would
silver
walk out.
shamrock, oh yeah, me too. I would
Mhm.
be like, are you serious? Because Dory Gordon Green's like, that tower is going to be a big factor in the movie.
I
And I'm
don't know
thinking to
how.
myself, I don't know. What are you going to do with it? It's just a tower. I mean,
Yeah, or maybe it's something else. I don't know. Like I hope he
yeah.
doesn't get into that because then at that point you lose me. it's just
Yeah.
it just gets too weird. I mean, Season of the Witch is a very ambitious movie,
Yeah.
with all that stuff going on
It's
with the
fun
masks.
though.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, and there's definitely a lot of references to Season of the Witch in the last two Halloween movies, which is a nice treat. It's a lot of you get to see the Silver Shamrock mask in Halloween Ends, so there's a lot of little
Oh,
nods to it. We'll see, man. We'll
we'll
see.
see.
That
I
that
mean,
that Silver Shamrock music is pretty awesome, though.
happy,
Happy,
happy
happy Halloween,
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 Halloween, happy, happy Halloween,
Halloween, Silver
Silver
Shamrock.
Shamrock.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's
We
what I'm
should
talking about.
we should start a band.
We
Perfect.
should.
Yeah, the Lethal
So,
Collective band.
or just call ourselves Silver Shamrock.
Yeah,
Or
perfect. Might be copyrighted though. We might have some
oh
issues.
yeah, it probably is. Polar says we should watch a season of The Witch. Oh yeah, for a watch party.
Oh
That would
yeah.
be fun.
Ooh. Oh, I just realized we just sung that song and we killed like thousands of kids just now, so we might be screwed.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, we
Yeah,
should. That'd be awesome.
that's
I haven't seen it in a while. I haven't seen it in a couple years actually, so that'd be
yeah,
interesting.
I'm trying to remember like that. I think I saw it. Was it on Prime? It might be on Prime, but I'm not
Hmm.
100% sure.
I need to get. They need a 4K box set once Halloween Ends comes out. I know there's a lot of distribution issues because Halloween was produced by a lot of different companies, so it might be hard to get
Hmm.
that box set. There was
Yeah.
one box set that for the Blu-ray before 2018 came out, and it goes for like crazy prices on the internet now because it's kind of rare. It's a rare box set.
Wow.
Yeah, so we'll see.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a big physical collector guy. I like physical media, so.
I prefer it too. I just don't like the
Mhm.
space it takes. It takes a lot of space up. That's the only
I'm
downside. So
very particular thow. I only
hmm
grab movies that I really love. I'm not going to get a
Okay.
movie just to get it. So then it kind of shrinks down your collection a little bit. Mhm.
Bearded Entertainment in the house with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Bearded. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate your help and your support. Evil dies tonight, but does it
Yeah.
though?
Pumpkin pies tonight. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, they do say it a lot in that movie. It
They
does
do.
it's I think they say it something like 14, 15 times. It's just how do you feel about the hospital scene, by the way?
Oh gosh. Okay.
What's your opinion
So
on it?
so the hospital scene. Thank you, Eric, for the $5 super chat, buddy. Appreciate it. That hospital scene. Okay, man.
It's very mixed. A lot of people have a
Yeah,
lot of opinions on it.
I kind of shake out again. I saw it last week again for probably probably the fifth time,
Hmm.
and it's a little long. Evil's Dies Tonight is way overdone,
It is.
and I think that hospital scene could be a lot shorter. About half the length that it is, and be better. And as far as just where's the order? I mean, it's like are all these people? I get the mob mentality, how it affects other people,
It
but
gets to the
dude,
point where it's too much. There's doctors and nurses
that's what
joining
I'm
in. It's like,
saying.
man, you're on the clock and you're over here, trying to hunt down Michael Myers. It's like
Yeah,
it
I don't
gets
get
too
it.
much.
It's like this is too much. I mean, granted, if Michael had been in that hospital, he probably would have got out of that because there's so
Yeah,
many people.
but it's a short, stubby guy who's, like just
That's true.
he looks like the Penguin from the Batman movies. I mean, he just like that's not Michael Myers'
That's
his physical appearance. It's not him. He looks like Humpty Dumpty. He's that's not Michael Myers. Michael Myers is like a 6'2", guy. I'm sorry.
it was yeah, and the poor guy he comes in. He's like,
Yeah,
"Help
I felt
me,
bad for him.
help me." He guys just want. He's probably just wanting to go find his room and go to bed.
Exactly.
It's probably what he's wanting. And someone says, "There he is." Okay. Oh, here we go. So Maverick saying I counted 20 evil dies tonight. Clearly said, not counting from mob echoing it in
Oh,
kills.
it's probably more. You could probably do a whole kill count video on how many times they say evil dies tonight.
Oh
It's just,
man, there you
it's
go.
insane.
That'd be a fun video. I'd watch that, Maverick.
Yeah,
If you
go
want
ahead
to
and
do,
make that.
yeah, make a video and like log every single time,
Hmm.
and that'd be awesome.
I pretty much agree with you with the hospital scene.
Yeah.
I respect them for doing something different, having a different aspect in a Halloween movie. I do respect that from David Gordon Green trying something new, but it is dragged out a little bit too long. But at the same time, without it, Halloween Kills is like a 40-minute movie. And then you also have the flashback too. And
Oh wow.
those two scenes are probably about 40 minutes of the movie. So left over, you probably have another 45 minutes, maybe. So it's very short without those things. So I get it. They're trying to fill it in with something, but it does feel very bloated and it just feels like filler. It feels like something that isn't supposed to be in the movie. It doesn't fit. It's two puzzle pieces that are, not the same shape. They don't connect.
Yeah, I know you're right, and there's some just you know that discord or whatever you want to call it is
Yeah,
going on there. And you're right.
pretty much.
But I say it like this, man. Personally, I really enjoyed Kills. I
Me too.
personally did. I really did. Yeah, I thought it was good. Uh, and I think we really got to reserve final judgment until we get the ends out, so we
It
can
is a
see.
trilogy, so we have to,
Yeah, man.
and it is the middle chapters are usually the Empire Strikes Back type of thing, where it's
Yeah.
just you hit the ground running, all the characters are established, and you can kind of just focus on the kills like it does. It is the title of the movie, so I think people were maybe their expectations were expecting something different, but for me, that's what I wanted. That's what I got, and anything else was just kind of a little bit extra bonus on top.
I can't argue with that, man. I mean, at the
Mm.
end of the day, because there's been some rough Halloween movies.
Oh,
There's been some terrible ones,
what
dude, that we just
what's
pushed through them.
what's the worst Halloween movie for you, if I may ask? What do you hate the
Mm.
most? Because there's some ones that you could argue, but I'm curious.
Yeah, you could. I'm gonna say it's either Resurrection
Hmm.
or it's Rob Zombie 2, his Halloween 2.
Really,
It's one of those two.
wow, okay, I get the resurrection thing, but for me,
Yeah.
it's so bad that it's good. It is
Oh, really?
hilariously awful. I could, gather around some buddies, have some drinks, and just laugh at that movie of how dumb it is. It's
Yeah.
really dumb. You got you got people doing kung fu. You got webcams everywhere. It definitely
Oh,
feels like a 2000s movie. It's just
yeah.
it's bonkers. But
It is bonkers.
for me, it's Halloween 5. I think Halloween 5 is completely boring. It's kind of the middle of the Thorn trilogy, which is the Thorn aspect I hate. I think it just ruins Michael's mystique, his mystery. He needs to be a motiveless killer. Yes,
Yeah.
Halloween 5 is the worst.
Hey,
The
Destin.
mask, the mask is terrible. Dog poop, terrible. It is the worst mask.
Yes.
It's in my opinion at least. I think it's bad.
Yeah, it's bad. No, I don't argue with that. I mean,
Yeah,
and
it's not
it's a
fun.
shame too because it's just a mask. Like Knight and I talk about it all the time. Though it's just a mask. I mean, all you got to do is just look. If you can't use the Shatner image, just change his nose.
It's a
Change his.
$5
It's
mask.
it's it's a mask,
Yeah, the
and nobody
original
can.
was a $5 mask that they spray
Yeah,
painted. I mean, come on now.
yeah. And I'm like, you can't tell me you can't find one of those or make one of those.
Exactly.
The budget they have, they could pay them someone who's sculptor and make it work.
Yes. Yeah, there's some really
And
bad. Halloween has very high peaks and very low valleys. That's the best way to describe this franchise. There's some movies I'm just like I don't want to watch 5. 6 is
mhm,
bad, but there's some redeeming qualities in it. Rob Zombie Halloween films, I
mhm,
respect them for being different.
yeah.
I actually like Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 better than Rob Zombie's Halloween. Controversial.
Oh,
Controversial
really?
opinion. I like that it's different and it's wild. The white horse is weird, but at least it's something new. With the excuse me, Rob Zombie Halloween, it just feels half that movie's a remake of the first one,
Right.
and then it kind of does its own thing. But
Yep.
not not a huge fan of Rob Zombie's Halloween, and the dialogue is
No.
absolutely horrendous in the
Oh,
beginning.
dude, I probably like that. I dislike that even more than anything else. That dialogue is terrible in that movie. It just doesn't. Just like, come on, man.
It's very
This is
bad.
you don't have to do. We don't have to go down that direction. You know.
Hmm.
Um.
Very trailer trashy.
Yes. That's right. Very, very much so. I was just thinking. It's the way he does his movies. That's what he does. He brings
He's
that to it.
Yeah, you love
Yeah.
him or you hate him. He's I like some of his music. His music's pretty good.
Yeah, I got a couple of tracks downloaded,
Yeah,
and but I don't know. It wasn't a fan, and that and Resurrection and the two zombies. So for
I
me,
agree.
it got really rough after six, which was pretty rough too.
Yeah.
The thorn, it was the thorn one. So
Loomis's last movie, unfortunately, before he passed away.
I
So
know, and that's the reason right there. I still consider like I want to watch it again because
me too.
it's his last performance, man, and I and
Mhm.
he did really good. All of those movies, he was a shining star in all of those sequels.
He's almost just as important as Myers. He
Yeah,
really is. He's that polar opposite of Michael. Just that yeah, he's just he's kind of a void that the Halloween series never really filled after
yeah,
he passed away. Just it's
yeah.
never the same in certain aspects of the movies without him. He was a fantastic actor. Like just I can't say enough about the man. Donald Pleasance was a gift to the acting world, a gift to
Oh
movies and
yeah,
cinema.
yeah, man.
Fantastic.
Totally was, and I'm so happy he did it because he almost didn't do it. Right, and his way was his daughter, as the story goes, I think, that convinced him to
Yeah,
do it.
he was there was another actor who was supposed to do it instead of Pleasance, but I think he turned it down. That's why Donald Pleasance got the job. I forget who the actor's name is. It's slipping my mind.
Okay.
He played Count Dooku in Star Wars. I forget his name. Is it
Oh,
Christopher Lee? Is it Christopher Lee? No,
for the
no, I don't know. Whatever, but yeah, it was just
it's
it
all
was
right.
crazy how it all formed together. Though he's fantastic as Loomis.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it.
Mm.
And then, you know, there's so many things on these sequels and looking back in history. But there's something about the 2018. I love the look of it. I love, and kills. Again, I know I'm probably a minority as well.
Hmm.
I love kills a lot.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
always said I did. This is the first time I watched it. I thought it was a good movie. You know.
It's definitely split the fan base, but yeah, Kills
Hmm.
is great. It's fantastic. Halloween Ends is gonna be interesting. What do you want in the ending? How do you want this to conclude? What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm
Mm,
just like I'm processing.
yeah,
So we've got Lori, we've got Allison, and we've got Lindsay. And
yeah.
Lindsay is one that we haven't talked about yet.
Nope.
So let me just real quick throw this into the mix with this,
Okay.
okay?
Yeah.
Lindsay is one that I personally am a big fan of. I'm very happy that she's coming back, and they rewrote the script to give her an expanded role in the movie.
Oh. Okay.
So I'm here's what I'm hoping for, man, and maybe I'm jumping a little bit, but around, but I just want to mention this while I'm thinking of it. I really want to know or want to see. I think, well, first of all, I think Lori is going to die. I'll put that out there. All right.
Okay.
Bold prediction time, and I'm going to
Mm,
see what you think about it.
I like
I
it.
predict Lori dies. She's not surviving the movie, and the finale is going to come down to Allison and Lindsay against Michael. Because I think Michael
Mm,
will have killed Lori at some point in the middle of the movie. It's kind of like a Dewey. Like when they killed Dewey in the
mm,
middle. I think what's going to happen is I think that she will step in because she is at peace a bit now,
mm.
and she's not trying to be all about that anger and that place of revenge that she was in Kills. And so I think what's going to happen is we're 4 years later. She's going to be much more in control of her life and her mind.
Mm.
And I do believe that Allison is going to be the polar opposite. She's going to be angry because her mom is dead.
I think
And
the same thing. I
okay,
do. At least with Allison, I think she is definitely going to be the spiteful, the holding the grudge, because she's arguably lost more than Jamie Lee Curtis has, than Lori has. She's lost her
yeah,
mom and her
yes,
dad and all her friends, her
yes,
boyfriend. He's killed everyone who's close to her besides Lori. So. I think we're gonna get how Lori was in the beginning of Halloween 2018. I think that's how Allison is gonna be. She's just gonna be this badass.
yeah,
She's training. She's maybe
mm-hmm.
the Myers house is like bulldozed down and it's completely flat, and she just parks her car there every day and just sits there and just just stern and angry and just
Oh,
building up that rage.
Yeah.
This is the last place I saw my mom. It
Oh
just,
gosh, I like that.
all this built up anger. I would love for the movie just to start right there. You get a big wide shot of the Myers house, but it's just completely crushed or burned down, or maybe the townsfolk burn it down. It's just nothing there. You just see Allison there
Just
just
dirt.
stare. Yeah. Allison's just staring at it, and she's just filled with rage. And I would love to see that. And then by the end, maybe she, takes notes from Laurie and just kind of defeats Michael, and then maybe she's at peace. You get what I'm saying? She's just kind of just
Yeah.
something along those lines.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Mm.
And I think Lindsay. Oh, here's the thing. Check this out. I
I
thought
think
I've
she's
given.
dead, man.
Oh no! I was because I was going to ask you because she's probably is like my
Yeah.
it goes back to
Right.
earlier where it's like what do we think will happen versus what we want to happen. This is one of
Exactly.
those scenarios because I want Lindsay to live and here's why. I'm thoroughly convinced. Again, Lori's dead. I'm going into this saying, oh, she's completely gone. It's like Dewey. I knew it. But here's the thing: if Hawkins is killed
Mm-hmm.
and Lori is killed, if they both die, and that leaves only one remaining surviving character from 78. I don't believe there's anyone left,
I don't
and
think so either.
I think that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you take because we're assuming Tommy's dead, of course, Sheriff Brackett, they're both dead, and if they kill Hawkins and Lori,
Mm-hmm.
uh, if they kill Allison, if they kill Lindsay, they're not. That means they have killed everyone from 78. There's no survivors left from the first movie, and as much as it bothers me to think that could happen, it also, when I say it out loud, it's like it's perfect because it's
I think
Halloween ends. It's perfect. Everyone's dead.
exactly. I think it's. I would like to see honestly all of them die. That'd be pretty
Yeah.
crazy. If even Allison dies and they all go out in the blades of glory,
Oh
that would
man.
that'd be cool. That's what I want to happen. But like we said, what we think's gonna happen is two different spectrums.
Yes. I know.
It's like you gotta think critically, but sometimes you're just like, oh, like I want this to happen so bad, but it doesn't make sense. Are they really gonna go this way? Is Blumhouse gonna, do this? I don't know. You're saying Lori's gonna die. I don't think she does.
Oh, I
I'm
love
on
that because
I'm
I
on the
don't want her to
opposite.
die, Zoe. I
Mhm.
love hearing you say this. Okay, tell me more. Why not? Give it to me. Convince me. Help me to
I'm more of
overcome
just
this.
thinking it's kind of like the Sydney thing. It's just Lori's just gone through so much. She's gone through so much loss and grief, and I want her to have her swan song. I want her to have
Yeah,
her peaceful ending or
me
somewhat of a
too.
peaceful ending.
Yep.
I think the ending is mainly Michael dying. Halloween ends when Michael ends. That's what I'm thinking. I think this is just. I think the title itself confirms that Michael will die, but does evil
Interesting.
really die? That's the thing.
Well, aha.
Does
See,
there's the
as
thing.
Jake would do, the fingers.
Yeah.
Okay, you got my fingers going because now you brought up another thing.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a theory I do not like at all. And I've heard
Mm-hmm.
this been given before, and I've seen it around.
Mm-hmm.
What if at the very and I even have said this recently on a live stream. What if, all right, bold predictions, right? We're talking about bold predictions.
Yes, sir.
Here it comes. Zoe, tell me if you love it or hate it. Here's the scenario. Allison's getting attacked by Michael. It's near the end.
Mm-hmm.
The suspense is building, and everybody's coming together. Michael's on his way, and everybody's there at the radio tower, and and you know uh, Michael is going to the top, and Lori is going to the top because she's got to kill him because she's got to save Allison. So she throws him off the tower. Oh, there he goes, right off the top of that tower.
Mm-hmm.
He falls down, and Lori falls down with him. And Lori, unfortunately, falls through a spike on something at the bottom. Lori's dead.
Mm-hmm.
We're all. It's a very sad moment. And Michael fell with her, and they're both impaled, and then
That's a brutal way to go out.
what a brutal way to go out. They're both
Mm-hmm.
impaled and something's sticking through both of them, and then Allison comes over because she brought an axe with her. Don't ask me how, but she was prepared. She has
Mm-hmm.
an axe. She's got some kind of a weapon, and she basically just mutilates Michael Myers. Okay, she's ripping, she's chopping off arms, she's chopping his head, she's chopping
H2O type thing, just
kind of
cuts his head off.
kind of
Yeah.
H2O, but she doesn't stop at the head. Here's what she does though, and here's where it's
Mm-hmm.
different. We're all like, yeah, everybody's in the theaters clapping after she avenged her. Okay, then all of a sudden she walks over to Michael's head, wherever it is. She takes the mask off,
Mm-hmm.
and it's David Gordon Green's head. I mean, David Gordon Green's head. That'd be hilarious. It's James Jude Courtney's head. That's awesome. That's so funny.
That's his cameo in the movie.
They do a mold of David Gordon Green's head.
Oh my god. Okay.
If they did that, bro, I swear. Oh my
That'd be
gosh.
hilarious. Oh.
I would absolutely die. But so here's Laura. I mean, here's my bold prediction. I want to see what you
Okay.
think.
Yeah, go for it.
She takes the mask off. Allison takes off the mask, and what does she do with it? She's looking, and she puts the mask on, and then all of a sudden, she looks down, and Michael's kitchen knife
Mm-hmm.
is laying on the ground. She picks it up, and she holds it like this, and the camera pans back slowly to the wide shot and credits.
I would hate that.
Right?
That gives me Doctor Sartain vibes. You know,
It does. Yes.
my reaction when we saw that when I saw the movie in the theater it was just oh no, like just where are we going with this? And then that plot point just ends abruptly. That made no sense. Just no, it would look funny just to see her with like her very skinny body with that mask on. It would be huge. You seen the Rob Zombie Halloween movies when little kid Michael is wearing the mask?
Yeah.
It looks awkward because the mask is so big and his body's so small. That's what it would remind me of. But no, I would hate that. Everything you said was cool, but once you put the mask on, nah, man, I'm out. I'm checking out.
Hey, listen, I actually, I absolutely agree, and I don't want that. Like, I don't want that. I,
I
I just
agree.
had to bring it up though because it's
Mhm.
the idea of is does evil die? That's because you even asked the question like if you
Mhm.
kill Michael, does evil die? Or is it passed on? But listen, I want to be clear on the live chat, guys. I do not want that to happen. That is not what I want. I was just posing an idea. That's all.
I think the evil dies, or excuse me, the evil never really dies. It's more of a metaphor because it's just
Yeah.
if you kill evil in one place, it can another person can become evil. It's like in a war, if you kill the big baddie, if you kill the big boss guy, another person just takes his place. You know, it's kind of like
Yes.
that. It's just, I think it's more kind of a metaphorical thing. I guess if I'm wording that right, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. No, I, oh, sorry, I hit the microphone. Yeah,
Mm,
no one. I don't think anyone wants to really see that. Right? I
no,
mean, maybe there's somebody out there, but I don't know.
I'm sure there is, but not me.
Not me either.
I'll jump off that boat.
I'll jump off the tower, radio tower.
Exactly.
Bearded Entertainment with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Eric. That's awesome, buddy. Says I'm
Awesome.
holding out hope for Tommy to live. Man, look. I'm with you, buddy. Fingers
Hey,
crossed.
we thought Hawkins was dead in 2018.
Fair enough, man. We
So
sure did, and he
he
made
got
it.
ran
So
over, and we didn't necessarily see Tommy die. We just,
we
you
didn't.
know,
We really did not see him like totally dead.
hmm
So there is a chance. I just my gut feeling is I don't think he's coming back. I
I
just
don't
don't
think
think
so
he's
either.
dead. But
I
I'm
don't.
with you. I want him just like again, what you want, what you think. I want him live. I want
hmm
him back with Lindsay in the final battle, but I don't. Bearded, hold out hope. Keep hope alive. Hope springs eternal. All right. We can keep it alive until October 14th, and it'll come crashing down.
That's so quick from like that's we're gonna get a
Right?
trailer soon. They're probably finishing editing the movie as we speak.
Yeah.
We'll get a trailer in a probably July, June at maybe at the
I
earliest.
I think so, man. I think because they got the CinemaCons happening. at the end of
Mm-hmm.
this month. But I don't
Might
think
get a
I.
maybe a teaser, maybe a
That's
shot.
what I was thinking. A
I,
shot, like
we'll get a
just an
poster or
image,
something.
or
Mm.
yeah. I mean, because they could have had that ready to go without even though the
Oh,
movie was
you
filming.
know they already have the they probably already have the promotional. They sometimes they shoot things just for promotional
True,
material. So
that's true.
I'm sure they got something. They probably got a couple things they're trying to decide. So I'm curious. I don't know where it's gonna go, and I'm excited. I'm
I am
excited.
too. I am excited.
Yeah.
Ghostface says, "I hate that they killed Brackett." I know. Listen, it was a double-edged sword. So, because I loved seeing him back, like I was like,
Me
"Oh, this
too.
is great,"
Yeah.
and we got to hear him give us one famous line. Everyone's
Yeah.
entitled
I
to
would have
one
one
good
good
scare.
scare. Yeah.
Oh,
Marion was in there too, so we got a
and
couple of
Marion,
the old cast members
yeah.
in there. It was nice to see them.
It was sad though. It was. I won't lie. It was sad when he got. In fact, every time I saw Brackett, I was like, because I was like, oh, how. And again, this is not to sound weird, but
Hmm.
like, you know, you ever see like an older person, like a senior citizen, like in their 80s,
Yeah.
and
The sweet
they're
old.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
you're just like, oh, this is a very sweet man or woman. That's
Exactly.
that's the way I felt looking at Brackett when they showed him. I'm like,
Hmm.
oh, I don't
And I
want.
felt bad because he lost his daughter. He's been through some stuff,
Yeah, he
and
has.
he gets a cool kill though. I do admit he gets like slit in the throat, which is pretty cool. So at least he got to go out. Awesome. He went out. He went out in a really good way. Uh,
Heck yeah, he did.
if you're gonna kill important characters, at least make them go out cool. That's my motto. Don't make a
Yeah.
lame kill because then that sucks. I don't want to see that.
I don't either.
Hmm.
That horror nerd, what's going on? Good to see you here. I hope
Hello.
Allison is one that gets to end it. Okay. I just want her character to be more relevant to the story. I think she's going to be, so my opinion
Hmm.
is that Allison is going to be very relevant to the story. I think she may actually be almost the lead, co-lead of Scream, not Scream, but of Halloween Ends. What do you think about Allison in the movie?
I've already thought she was. She gets. It's not like she doesn't get really sidelined at all throughout the movies.
Hmm.
Especially in 2018, she's prevalent throughout the film. Halloween Kills, she's in the film. She has good motive to want to hunt down Michael and hunt him down and kill him. So, I don't know if she needs more screen time. I think she's getting plenty of screen time, but obviously she will get more in this movie because we have other characters that are dead. So it just makes sense she's going to get more screen time.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I like
Um,
Allison as a character though. She's really interesting.
So hey, this for Devonte Huntley, bro. Listen, if this isn't your party, buddy, there's a lot of other places to go. So if Zoe and I are not entertaining for you, bud, I'm not offended by that. Are you, Zoe? I'm not
No,
offended by that.
hey,
There's probably about I don't know a few of the thousand channels at least, maybe hundreds of thousands of channels. So Devonte, have a good night, brother. You take care of yourself. All right, but I am kicking you out. I don't need you here. All
yeah.
right, so. All right. I don't have time for that.
No,
I
you're
ain't
good.
got time for that.
I saw it in the chat. I didn't want to mention anything, but whatever. Hey,
Yeah, I just don't have time for
positive
that.
vibes over here.
That's fine. Yeah,
Hmm.
I put him in timeout. Timeout's fine, but I'm just going to go ahead and say here's the door. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm good. I'm good with that.
gotcha.
Um, anyway, don't have time for negativity, man. Life
Too
is too
short.
short. It's way
Exactly.
too short for that, man. I don't have time for it. Not on my channel. Not on my channel. Man, maybe other channels will entertain it, but not me.
Yeah, you're the sheriff around here.
Absolutely. What's up, Eric? Now, Eric Ludwig. Now,
Hmm.
listen, Eric, welcome. Now, Eric has got
Hello.
quite a reputation. So, are you familiar with what Eric has done recently
No,
on Jake's channel?
enlighten me.
Okay. So, Eric, you've got quite a reputation. So, Jake was doing a live stream the other day, and Eric, let me know. You know what? I think it's the same Eric. Eric, you know what I'm talking about, Eric. Eric, look, I'm not going to say it if it's. I don't want to put you on the spot.
Hmm.
If I'm wrong, and this is not the same Eric who did the taco thing with Jake, the taco extension, Jake. If it's Eric rather, if
Uh,
that's you, confirm it in the chat. And then if you say that's me, I think it is. I'm going to share the story. Otherwise, I won't. I don't want to. I don't want to do it incorrectly or what have you.
okay.
Um, oh, and Eric's got a super sticker for
Ooh,
us. Thank you, buddy.
heck yeah.
All right, love it. We got us a black cat. Oh, I like that black cat sticker.
Nice.
Appreciate that for the $1.49 sticker. Eric,
I
thank you,
think I
buddy.
think I know what you're talking about. I was watching that live stream, but I wasn't watching. I was listening to it, so I didn't get to see what was happening. But I'm very curious though. You've piqued my interest.
Okay, I'll tell you the story because even if it's not this
Mhm.
Eric, yeah, I thought that was you. I thought that was right. Okay, Polar says you guys are doing great. I'm entertained. Well, thank you, Polar. I'm entertained as well, and
Yeah,
apparently
I'm
36 other people are as well. So we're having a good time.
yeah, I'm having a great time.
I'm glad you are, buddy. Me
Mhm.
too, man. All right.
Oh, Eric, he put the $100 to extend.
Yes.
Yeah.
This you got a Eric, you have got a reputation in the Lethal
Okay,
Collective.
that was
It is
badass. Yeah.
bro. I'm like I remember Jake was like, it's about time to go and and I came in at some point where I just heard him saying if you do $100, we'll extend the
Mhm.
stream for like another hour or something like
Uh-huh.
that. And I remember Jake taking that taco, a whole soft taco and just
Shoving it.
at one time.
Uh,
And I said, Jake, I talked to him earlier today. I said, dude, how did that feel? He was like, bro, he's like,
rough.
I just had to leave it in my mouth for a little while and just like let it like dissolve because it was like so much.
Oh man, I was in that chat earlier. I had to leave. I went to Disneyland that day, so I can only
Dude.
yeah, I was only there for 45 minutes. But yeah, me and Jake had a great discussion. I love Jake. He's a
Oh,
great guy.
he's a great friend, man.
Yeah, he is. He's fantastic. I love that guy. He's very nice. He's a sweetheart.
He really is, man,
Yeah.
and knows his stuff. Hey, speaking of great friends,
Fate.
people always wonder about me and Fake in the collect because we're always battling it out. It seems, but you know
Yeah.
what? At the end, the reality is, we respect each other. We love one another. We really do, and we're really good friends. And we can sit down and we have fun with it. I mean, it looks like we're really mad and angry. We're passionate. We're not faking it. We're passionate. But when we stop talking about it, it's over. Like it's like I'm not. It's like because I know he knows where I'm coming from, and I know where he's coming from, and it's a place that we care for each other.
You
And
can
so,
respectfully disagree, and it doesn't turn into
absolutely,
you bickering. Like and it's at the
no,
end, and I'm not gonna drain all my energy about a movie. At the end of the day, these are movies. We're having fun. That's what it's all about. It's
yeah,
just having a
that,
good time. It's not anything that serious.
no, not at all.
Yeah,
That's what this is about. We're not talking about going into brain surgery or some kind of
exactly.
surgical operation where someone's life's on the
Hmm.
line. These are movies. They're fictional, but they're
Hmm.
important to us though, and they mean a lot
Absolutely.
to us. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Polar. Eric is got quite a reputation in the collective.
Yeah, deep
He laid out
pockets.
he deep pockets evidently.
Yeah.
He did $100. He kept the chat going for an extra hour, and Jake's wolfed in the taco.
I,
And
I
Fate
I
said,
I hope you guys have a screenshot of that somewhere.
"I hope so. We need to go back to that live stream, Fate, and find it, and like just grab it." And
Hmm.
then Fate says he made me eat an imaginary taco for $45 on his live stream. That is
Oh man,
hilarious, man. Eric, your reputation is growing, my friend. That's
legend,
awesome.
absolute legend.
Legend.
Love to see it.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's great.
exactly. You can respectfully disagree and still be civil.
Okay, all right. Now this is funny. That's right. So Bearded says, "Oh, so it's $100 to keep the live going." Okay, all right. I'll put it out there because we're at 1 hour and 50. We're at 2 hours right now. We're about
Yeah,
to
we're
click
just
over in
about
four
it.
seconds.
Hmm.
Right now we're at 2 hours. And we talked before the live stream. We plan on going like 2 hours. Probably be our top.
Yeah,
So yeah, why not? Why not? Bearded's throwing it out there. I'm not even asking. Beard is saying, if it's $100, keep it going. If you
if
guys
it
want to
happens,
do
it
any,
happens.
if it happens, it happens. If you guys want to do any super chats, anything, well, Zoe, are you good to go for a little while longer if we get the super chats come in?
Yeah, if $100 comes in, sure.
Oh, all right. Zoe says it's got to be 100. So you guys, it's up to you guys.
Yeah,
You guys can call the shots, man. Yeah, absolutely. I love it.
I think well, Byron Weaver asked a pretty good question. He said, I don't know where it is.
I might have it. Oh, oh,
There you
Eric,
go.
Beard Entertainment, dude. Oh my gosh, he pulled in the what do you when you like just slide in the lane like side swipe and
I,
says I'll do it. Eric, bro, man,
hey,
seriously, dude, that is
awesome.
wow. That's all I can say is wow. Thank you, buddy. That is incredible. Wow. That's huge,
All
man.
right,
That's so huge. All right, well,
get
we're going.
comfortable.
We're going. Yeah, get comfortable, buddy. We're going. We're gonna keep it going. Um, that's freaking awesome. Thank you, buddy.
I knew it. I was like, yeah, it's a little suspicious there, sir.
Oh, I missed the first half. I gotta make up the time. That's so good.
True.
Wow. All right. Sorry about that, buddy. That when I popped in, you were talking about.
That's
Wait,
hilarious.
see. We're on the collect together for a reason, Craven. We can be brothers. Yeah, and as brothers, we can bicker and disagree. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Exactly right, man.
Yeah, you,
That's
you guys are very like I can see you guys have a really good relationship. You guys are awesome. You guys are like the Beatles, man. The Beatles of the horror community. You guys just
oh,
I,
oh, the
yeah.
Beatles of the horror community. Wow, I
Yeah.
like that.
You guys are awesome. You guys have a really genuine feeling about your group. You guys are just
Hmm.
a bunch of friends just being bros and talking movies. That's awesome.
That's it. And that's right. Horror nerd says Bearded and Eric are the goats. I think you're right. I mean, Eric, you have moved into goat status, buddy.
You know,
Wow.
it's been 2 live streams I've been a part of that have been the $100 donations. I'm just saying.
Oh, you know,
I'm just saying.
maybe you're the secret sauce.
Yeah, I don't know. A little spice in there.
What's up, Mega? Thanks for joining the chat.
Hmm.
And by the way, I know it's on the screen, but I always do like to at least mention it.
Hmm.
If you guys have not yet done so, please smash that thumbs up button. It's going to help this stream when we end. It's
Get
going
it
to go
up.
in replay, and it's important to help find more people find the video, the live stream. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right, Mega, welcome to the stream. Says Craven, any updates on Halloween Israel? We touched on it a little bit earlier.
Hmm.
We're thinking that most likely it's going to be June or July. Probably makes the most sense for a full trailer, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that happened with Halloween Kills. The trailer came out in July. I know it got leaked a little bit
Hmm.
earlier, so they
Yes.
probably wanted to drop it maybe closer to August, but June, July, because then that gives it about what 4 months until October. So
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
that's a good
That's
amount of promotion time.
Yep. Get the marketing machine cranked up, and again, CinemaCon is happening in next weekend in
Hmm.
Vegas, and
Expect
Universal
a
is
teaser,
presenting.
maybe. Hmm.
Yeah, like just a little teaser. Certainly, they could do if they really wanted to do it. They could throw together 30 seconds, a 30-second little trailer if they wanted to, a little teaser.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe 10 to 30 second teaser trailer for ends, and they get people talking. I would love to see it as a creator so I can talk about it. So
Yeah,
I hope it happens. I know Critical Overlord has a pretty good video talking about it. He's awesome too. I really like Critical Overlord. He makes good content.
he does. He really does. Face says, "I love it. So awesome to see this community. It is unbelievable, man. I'm telling you,
Hmm.
it
No
is.
doubt.
Every single day, I'm just so blown away by
A lot of
how.
great people in here.
Yeah, it really is.
Exactly. So with Halloween Ends, I I don't. Do you think it will be the longest movie uh, out of this new trilogy? Do you think it's?
Ooh,
I think it might be.
that's a good question, man.
Mm.
It almost seems like it should be if
Yeah,
it's the
because
last one.
yeah, and then because with Kills it's very fast paced, boom bang, But with this one, they need to kind of tone it back down, reset it. I wanted it to go back to that Michael stalking, being a creep, because
Mm.
that's what really scared me about the original Halloween. It's a slow burn. It's Michael just standing there looking creepy. You know, it's him staring, and that's scary. If I'm chilling in my room and I look out my blinds and I see that guy staring at me, I'm gonna pee my pants. I'm not.
I
Am
know,
I
right?
alone here?
No, I'm with you, buddy.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be pretty.
No,
No.
it's not.
Oh, that would be awesome to see. Just that go out kind of the way you started. Get that vintage, get that good old school
I think so.
Michael Myers, man.
Just that
That horror
creepy
nerd says someone
factor.
told me a featurette will be out soon. Well, maybe it's CinemaCon. That's what Brett said. Maybe it's CinemaCon. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we'll get a teaser. I agree. It's just there's a lot of hype surrounding ends, man. Halloween is a. I think it's one of the biggest franchises. Just at least on YouTube, it's a big presence. Usually when I do videos about Halloween, it gets a lot of views. It's just compared to other
Yeah.
franchises, like
Yeah, man.
people really love Halloween. It's There's some diehard fans. I know Scream is too, but
Hmm.
Halloween just man, people come out of nowhere for
Oh
those
yeah,
videos.
absolutely, man. There is a big fan base and
Hmm.
a lot of really faithful diehards. Um, Bearded says, Steven, you're getting close to 4,000 subs. Is everyone here
Ooh,
subscribed? You know what? I don't know. That's a
okay,
great question. Right now, if you guys want to know the actual number, I am at 3,984. I'm 16 away
nice.
from 4K. So if you're here on this live stream right now and you're not a subscriber or you haven't subscribed, I would greatly appreciate it. If you like what you see tonight, I have a lot more content like this on the channel, other live streams, other videos. So anyway, thank you for bringing that up, Eric. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
Uh,
awesome, dude. 4K is
that's
that's big. That's awesome. You're
that's a
right
big,
there.
yeah, man. I'm so excited to hit that. It's such an honor. It really is.
Yeah.
It's like you pinch yourself because it should happen this week. So anyway, if you're not subscribed, great, subscribe. Appreciate it. Or
Heck
as
yeah.
Fate would say,
What are you
what are you
doing?
doing?
Fate's awesome too. He makes great content.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, everyone in the collective,
Yeah. So
top
Night.
shelf.
Yeah, Knight's awesome too. His voice, man. Knight's just got a
Ooh,
he's got a way of talking that I like, man. He's just soothing. You can just listen. I can listen to
yes,
Knight. If Knight needs to start a podcast, yeah, I could listen to him
dude.
forever.
Right? I'm telling you right now. If I had to, if I ever had to have some really bad news delivered to me, and I've had to have some bad news delivered
Oh
to me in my
yeah.
life, I would want Knight to do it because even though it's bad news, it's going to be delivered good. It's going to be
Yes.
delivered great.
You can almost forgive the bad news if Knight tells you it.
Yeah,
I want
yeah.
Knight to like narrate my life. I want him to just
He's
be
like,
my biopic narrator.
right? Me too. Ghostface says I subscribe to Zoe. That's right,
Ooh,
guys.
heck
Yeah.
yeah! Thank
By
you.
the way, and this goes without saying, I'm going to say it anyway. I have links to Zoe's channel in the description of this video below. Everybody,
Awesome.
I want you to go do me a big favor. All my Cravenites, everybody that's still here, I want you to please, after this is done, jump over to Zoe's channel and
Thank you.
subscribe.
Heck
It's
yeah.
great content. I told you I'm not gonna waste your time with people that don't present really good material. His stuff is great. He's got passion. He's just a fun guy. He's a fun guy to listen to. That's
Thank
why I
you.
brought him on tonight because I know you guys were going to enjoy him. So go check out Zoe Crawford. We're not wrapping up. Don't worry, Eric. That $100 bought you more than 8 minutes. I'm not ending
Yeah.
right now. Trust me.
We
We're
still
gonna
got a
go.
while. But
We're
yeah,
gonna go
thank
for
you.
a while.
Thank you so much. I like to add varieties. I'm working on a Batman video right now and a Halloween Ends
Nice.
video. So I'll have that up this week. So yeah, if you want to subscribe, expect those videos up. So yeah, that'd
Heck
be awesome.
yeah.
I would appreciate a subscription. That'd be awesome. Join the
Yeah.
channel. I like to have
Yes.
I like to have a positivity vibes about me. I'm kind of a goofy. I'm just a goofy film fan, and that's what I try to portray on the screen. So hopefully I just do the best I can, and that's what everyone should do.
And you do a good job. Let me
Thank
tell
you.
you, you do a great job.
You guys in the collective as well. I think. Hold on a second. I think we got a comment talking about Nightmare on Elm Street. If you want to talk about that,
Yeah, man.
The
Let's
horror nerd brought it up.
let me take a look here. What time? What's the time? Because I'm behind.
9:29. So couple minutes
Oh,
ago.
well. Hold on. Oh, you said 9:29. I'm like,
Oh yeah,
dude, that's 2 hours
you're
ago. Oh my
11. You're
gosh. Yeah,
11:29,
that's
right?
hilarious.
Oh yeah, I'm West
Yes,
Coast.
that's so funny.
I'm California time, Pacific time.
Hey, real quick before we go there,
Yeah, yeah.
and we'll hit that. I have to just say, Fate. Somebody Polar asked. I think it was Polar asked Fate, what would it take for him to join the stew train? He said it would be $10,000, and I will join. Well, hold on. I'll be on the train next to Craven. For anyone who wants to donate, dude.
It'd be the conductor.
Nope.
10K.
Nope.
Oh no, that's you.
Nope. Nobody's taking my seat, buddy. No.
He'll be I don't know what's the second
What
command
would
of
be
a
like?
train. I don't know.
I'll say co-conductor. How about that?
Yeah, yeah. He's putting the coal into the furnace. He's 10K, man. That'd be awesome.
That would be amazing. JJ has a $2 super chat. Thank you, JJ. Appreciate that.
Awesome.
I've really enjoyed your comments on my videos, JJ, and interacting with you there. I appreciate it. So thank you
Heck yeah.
much for your support. That's awesome.
Awesome.
Very,
Yeah.
very awesome. Okay, 11:29. Let's see, Brett. Okay, hold on a second. Is this from Brett? Brett says, can I plug my Halloween fan film now? Because it goes back to what you guys are saying you want. Sure. I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, go ahead. Put it in the chat. Let's see what you got. I'd love to hear about it. Can you blah, blah, haters please? Oh yeah. All right. Sorry, Zoe. Which comment? Whose comment was it? I'm looking at 1129. Zoe? Are you frozen? I think we lost Zoe. I think we did. Zoe, if you can hear me, come back. All right. Bob says I just subscribed as well. Father Def, good. Yep, we lost Zoe. I'm sure he'll dial back in. Yes, I love seeing you guys subscribing to Zoe. That's awesome. Yeah, perfect time to do it. All right. He's turning my bills on. Monopoly money. See, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, we can do Monopoly money all day long. That's not a problem. Oh, Donna Jacoby. What's up, Donna, with a $5 super chat? Thank you. I have to run. Good night, everyone. Check out the streams from Bob Hunt as well. Yeah, absolutely. Donna, thank you for the super chat. And thank you for being a channel member and a Cravenite. I really appreciate your support. Means a lot. Appreciate you. And that's right. Bob Hunt, guys, has a channel. He's here in the chat. And I got to catch with some of his live stream today. And definitely go check out his channel. Go subscribe. And he's just getting started. And so he'd appreciate the support. And definitely go check out Bob Hunt. You see him here in the chat. He's a channel member, Cravenite. And go subscribe to his channel as well. And also, if Maverick Media, I don't know if Maverick Media is still here or not. He may be. Actually, he left already. But I was going to say, be sure and check him out as well. And while I'm on the subject of that, where is it at here? Let's see. Bearded Entertainment. Well, you know what? Here, shoot. The Bearded Entertainment. Here we go. This was a super chat earlier. I just want to make sure you guys see. The Bearded Entertainment. If you go search for him, and you definitely want to subscribe to his channel because he is going to be starting to host some watch parties on his channel, and great stuff is on the way. And Eric is an amazing guy. And no, I'm not saying that because he gave me a $100 super chat. That's not the reason. I'm saying that because it's true. And wow, what a great guy. What a caring, giving person. And so, yeah, be sure you subscribe to the Bearded Entertainment. And he's actually got a live stream coming up Wednesday night at 9:15 Central, I believe is the time. We're going to be watching the movie Teeth. Yes, Teeth. So definitely want to go check out his channel as well. All right, let's see what we got here in the chat. Hold on a second. Oh, there he is.
Hi.
Hey, Zoe.
I don't know what happened. my router just like exploded or something.
That's no worry. I knew you'd be back. No worries, man.
Sorry about that, man. I was like, the stream just crashed out of nowhere. Sorry about that.
Okay. So, Horror Nerd, I found it here. He said,
okay.
I think Zoe meant my comment about Nightmare on Elm Street. I was told earlier, apparently Warner Brothers are trying to get there. Okay, so I have an update for you on that. I actually am making a video on this to go out tomorrow. So Warner Brothers already has the rights to them. Here's the issue is the way the copyright laws are written. It's like every 28 years that copyright can go away.
Yeah.
And so they're about to lose the rights to Nightmare on Elm Street and Beetlejuice and some other titles. So what that is, that they're trying to retain the rights, not get the rights. So they're actually trying to keep them. So that's what they're negotiating right now. So that's what that update's about. Yep.
Makes sense. I'm surprised it hasn't been made already. Same thing. Well, I know Friday the 13th has a different issue, but I think the problem with the Nightmare on Elm Street is just casting Freddy. That's difficult. That's a hard thing to do.
It's so hard because he's so attached to. I mean, he is Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you replace him? I just don't see it. I'm not saying they can't. I'm just saying That's
It's
a big.
hard.
That's hard. Yes, that's so hard. I would not want to have be given that task. You
Not at
imagine
all.
that somebody says, "Hey, Zoe, you and Steven, you guys go to the room and you go cast somebody, and the franchise depends on your choice." Can you imagine that?
Yeah, I think that's what the remake had a lot of issues with. I don't necessarily hate the performance that is given in that movie. I think it's more a script issue, if anything. But
Yeah.
it's difficult. He's just so integral to that character, and he doesn't want to do it anymore. He pretty much gave it all he got. And I know he's a little bit older now, and also just having the heavy prosthetic is very difficult. I mean, he probably has to sit in the makeup chair for 6 hours a day to do all that.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's not an easy thing, man. So let's see. Byron here had a question. He
mhm.
was. Let's see where he says, "What if Spyglass Media Group gets the rights to the Halloween franchise? Okay,
Mm.
or let Blumhouse keep the rights to the Halloween franchise? How would you feel about that?" Um, well,
Um,
what do you think, Zoe?
I think Blumhouse has done a good job. I know people are critics critical about this trilogy, this current trilogy, but I think
Hmm.
Blumhouse has done a fine job. I don't know how the rights work with Halloween. It's very tricky because I know a lot of different studios have had the rights to it at some point. So if Spyglass were to do it, I'm not sure. Besides Scream,
Hmm.
I don't really know what other horror um, properties they have. Do you? I mean, besides Scream.
Man, I'd have to really look that up to be honest with you. I
Mm-hmm.
can do a quick search to see because I
Because I
don't
think
really.
Spyglass is a Paramount company, technically, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's part of they're one of the studios for Paramount, one of their sub
So
studios. So
Friday the 13th is the only really main one that Paramount owns. I'm not sure. I have to do some
oh,
googling.
yeah, I'm googling right now myself because really it's really more Paramount than Spyglass, right? It's
hmm
because they're the parent of all this.
Yeah,
So
it's the sister studio or whatever.
yeah,
Hmm.
so let me just look though because I don't really remember. And again, I could be totally wrong here. I'm literally looking it up. I don't remember Spyglass being known for horror at all, like a reputation like Dimension used to be, and
Yeah, Dimension
some of
was
those.
big in the 90s and early 2000s before, the Weinstein issue.
Bob and Harvey,
Yeah. Mm.
Spyglass
Might
Media
get
Group.
demonetized if we talk about them.
Yeah, I better stop there.
Yeah. Don't want to go
I'll
down
leave
that
it.
rabbit hole.
Ooh. Let's see. Okay. So Spyglass was founded in 1998.
Mm. Also newer. It's a newer studio ish.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It's fairly new. Here we go. Spyglass Media Group movies. Let's see what we got. All right, we got Scream 5, of course. Oh, I actually called it
hmm
Scream 5. I'm shocked. Hellraiser 2022, the new
Oh.
Hellraiser.
Okay.
Bruce Almighty, The Sixth Sense. 2012, The Vow, Seabiscuit.
Okay. Some more independent horror movies, not huge
Yeah,
franchises.
yeah. Not seeing any. No,
hmm
no, none of the.
Okay.
They've covered a lot of different stuff, but uh, no,
I
not
know
yeah.
Hellraiser has God that's also another one like Texas Chainsaw and Halloween where the timeline and everything is just terrible. It's a shame what Hellraiser has become nowadays. It's pretty bad. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I know. I'm going in with low expectations. Let's put it that way.
Me too, unfortunately.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. I don't know, Byron. That's a good question, man. I mean, I personally am okay with. Honestly, that doesn't matter as much to me as it does in who's directing and writing, and that
hmm
because that's really the most
Yeah, the
important part.
studios they have some input obviously because
Yeah.
they're the ones putting the money down. But at the end of the day, it's about the script and the directors and the cast and all that. That's really what it boils down to. But
Yep.
I would love to see a new Nightmare. I'm curious, but I'm big on Friday the 13th, man.
Yeah.
I love Friday the 13th. It's just fun slasher movie craziness, blood everywhere. That's what I want to see. I hopefully they can get all their stuff together. I know it's more
I
of a money.
know.
It's a more of a money thing at this point, just distributing the money evenly. So We'll
Well,
see.
and we were talking about that on the collective the other day, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
the thing about that baffles my mind is that I know these two parties involved disagree, and they're at different, sides of the spectrum. But look, there's money on the table to be
So
made.
much money.
Yeah, it's like, why don't you just put your ego and pride down a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and come up here to the middle and say, look, and just figure out and hammer out an agreement so that everyone gets paid. And all of a sudden, both sides of it, Sean Cunningham and whoever's on the other side,
Mm-hmm.
their pockets are gonna get full again.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a
just
and people have been starving for a new Friday movie. Yeah,
yes,
it's a big franchise. Like I love it. I can't wait till they revive it. I'm very curious what they're gonna do. Are they gonna maybe just redo a remake, or
yeah.
are you gonna include Pamela Voorhees in there?
Mm,
That's a thing too. A lot of people want to see a remake of the original Friday the
yeah.
13th without Jason. That's not gonna happen because let me tell you, there's no money's gonna be made with that movie. Like
No.
you want to see Jason be the
Yeah.
killer. You don't want to see Pam. That's what you come for. You come for Jason. You come for that hockey mask.
Heck yeah, man. That's right. It's you want to see that. They got to get that worked out, man.
Yeah, he's
And
such an iconic look in just pop culture. He's just
mhm.
he's very he's just one of those characters like a Myers, like even a Darth Vader or Ghostface. Just those
Oh man.
iconic looks.
Yeah, it's the look where you just know. No one needs to tell you anything. You just know when you look at them.
Hmm.
You know
The
right away.
music, yeah.
Hmm.
Just
Oh gosh, yes.
iconic. Just nothing beats it, man. Just really great. I love Friday the 13th.
Me too. Aiden says Blair Witch is coming back. Yeah, I heard that. Talk about that a little bit earlier on the collective. What do you think
I'm
about
not
that,
a
so?
I'm not a huge fan. I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm not a huge fan of found footage movies. And with the Blair Witch, I think it came out at a time where it was the late 90s. Internet was
Yes.
just becoming a thing, and it was one of those
Just
movies where like,
becoming.
is this a real thing? Is this a real
Yep.
documentary? And that was the whole marketing behind it. Is this
Yeah, it
real? And
was.
people are saying it's real, it's not real. So I think that had a lot to do with its success more than how good of a movie it is,
Yeah,
in my
I
opinion.
agree. I was there. I
Hmm.
remember because I was in my 20s at that time,
Uh,
and I remember the marketing. I remember, in fact, Carbonite Jedi, my buddy Mike, we've been friends since we were like 16,
mm,
and we watched it together, and we both believed everything because the market they had a website.
yeah.
Again, this is
Uh,
early internet, like you said. This is early
yeah.
internet.
Talking early 2000s, 90s, and stuff. Yeah.
Early in the 90s. Yeah, it was late 90s. And we looked at the website. They had the crime scene photos. They had all these things about. They had profiles on the missing kids,
Genius
and
marketing.
it was a brilliant. It was brilliant. We totally bought it. Him and I both did. We thought it was real.
Mm,
And I've said this story before, but when we left, that when the movie was over,
mm.
it was so somber in that theater. It felt like we were in a funeral, dude. I mean, I'm serious. People were not talking. It was silent. They were like walking in single file. Just it was weird.
Yeah,
I've
that
never seen
ending
that before.
that ending is very somber. It's not a easy watch either. It's not something
No,
I would revisit very often. But I'm not a fan of the found footage style. It's just not my thing.
not your thing. Yeah.
I don't like Paranormal Activity either. That was a big
Okay.
thing when I was growing up. That was in the mid 2000s, 2006, '07, and it never really grabbed me. Even Saw, I like the original Saw, but after that, the sequels just get kind of gratuitous. I grew up in the remake
Yes.
torture porn era of horror
Oh,
movies. You know,
dude. I can't. It's just not my thing, bro.
me either.
The first Saw, James Wan, fantastic. That first movie, it
Yes,
was about the story. The
in the
traps were
in
secondary.
the ending, the twist ending had everyone
Oh
talking.
man, oh,
Great
that
ending,
ending, ooh,
fantastic.
so good, dude.
Hmm.
I love that show. In fact, Jake and I did. I had him on. We did a whole. I have a series I call Craven Some,
Hmm.
and this is Craven Some Saw, and so we watched it. Oh no, we didn't watch it, but we talked about it for like a couple hours and broke it down. It's just such a good movie, and it's a classic.
Yeah,
Uh,
horror goes through phases, man. We get
mhm.
weird subgenres nowadays. It's just, especially in 2000s, that was a interesting period. A lot of remakes, a lot of a lot of blood movies just for the sake of it. So very interesting part of the history of the horror genre.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. Now, Eric, I see you're putting up. What is it? Taco?
Yeah. Oh, you're making me hungry, man.
All
Woo.
right, Eric. Look, man. I don't know if you're trying to drop a hint, but if you're trying to say you want to extend this live stream longer, because Zoe and I are going to wrap up in 4 minutes. So if you guys want to, yeah, it's 2.5 hours. So if you guys want to go longer than 4 minutes from now, we're then super chats will keep it alive. I'll implement Fate's system he's got over there, $1 per minute.
Yeah.
So if you want to see us continue talking with you guys, talking horror, talking movies, Zoe, can you stick around? I don't know. What are you on Eastern? What time zone are you in, man?
I'm Western, so it's
Oh,
9:49.
dude, it's not even 10 for you. Okay, we're all right. That's
Yeah.
good.
It's
All
it's
right,
not that bad.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So
If I have to leave, I'll tell you. So.
okay, that's
Yeah.
fair. That's
Gotcha.
fair. All right, guys. So yeah, if you want the stream to continue for beyond the next 3 or 4 minutes, please get your super chats in. We'll extend this. We'll extend the stream. And Eric, I will eat, and Zoe and I will both eat virtual tacos.
Oh yeah.
If you
I
if
I, I
you want to
wish I
drop
had
it,
a real taco right now. That sounds
all
amazing.
right,
In
I could go for
California,
that.
we can serve up some tacos. I'll tell you, we got a lot of good Mexican food out here. I don't know, because where are you from? You from
Bro,
Texas?
I'm in Texas. I'm down here in,
Oh,
in, in Houston, where the Tex-Mex is king.
yeah, you got the barbecue, huh? You got
And
all that stuff. Yeah.
barbecue and the Tex-Mex. I'm telling you,
hmm
man. Genuine lover, what's up, Brian?
hmm
Gail and Sydney should remain the last two original OGs left standing in ultimate victory. I'm good with that.
Yeah,
Heck yeah.
I wouldn't mind.
Heck yeah.
A lot of good questions coming in though. At the,
I know. This is good
it,
stuff.
it,
I'm trying to catch up
yeah.
here. Here's one we got. We got one from Father Death, still hanging out with us. A
hmm
bit random, but what do you guys think about Jordan Peele's Us and Get Out? Get Out is one of my favorite
Ooh.
movies of all time. All right, Zoe, what do you feel about those movies, man? And I'll tell you my thoughts.
I love Get Out. Get Out is
Hmm.
fantastic. I agree with you, Father Death. We're on the same boat there. Us, I like Us. I think the ending's a little bit too out there. It's kind of just the whole tetheredness and just how all that works is a bit confusing. It isn't explained very well. But other than that, I think it's a good movie. It's set in Santa Cruz, California, which is very close to where I live. I'm a couple hours away from it. So
Okay.
it's fun seeing all these horror movies in areas that I'm so familiar with, like Scream. I'm in Scream's backyard. Like I'm pretty much where Scream was filmed. So
I'm jealous. So jealous, dude.
yeah,
That's amazing.
so but yeah, I like Jordan Peele. I think Jordan Peele makes really interesting movies. I think I'm excited for Nope. So yeah.
Yes, I am too. Um, and I really enjoyed both of these movies. I actually enjoyed personal preference. I like Us ahead of Get Out.
Well,
That's
okay.
yep. Most people, majority I speak to, is reverse to that.
hmm
I actually am going for Us first for me, and Get Out. Now we got a challenge that's been given. Fate, my buddy Fate, has issued a challenge. If there is a $30 super chat right now in the next 2 minutes, Fate will crash the stream. That's right. I will bring Fate Decided onto the channel here with Zoe.
$30,
Because Zoe,
man.
we've had 2.5 hours together one on one. This has been
Oh yeah.
wonderful. I love it. We could go another hour or two.
Yeah.
But Fate can come on for 30 minutes if anyone wants to do a $30 super chat. It's up to you
Yeah.
guys.
Whose pockets are deep this time? Who we gonna
Yep. Yep, I'm craving. I mean, Fate. I'm okay with that, buddy. I will do that for $30. Heck yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that to you guys. It's
hmm
worth it.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah,
So,
go for it. We still got some pretty good questions to last, or whenever you want to end the stream, man. It's your
oh
show.
no, yeah, no. We got a couple more questions
Yeah.
here. I definitely want to ask while we wait to see if anyone's gonna do the $30 challenge, the
Oh
thirty
yeah.
dollar Fate Decided challenge.
hmm
Uh, Craven and Zoe, what if A24 got the rights to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise or
Ooh.
Halloween? Ooh,
I would like to see Texas Chainsaw get the rights, or excuse me, A24 to get the rights to Texas Chainsaw because I don't want to spoil X for you, so
yeah. Don't please don't
yeah,
please don't.
no,
Thank you.
no, but X feels like Texas Chainsaw, so it's that's as far as I'm gonna go,
Okay. All
and
right. Fair enough.
I would like to see that though. That's a great question.
Uh-oh.
We got
Well,
we got
oh boy.
we got twenty
Okay.
dollars in here.
I see a $20 super chat from Bearded. Oh, Eric, he's okay, man. We need 10 more. $10.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to do a $10 super chat right
10
now,
people donate $1. So,
or yeah, if multiple people want to do a dollar each, whatever it
yeah.
takes. Thank you, Eric, for the $20 again, man. And on top of your previous, that's
Awesome.
so
Yeah.
gracious of you, man. Generous of you. As long as there's no Stu debate, we got to save that. Fair enough. We will not talk. And honestly, I don't have the energy at midnight to even dive into that debate. So absolutely 100%. If Fate comes on, we will not discuss Stu. We're going to table that for another time. We're just going to hang out and just hang out and talk movies with
Yeah,
Zoe.
we're just relaxing,
We're
man.
just relaxed, man. This is not, yeah, hanging out.
Yeah.
Agreed. So Bearded has done it. So we need another, uh-oh.
There you go. We've reached
Oh, Bob Hunt says he's throwing in on it. $5 from Bob. Thank you, Bob. Appreciate the super chat. Oh, and Beard is coming through with another $10. There's no 30 option. Oh, that's hilarious. That's awesome, man. Well, all right, guys. Well, guess what? You guys just bought 30 more minutes of a live stream with our new guest that'll be joining here shortly.
Yes, sir.
Fate decided. Fate, let me send you the link,
Yeah.
buddy. I'm gonna send you the link. Hang on. Let me thank you guys. By the way, thank you again, Bob. Appreciate that, buddy. And Bearded. Over the top generous tonight, Eric. And it means the world to me, dude. Really,
Yeah.
really does. Thank
Every
you.
time I've had a chat with you or Jake or anyone a part of the collective, it gets crazy. I don't know. It's just
It
I don't know
does.
what it is, man. It's just
I know, man. It just and it's like unplanned. Like this stuff just is
yeah.
completely
Not
organic. It just flows, man. It just happens.
a live stream can
Um,
go in any direction. It's just it
it
gets wild.
can.
It's Wild West out here.
It is the Wild West. Hey, Fate. I know you're in the chat, and I'll blast this over everybody. It's fine. Fate, can you do it through Instagram or Twitter, or are you want me to? You know what? I can email it to you. That's easy. Let me just email it to you.
Yeah, StreamYard makes it so easy.
It
I love StreamYard.
does.
Great.
StreamYard is the bomb.
Yeah.
This is all because of Night Watch Zone. That's how I found out about StreamYard,
Mm.
and once I got it, I'm like, oh man, this is like the best tool ever.
Yeah, you can learn it in 20 minutes. It's so easy. It's great.
Yes.
Love it.
And I was always like, man, why can't some of these? All right, Fate, it's in your email. So I love StreamYard because
Hmm.
some of the issues you have is where stuff's not user friendly. It's clunky. It's not. You know what I mean?
Confusing. Yeah.
Confusing. And the minute I loaded this thing up, I'm like, oh, you mean I can literally plug and play? Like if I push this button, it actually does what it says, and not like
Yeah, you gotta
makes you jump through hoops.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and it does. So for anybody on the stream, I know Bob, you're doing live streams. Bob Hunt, who just did the $5 super chat.
Heck
I
yeah.
know you guys are doing it. Anyone here who's doing live streams, you really, really, really got to do StreamYard. Check it out.
It's the
You
only
need
way
to
to
check it
go.
out. Yeah. Bob says you're awesome and love to help out the channel. Well, thank you, Bob. I really appreciate it, man. Bob, your support is amazing, and you're doing great on your channel, buddy. Keep it up. Keep it up. I was able to get on and listen to one of his live streams earlier.
Awesome. Yeah, I love all the I love the community, man. It inspires more people to make content like we do. So,
Yes,
it's great. It's just it's fun. It's so much fun.
it is. I love it. I love it when someone says, "Hey, I'm starting a channel now,"
Yeah,
and I'm like, that is so cool.
it's very
So
sweet, very
let's see here.
inspiring.
It is, man. What's up, Nick? Welcome to the live stream. Glad you're
What's
here.
up, Nick?
Nick, we would not normally have been here. We've gone into 2 hours. We've gone super chats have kept this stream going, and right now the super chat is keeping this stream going for another. I'm waiting for Fate to get in here. Come on, Fate.
Yeah, got another half an hour or so.
Yeah, another half hour when Fate joins. And if you guys want this to continue longer, I can go longer. Zoe, you can go. You're welcome to stay as long as you want. But if we get any more super chats starting now, I'm going to keep a tally, $1 per minute if you want it to go past 30 minutes.
Yes, sir. Fair rate to me.
I think so. You know,
Yeah.
at Beard Entertainment, you subscribe as well. Yeah, that's so cool. Brett James Bishop. Yeah, let's spread share the love, man. You know, be sure you guys are subscribing to Zoe's channel. We talked about it a minute ago. My
Thank you.
guest tonight. You already see how cool of a guy he is, and you just got to go subscribe to his channel. And then Bob Hunt. Everybody subscribe to Bob Hunt's channel.
Heck
Go
yeah.
check it out. He's just getting started. This is the time. Let's show him some love. Let's show him some support. And let's give him some Cravenite love. And Brett, you as well, man. You're a Cravenite as well. And so, hey, let's all subscribe because that's what this is about.
Yeah.
You know,
Building communities, talking movies, man. Just
that's
having
right.
having a good time. That's what it's
Building
all about.
communities. We don't tear down other creators and communities. You
Exactly.
know, we're here to build each other up. Oh, I see the door. Somebody's knocking at the front door. Hold on a minute. I got somebody here knocking. Let's see. Oh,
What's
there he
up?
is. What's
There we
up,
go.
We're
Fate
here.
Decided?
We're here. What's going on, Zoe? What's going on,
What's
Craven?
what's up, Nate?
Hey, man, we've been talking movies for 2.5 hours, having a good time, and now thanks to the Fate Decided challenge,
Yeah,
30
I gotta
more
look out.
minutes.
I gotta look
Yeah,
out.
It's been a wild stream so far. We my internet's crashed. I mean,
that's true.
we're eating virtual tacos. We're getting we're getting
Getting lit.
thrown all
Getting
over.
lit.
Yeah, it's a
I
strip
get
club
it.
in here, man.
This
I had,
stuff is
to, I had to
lit.
throw a sweater on. It's cold in this. I walked in my office and I was like, man, it's freezing in here. So that's what took me so long. I had to go run and grab a sweater real quick. But we're
Well, you
here.
know what? It's gonna get hot up in
It
here,
is
so yeah,
hot
it's gonna be
pockets.
hot
The
pockets.
top of my mouth is hot.
Oh my gosh.
Does anyone know
So
what that's from?
I don't
Kevin
know.
Hart. Kevin Hart stand-up.
I didn't
Ah,
Crazy
see it.
people.
Kevin Hart. I love Kevin.
I do too. He's wonderful. But what do we got? What do we got?
Well, we got everything. We've been talking Scream. We've been talking Halloween Ends. We've most recently been talking Halloween Ends. So, Fate, let's talk a little bit of Halloween Ends with you, man. So, I touched on this earlier. I'll bring it up again because we have some new folks that are joining the chat just now. So, and those that have been here, it's gonna be your take. So it'll be something a little bit different. Trying to find the image here. There it is. Fate, the radio tower. The Tower of Power. So tell us, Fate, what's your opinion on this radio tower, bud?
Personally, well, for starters, I hope it isn't what many people think it will be, which
I
is like
know.
controlling Michael or whatever. Let's not do that nonsense.
I
I
agree.
I think it'll be a lot more simple than what we think. I think it'll most likely be two things. Either A, that'll be where the climax takes place, like the third act, at like
Hmm.
this radio station or whatever, or it'll just be a nice reference and callback to Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. I think it's either going to be a callback, which we've already seen, callback
Hmm.
to that, and then or it'll be like like the final showdown location, like maybe Michael's living in the basement at this like abandoned radio tower or something,
Yeah.
cave dwellers, that kind of thing. That's what, if I had to guess, like that's what I would put my money on.
Oh, I hope that's what I'll be okay with that. I can handle that. Like, okay, this is maybe the antenna, the radio tower is not even working. Heck, who cares? It's just like old and dilapidated or something.
What if
But I
Michael's
just
just got a little antenna coming out of his head?
a little
He's
silver
just
shamrock.
walking around. He's just a robot.
I agree. I just don't see what else they could really do. I don't think it's that deep. I think people are looking into it a little bit too much. Like I said, I think it's a setting or a theme. We were talking about it earlier. I don't know. Maybe the final battle does take there. I mean,
Yeah.
seeing Michael fly off that thing and being impaled by a spike would be
Ooh,
very
yeah.
weird. But we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not huge on the idea of that though. I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic about Halloween Ends.
Well, okay, I'm gonna throw
I'm
this out there.
excited at the same time though. But
Same here. I know Night is. I mean, not Night. Fate is very concerned,
mhm.
and we're not going to go too deep into. I know you already know, you're kind of laughing. You already know. I'm not going to go too deep into kills because we really want to focus on ends.
Yeah.
But based on Fate's feelings of kills, I know you're. What is your expectation level, man, for
I,
ends? Like, where do
so
you
so
going in at?
yeah, so like, here's the thing. Like, I I don't. It's not that I'm concerned about ends. I'm actually not. I actually have more faith
Okay.
in ends. because I think it'll get back to a movie. You know what I mean? Like I said, like
Hmm.
I understand what Halloween Kills was, but it wasn't a structured movie. Like Jamie Lee Curtis. I mean, technically I'm right, but Laurie Strode. She had no purpose in the entire movie. It was just a bunch of random chaos in many ways, which
Yeah.
it did have its gems. I've always said, like Halloween Kills. I'm not that blind and that like just I hate this movie that I can't at least see the good in it. It did have some things in it. It just from a movie like cinematic perspective, I felt like it didn't really need to be a movie. And it's all about the
Yeah.
bottom line. It's all about a dollar. I get it. It's business. They need to make the money. It made $131 million. So it did well. But
Yeah.
as far as Halloween Ends, I expected to get back to what 18 was. I loved 18 because
Yeah.
it was a structured movie. You had
Yeah.
these points that it hit and it told a story. And I think that that's what Ends is going to do. I do have concerns about it, like the 4-year gap. I'm really worried about that because that's a long
Yeah.
time. I mean, Lori could have gotten hit by a bus in that time. Like, you know what I mean? Like that, just 4-year gap is a long gap. Like that's
Yeah.
not like, it's not, you're not a month, a year, whatever. Like, and I don't see the town just saying, oh, okay, well, I'm just going to let Michael just go off into the woods by himself. Like this town went from
Yeah.
being mad people to trying to take him out to what? They just let him go live happily ever after for 4 years? Like, it's
I,
just I feel like they're painting themselves into a corner where they're gonna have to explain a lot of stuff, and
So
that's
so you're concerned about how they're going to explain why Michael's been missing for 4 years. That's why you're concerned about the time jump.
well, yeah, that and just everything
Mm,
in general. I mean, think about it. What has Lori been
mm,
doing for 4 years? What has Allison been doing for 4 years? What happened after Karen's death? What has Lindsay been doing? What has the town of Haddonsfield been doing? Where has Michael
mm.
been? What's going on with Michael? What happened with the townspeople wanting to kill Michael? What happened with all the
Right.
dead bodies? What happened with the sheriff? Like the list goes on and on of stuff you need to explain because there's a 4-year gap. Like this
Mm,
isn't like the way I look at it. Like if you wanted to do the 4-year gap, that should have happened in 18. Maybe you tell the story of Michael, you have that like him locked away, he escapes, and it's like this adventure of him getting there, and you jump a couple years to the point that we got. That bleeds into Halloween Kills. Halloween Kills bleeds into Halloween Ends, and it's like the night of the thing. That I think makes more sense. But you had
mm.
this crazy showdown. All of this stuff happened in Halloween Kills on Halloween night, and then you're going to skip 4 years into the future. like it's not like
yeah.
we had a conclusive ending in Halloween Kills. It's not like everything was
No. No.
wrapped up into a bow. It was left
Right.
so open ended. There's so much mystery and concern. Like I understand having to jump a little bit because you need Lori to heal, things like that. But
Yeah.
4 years, that's a long time, and that's probably my biggest concern. Is that you're gonna have to fit
Okay.
so much into the story, or you're just gonna skip over it, and now you're gonna have a bunch of people that are like, what the bleep just happened? Like,
I think with that is all the questions that you ask can be answered, but the thing is, will they spend too much time on that? Will they have too much exposition where it's like, okay, the first act is just them cleaning up what's been happening within these 4 years,
yeah.
which I do agree could be a concern because it's like, okay, or you need to move this movie along because we're so used to the fast pace of Kills, and even 2018 it wasn't as fast as Kills, but it moved along swiftly. It didn't drag in parts. It had exposition where it needed to be because we're filling in a 40-year gap essentially.
Mhm.
So I think if you look at it from the Halloween 2018 perspective, they had to fill in a lot of questions too, but it still made sense, and all the exposition was done pretty well. It told the audience what it needed to know. So
Hmm.
I think that concern doesn't really concern me personally, but I do get where you're coming from.
Yeah, but to push back
Mm,
slightly is that like the difference between that
mm-hmm.
in this 4-year gap is like I said, the open endedness. Like the
Yeah,
last 40 years, Michael's been locked away and Laurie's been
true.
absolutely just crazy and obsessive. You don't need to explain what's happened for 40 years because Michael's been locked away. You know what I mean? Like it's something that I mean, they did do some explanation with
Mm,
dialogue, but it's not something that you didn't have 10 characters all like ending on a cliffhanger essentially
mm.
that you need to explain what's happened over the last 4 years.
But
That's my concern.
is night excuse me, is 1978 not a cliffhanger ending? Because
Well, I mean, yes, it is a
mm,
continuation, but we knew what happened. Michael went into, he
yeah,
was locked away for 40 years. You don't need to
mm,
explain Michael Myers. Where
true.
Halloween Ends, what happened to Michael Myers the last 4 years? Like they just let him live in his house and left him alone? You know?
I
I
th- I
mean,
think I think he's the shape, so he's kind of
Yeah.
gone with the wind. I think
He's
they're
just
kind of
floating like
yeah. He's kind of just I think he's gonna revert back to that lurking in the shadows, that stalker, that
yeah.
like everyone's scared. They've probably canceled Halloween for years or whatever for the last 4 years, and maybe this is like okay, it's the fourth year now, so everyone's like okay, maybe he's dead or something, and they bring Halloween back, and then he kind of comes back full circle. I think he's still killing people. He's just not at his 100%. Michael Myers killing people sparingly, pretty much. But
But it's
yeah,
like
I get you though.
yeah.
It's a lot to
Well,
explain
it's not so
for
much just
sure.
Michael though, too, because even if that
Yeah.
is the case, let's say Michael does sort of just fade to the background, right?
Mhm.
Insert the Homer Simpson meme where he
Yeah,
just fades
going
into
back
the
in the
bush,
bushes.
right?
Yeah.
Like say that's Michael Myers. The
Mhm.
problem is too is that Lori was compulsively obsessed with going after him. Is she
Right.
really just gonna let him walk away? And like, yes, I understand she's got to heal herself, whatever. Okay, how long does that take? Let's say a couple months. So what has happened the last 3 4 years, 3.5 years with her? Like she just was okay with him blending in. Oops,
Mhm.
why is this getting caught? Sorry.
Very good.
But yeah, like yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you have her, you have Sheriff why am I blanking on his name? Help me please. Sheriff
Hawkins.
Hawkins. There you go.
Hawkins.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry about that. You have Hawkins, you have Allison, you have Lindsay,
Mhm.
you have just the town of Haddonsfield in general. Like even if he did, because we know he went home, right? And so there is the tweet. I mean, we don't know for sure if it was just a throwaway thing that was just Blumhouse just messing around with or what, but that Lori bulldozed his house. Right?
Mhm.
Someone asked what happened to the Myers house. Basically the same questions I asked, and he said that it got bulldozed by Lori, which does make sense based on her character.
Mhm.
Problem is that like, so then what happened? Like, and if he did go lurk in the shadows and he's picking people off sparingly, this town, we left off on them just being overly obsessed with trying to kill Michael, and this mob failed. I
Mhm.
mean, yeah, you could say like they all just said, "Hey, we don't want to die either." But what are you gonna do? You're gonna hide in your house and just hope that it just wait, like hope. Oh, maybe Santa Claus isn't gonna pick us off today. Like like I just
You
I
know,
just see a lot of issues that arise because of such a long gap.
I actually don't really view that as an issue. I think all the really rebellious, big cojones, wild people were out there trying to kill Michael. You got a lady with the iron out there trying to, kill off Michael Myers. So maybe all the really dumb, ambitious characters died and all the smart ones stayed in and were like, yeah, we're going to chill back. I'm
Yeah,
not, you know what I'm talking about? So I think that might be a little bit realistic in some sense, but I do get what you're saying. But I think
yeah,
there's ways to answer these questions that isn't too exposition heavy, that you might be looking a little bit too deep into certain things.
it's
And I think that,
possible. It's
yeah.
it's very possible. I mean, they might be able to just sew it up. But I mean, like
Hmm.
even if we take in reality, like
Yeah.
what did the police force do? The police force just let him go away? Don't you think they would have called like the National Guard or something like that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you get what I'm saying? Like there's so many things that you could question and bring up and do all this stuff that
Mm.
you wouldn't have those same questions or issues. I mean,
If it,
even just the fact that those questions exist because of a 4 year gap is an
yeah.
issue
If
in and
Yeah.
of
if you
itself.
cut if you cut the 4 year gap,
Yeah,
all
then
those
you did
questions that
all
you're
those
saying
questions
would not
are
exist.
irrelevant. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
Right.
non-existent.
I
So
get you.
why even put yourself in a position to do that? And like I said, maybe it is perfect. Maybe it's wrapped up in a perfect bow. Maybe I am just
Yeah.
looking into it too much. I mean,
Mm.
I'm wrong all the time. But the thing is that like the fact that they even put themselves in that position to allow people
Yeah.
to feel that way and question that is not a
Mhm.
good sign. On top of that, it's the third installment of a trilogy, which is always an issue, right? No wrapped up in a bow film is really wrapped up in a bow. There's always questions, there's always issues, there's always something going on, there's always those craziness. It's just I don't know, I just felt like they put more issues on the film than it needed to be. It
Yeah.
could have been just very simple and straightforward. And we
Yeah.
won't know. It's all speculation and
Yeah,
guessing at this
yeah.
point,
We'll know
but
in October. I mean, the
yeah,
thing, my hope is that since this was a trilogy from the beginning, I would hope
they
that
had
this
to.
has been so well thought out,
You
like
would
from
hope
the.
so.
We hope so from the beginning. I'm giving benefit of the doubt, right? because
Yeah.
I like the first two movies
And they had
personally,
more time.
and they had more time, a
It
lot more
got
time.
pushed back because of the thing.
Yes. So they could have, my hope is at that time they really did cover the bases and thought this thing through carefully, and that's my hope. But Destin has a formula for us. Rumor has it that Michael and Lori worked out their differences, and they never been happy together. And we find out Michael's Karen's daddy. You heard it here first, Destin, brother. If that happens, you're gonna have some kind of a special. I'm gonna host you on for some special live stream because that is insane, brother. But I love
They,
it.
they went from brother to sister to husband and wife.
What are
But
you doing, step bro?
no, seriously. Destin, on a more serious note, Destin says, I think we'll see Michael get captured near the beginning of the film.
See, that's my concern though. We're
Hate
gonna
that
do that
so
all
much.
over again. How many
No.
films is he going to get captured? I mean, we talked about this on the collective with Jake. Go ahead, sorry.
No, I've said I'm willing to bet that will not happen in the beginning
I
of
hope
Halloween
it
Ends.
doesn't.
If it does, I will be very upset.
I've actually said that very same thing in the collective episode where we're diving into it because I was like, there's only so many options that they could do. Either the town just live and hope that he just stays home and leaves them alone. B, he disappears and for 4 years, or C, he gets recaptured and taken wherever. And then
That's the worst option.
It's the same
Yeah.
thing all over again. I mean,
Yeah.
what other option is there? Either the townspeople leave him alone, either Michael leaves the townspeople alone, or they capture him and take him somewhere.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think Michael just will play into that mystique of being the shape, being that kind of supernatural-esque person, just blending in, coming and going when he pleases, and just kind of getting his fix for killing every now and then. And then, Halloween 2022 happens, and then he, goes on his killing spree again. But yeah, and also, how do you guys feel about the revelations of, because we know that Halloween 2018 pretty much destroyed that all the other movies except the original, and the main thing for that was to erase the sibling aspect of Michael and Lori. How would you feel? How would you feel if they were actually? It came to fruition that they were actually brother and sister again, like that being a twist, even though they did get rid of that. Yeah.
They made it a point in 18.
Yeah.
Like there's the line where it says,
specific line.
I thought they were brother and sister. And then and he goes,
someone
made
made
that was something that someone made up on the internet.
But what if it ended up being true? What if that rumor was true? And that's why Lori is freaking out, because she might know that fact, but nobody else knows that fact. And maybe that's why she's kind of paranoid that he's coming for her. What's your opinion on that?
Personally, I would hate that because one, you're talking like, what was the point of retconning in it to begin with? Why not just leave it that way and then have that reveal and just say, oh yeah, that's tied in, cool. The other thing is too, is like, why not mention, like if that was going to be the case, like why wouldn't that be mentioned yet? Especially when you have all these people looking at, and Michael, this entire series that we've gotten of films, Michael doesn't care about Lori. Like Michael doesn't even know Lori exists. That was the whole point. They made that a point in the film where, Lori and Michael Michael wasn't going after Lori. It was actually the opposite. Lori was going after Michael. Michael, they made a whole point in Halloween Kills. Michael just wants to go home. He's making a way home. Like that, even his killing. And that's my only thing with like what you're saying. Like maybe he just blends in and just picks off people for the fix. Like he doesn't have a fix anymore in this installment, because he wasn't killing people just for the kill like he was in past installments. This one, he was just on a path to get home, and it was just like you were in the way. And we saw throughout Kills on several occasions Michael have beautiful opportunities to kill people and didn't. He just walked right past them. So like it seemed almost random in a way of the people he was killing. It wasn't just like, I'm just gonna kill on my way there. It was just like, you're kind of in my way. Like I need to go get a knife. So he walks into this house, kills the people there, takes the knife. Oh, I need to go do this. So he just goes around the back. Oh, I need to cut across this thing. So he kills the people in his way. Because, I mean, there's literally a scene where he's walking through and bumps into a group of kids. And we already saw him kill a kid earlier.
He's very picky He has a type. It's almost he prefers women who look like his sister. That's like his primary choice.
Yeah, man.
That's what I've always gotten from Michael. He gets kind of a sexual gratification from it. That's all most murderers do. That's what me and Craven were talking about earlier.
Yeah, but does he? Because I mean, okay, like in Halloween, like so then why did he kill the black couple? You know what I mean? Like in the house, like why? If it was.
I think he was going there to.
Well, the guy I understand because the guy went in there with the gun and stuff. But
hold on, having a preference doesn't like if you're a murderer, you might have a preference to who or what you want to kill, but sometimes you kind of just take what you get. So it might be kind of like that. I'm not obviously a murderer, so I can't really speak from experience.
I've got an idea though of why that older black lady, the nurse, African American nurse, and the man. It's a brutal scene. I believe that he killed them because he was going in there to get a knife. Because remember how that scene ends? He's trying out all the knives on the dude's back until he finds the one he wants. He didn't have a knife when he went in there, so I think he was literally going in there to get a knife. I think that's all it was.
I think, but that's my point. Like you're 100% right. So in past installments, we have seen many people that looked exactly like his sister and he killed. But in 18 and kills, like who has he killed other than the girl in the beginning? The documentary girl. Outside of that, everyone has been a guy or like some random couple or whatever. Like who is
the babysitter? Allison's friend, the blonde chick, her, and that
was just in the way.
Lady.
He also killed two guys. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think it's because even Lori, he didn't care about any of those things. I mean, I mean, there is no real explanation. So again, it's all just speculation.
Yeah,
it really it seems like he's killing for like because I want this toy. And you're in front of that toy, so I'm going to kill you. Like that's what it seems like because there were several scenes throughout the films where like he could have killed somebody and he just didn't. He just went by them or left them alive or whatever.
Also, I think that's maybe the point because that's the whole thing about Michael. We don't know, and that's what makes it interesting.
Yeah.
He is
it scary.
You
can't predict it.
Yeah, does he have a motive? Doesn't he? Does he kill people who look like his sister? What is he like? We don't know, and that we're just obviously it gets us talking about it. Yeah. So I think what we're talking about now is exactly what the character is intended to be. It's just we don't know. He's a mystery.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that though.
That horror nerd says my friends think Michael actually died when the mob attacked him. And when Karen was his first fully dead supernatural kill.
I hope not.
I hope not either.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
They spent
dumb.
so long doing interviews and all this stuff talking about how he's just a man and he's just this and he's not supernatural and he's just this human. And then Halloween Kills just disproved all that. I mean, they had a 10-minute dialogue of Laurie talking about how his powers were. It's like
he gets stronger when he kills.
What is he? Is he human or is he a supernatural force?
Well, David Gordon Green really messed me up because he said Michael isn't supernatural, but your movie says otherwise. So
he is. Yeah, he is.
Right?
He's got to be
this entire time, and it's driving me crazy. Because here's the thing: the beauty of Michael Myers is that like. The supernatural element has always been for the audience's interpretation. And I love that. Like there's moments where it's like, wait a minute, maybe he's not even his reasoning. As soon as they started trying to explain Michael, the franchise just went downhill.
Yeah, the Thorn trilogy is really when it started to get a little crazy.
Because they tried to make connections. When Michael Myers was established, and John Carpenter never wanted to do that either. It was something that he made known. The whole point was he was the shape. There was no real rhyme or reason. He was just, the devil's eyes thing. He always had this supernatural element to him. He always had this just psychotic logic where you're trying to figure it out. And it just seems like all of these people that are making these films keep making the mistake time and time again and trying to tell too much story.
They're trying to explain what's not there. Exactly. There's nothing there.
Trying to explain something that doesn't need to be explained.
Yeah.
Don't explain it.
Yes. Leave it to
It's
the
like with
audience's
Friday the
imagination.
13th too. It's like
Same- same thing.
every time they try to do it, it's just it doesn't work. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
There it is.
I agree.
Don't do it, man. Just don't do
Yeah.
it.
It
Don't
is.
tell us the mask was the tower
Yeah.
was his power. Tower power. No, we don't
Well,
want
they
that.
even kind of hinted towards that in Halloween Kill. You know, when she's holding up
Yeah.
the mask and he's just like no disregard for anything. Like it's not like he was. What was he? The
Yes.
last 40 years he didn't wear a mask.
But
Like, he-
that's that. Hold on, that's set up in '78 though. Once Laurie takes off his mask in
Yes.
'78, he is
Yeah.
affected. He's not the same without it.
yes.
That's true.
It's like
He's not.
It's like a confidence thing.
Yes.
He's very insecure
Yes.
without it. So
Yeah.
that I understand. It's like it's what makes him. It's his attire. He cares about how he looks.
Yeah.
Of course,
Yeah.
yes.
Destin says the mask is the key.
I think so.
That's
too.
what keeps him coming back to life. The only way to kill him is to remove the mask, finish him off once and for all, destroy the mask.
I agree. I think it's
Yeah, but
something
I hope they
along
don't,
those lines.
Because
But nothing like-
because then now you're
Yeah,
leaning
go
into the
ahead.
supernatural element. Like now he's
But-
not that's full blown.
But there
supernatural.
is.
But
But-
besides David Gordon Green's comments, that's the only thing that's contradict
Yeah.
what the supernatural thing is. Just that brief interview he gave, and a lot of people are like, "Wait, is he or isn't he?" So
Well,
it's just that one instance of David Gordon Green saying that
he
statement.
said that. But the
Yeah,
thing
but
is,
they even,
but-
throws
they
me
even
off.
established that in the film originally that he was just a man, and then it wasn't until like the back half of Kills that
Yeah,
they
and they
completely flipped
switched it
the
up.
script.
yes,
and
they
that's
did.
If you do that, because then it's like, okay, so then if you do that, if you do the mask route, right? Michael Myers isn't Michael Myers because whoever gets like, if I pick up the mask and I put now we're talking Jim Carrey's the mask.
That's what I was talking about. See, now earlier, Fate, before you joined, Zoe and I talked about that. And I said, what would happen if Michael Myers is killed in the finale and Allison kills him or whoever, it doesn't matter. He's dead. And then Allison picks up the mask and puts it on. And the movie ends with her wearing the mask, the camera pans back, and end credits. I would hate that ending.
I think that's
But I don't think it's very smart either. But it goes back to what we're talking about. And what Destin says, the mask is the key. And you know what that means? Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween. Sing it with me. I mean, happy, happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock. Yeah.
I don't
And-
think
and-
it's that deep, though. I don't think it's like the mask is like what controls what controls Myers, but I don't think it's like you said, the Jim Carrey the mask thing. I don't think it's that deep, but it's more of just like he's vulnerable. It's like a turtle without its shell. You
no,
know,
I get that. I'm
Right.
okay with that.
Right.
I just don't want them because then what's the point of Michael Myers? Michael Myers is just the one that put on the mat. Like so then anybody can be Michael
Right.
Myers.
yeah.
And
True.
and it's like, you know, we've already seen that where the new girl turns out to be the killer holding the knife at the end and
Halloween 4.
like,
That's how
you know,
Halloween 4 is. Yeah.
we don't need that
basically,
again. We
yeah.
don't, like, we already saw that movie. Like, let's do something different. Let's break some new ground. Like, I don't know. I have my concerns, but I want to be optimistic. I want to like this movie. I'm going to see the movie regardless. You know?
Oh yeah.
But it's
Oh, yeah.
just, I don't know. I want them to keep it what they did a great job of establishing what they wanted to tell in 18. I thought it was a great establishment. Was it a little slow? Absolutely. But it's your establishment film. It's understandable. Were there things that they could have changed? Of course. Absolutely. But you could say that about any movie. I thought overall 18 did a great job of doing what it's supposed to do. And then I think we just got a little carried away with kills. And I'm hoping we kind of right the ship back and get things back in order. It's just I do have some concerns with the upcoming film. But, you know, I mean, we won't know until it actually comes out. And then
Right.
we'll see if those concerns were valid or if it was just like, okay, like, cool.
I agree. It's very conflicting. It's like they don't know exactly what they want to do with the Michael Myers. Is he or isn't he? I get you. Like you said, I am excited for Ends. I myself really enjoyed Kills. I thought it was a lot of fun, but I went into the movie with different expectations than most. I took the title literally. I was like, I want to see.
I did too,
Yeah.
and that was my problem.
I just wanted Kills because
Yeah.
I liked 2018. I didn't love it. I liked it. There were some issues with 2018, particularly Dr. Sartain really
Oh,
Yeah.
bug
I can't stand it, dude,
bug
man.
the shit out of me. But it's just I
Right.
I don't know. I'm still excited for ends, but I enjoyed kills. I know kills really divided people, but I'm cautiously optimistic with ends. We'll see because 2018 I liked, didn't love. Kills I honestly borderline loved. So we'll see what ends.
Yep.
I'm pumped.
Yeah,
my,
man.
my my only thing with like I think Kills had established some really great things,
Mm.
but I think if you really boil it down, and believe me, we've had tons of these discussions on the
Oh yeah.
collective, and like we've all kind of came to this same conclusion ultimately. It
Uh.
took me a little, digging, but that doesn't mean that didn't love the movie as a whole. But basically, you have about 45 minutes to an hour, give or take, of actual stuff. The rest is just like
We were just talking about that.
yeah,
It's there's like 20 minutes of hospital, 20 minutes of flashback, and then
yeah.
because without those two, you don't really you just have
You
Michael
have like
Myers killing people in
yeah,
his
you have like
40
45
minutes.
minutes. Yeah, you have like
Yeah.
so let's give it an hour. My whole point was like you could have done the flashback thing and like the establishment of the characters and stuff in 18 because that's what that film was about. It was about
Mhm.
reestablishing the timeline, reestablishing the character stuff like that. You could have made that film an extra 30 minutes and no one would have cared. Or you could have
Mhm.
trimmed some of the fat, whatever the case may be, and plugged that in. The other back half of like Lori and like establishing the mob scene and all that stuff, you could have shortened that tremendously, got all that, and added that to the beginning of kills or sorry ends. And now you're just trying to hurt me, man. Come on.
Hey,
This
and
is a
listen,
friendly stream.
this is very friendly.
No stew talk
I just
anymore.
saw someone in the chat, Simply Violet, came on the chat and asked if Stu's alive, and I just wanted to show her a nonverbal way of communicating to her that there he is,
Get it up.
alive and
Is it
kicking. Get it up.
Bearded, aren't you an admin or something on this channel? Block Craven. Okay. You said no stew talk.
Look,
Don't get upset.
I only brought it up to let Simply Violets know that from my position, Craven's something scary. Yes, he is. There you go. All right,
Back to my point
Fair enough.
is that
you
they
may
could have.
continue.
They could. Thank you. I appreciate you. They, no, my point is that like you could have took
Mm.
the other like 30 minutes or whatever, added it to ends, and then told your story, and you would have had the two films. And I think you would have had essentially a perfect, instead of a trilogy, you would have had a perfect set of films. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I just think we're in this era right now where all these franchises and all these studios are like, we have to have a trilogy. Like, you don't have to have a trilogy if you don't have the stuff to make a trilogy. Like, because that's the problem is that now what you did is you basically, like you even said, divided the fandom when pretty much
Mm.
everyone was in the same camp with 18. You pretty much drew a line in the sand, and now you're going to do this third installment. And yes, of course, a lot of people like myself that didn't like Kill. Guess what? We're going to go watch.
Mm. Absolutely.
we're going to go watch. Ends. And but the problem is that not everybody can put in perspective the entire package. Most people remember the last thing you just did, and somebody that hates Halloween Kills automatically has a bad taste for Halloween Ends, and they're not going to go into that with a fair assessment. Like
Yeah,
somebody
they're gonna have some biases, and
exactly.
and also with kills, I really feel like you could have put a lot of things that were in kills, mainly the violent kills, into 2018.
Mm-hmm.
It almost feels like kills is more of an epilogue than it is a true sequel.
Yeah.
It's kind of Halloween 2018.5.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like to me. And my question, I have another question. Do you rather have the whole trilogy take place in one night, or do you like not necessarily the 4-year time jump? I know how you feel about that fate. You don't like that,
Yeah.
but maybe a year. Would that be more reasonable?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. My my biggest concern is the time gap in
Mm-hmm.
between your two sequels rather than your establishment movie, because that's where the problems lie. Because you've already, or again, if you had this sort of wrapped up in a bow moment for Halloween Kills, then I don't think it would be a big deal. The
Mm-hmm.
problem is that like you're jumping this. I heard the 4 time jump, but it could be
Could be
fake.
fake,
Supposedly it
really.
was confirmed. I
Ah,
everything I've seen, like I think there was an entire interview with David Gordon Green he was talking about before.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, I'm
It's
pretty
like
sure
99% sure
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
real. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's legit. I know I didn't make that up. I can assure you.
I heard the COVID thing wasn't real, which is good.
I hope
I've heard conflicting
Yeah.
things. I don't want that either. It doesn't feel right. Because imagine watching that movie 20, 30 years from now. You'd be like, oh yeah, I forgot about COVID
Yeah.
was a thing. You know, it would just feel super placed in the 20s, the
Yeah.
2020s.
Yeah, it's definitely a 4-year gap. I mean, here's my thoughts real quick on that. Is that here's what I like about the gap is that Lori's going to be healed. See, if you continue that same night, you've got injured Lori in the hospital, so she's not going to be able to do anything in this movie if you keep it. So I think, like you mentioned, Zoe, a 1-year gap.
Mm-hmm.
You could even do 6 months, but just a little bit of time so that it's believable that she's healed.
Even
She
2
could-
years, maybe. I mean,
maybe.
she got stabbed in the stomach, but main thing
I
is
mean-
also mental healing. Just her
Well, yeah, that's
getting
true.
over her just really addiction of trying to
Mhm.
hunt down Michael and end Michael and just the
Yep.
paranoia and all that. I'm very curious to see how she will deal with that because in the photos we've gotten, the set photos of Laura, she looks very healthy. She looks clean. She looks very well put together. And like me and Craven were talking about earlier was just how Allison might be like how Lori was in 2018, just really aggressive and angry, and because she lost a lot, she's lost more than Lori ever had, really. You know,
Yeah.
So,
Man.
You're not wrong.
Mm.
I don't have a problem with the movie taking place in multiple nights or gaps, stuff like that. It's just like I said, my biggest concern is just in between the sequels. Like, because here's the thing, you could have put Lori in the same position at the end of 18 and then, or whatever the case may be, and then had the gap into the sequel and made it justified and explainable. Problem is the way that Halloween Kills played out, because 18 and Kills is all one night. And so you have this story, and then you're just going to jump 4 years. And it's like, okay, like, yes, maybe Lori is sort of reformed in some ways, right? But it's like, why did you? I feel like it takes away from everything that you established in 2 films, because if anything, I feel like it would have been an easier and better story to have Allison fully commit, and then maybe Lori kind of, instead of being fully obsessed like she was, kind of understands like, hey, Allison, like, I don't want Allison to go down the road I went, and not just that, but that would give more of a drive for Lori. Because you would think, like, Lori just lost her daughter too. If Allison does have a taste for blood and she has to kind of be the adult, don't you think she would want to go and track down Michael so Allison doesn't? Because she knows from firsthand experience. I just think that you could have made things so much easier and smoother if you would have, if Kills and Ends was in one night. If you had to do the gap, like, you want
it after 2018.
Yeah, if
That's
you had
when
to
you
do
prefer the gap.
do it sometime either in the middle of 2018 or towards the end of 18, whatever the case may be. Or there's nothing wrong with it, like establishing your film in 18. Maybe just don't have Lori have the type of damage she took. Rough her up a little bit, but enough to where she could fight. Whatever the case may be.
I believe that the writers kind of wrote themselves in a hole. I think that's the main reason why we have the time jump. Really, I think 2 reasons why. The main reason, Lori is injured. So you need, obviously, she needs to be healed. That's probably where they messed up a little bit. They're like, oh shit, like we gotta figure out something to do. And then also, from a writing perspective, you have a little bit more options when you have a 4-year jump with your characters. Your characters can you can decide where their arcs are going to be ended up going towards. So either they can be moved on or they can be still complacent in the same spot. You can kind of switch that up. It kind of gives you a fresh reset. So, but the main reason obviously is just for Lori to be healed. I think that's the main number one reason why we have this jump. I don't believe really any other reason besides that.
You need 4 years. You need 4 years for that jump. Like you said,
I mean, I don't know. I never been stabbed in the stomach, so I don't know.
I'm saying, like, even if it doesn't take 4 years to heal, especially with her obsession. But the thing is, too, is that, like, you also got to look at it from an audience perspective. Simplicity sells, and the problem is if you end up running into the problem of convoluting your film or trying to make too many things fit and not being able to tell a natural, fluid story, then it becomes an
Mhm.
issue. You know what I mean? Especially like you
I agree.
always want, even though it is a third installment, you always want your films, regardless, to be a sort of plug and play film. You know, to where like even if somebody doesn't see all the other movies, they kind of understand.
It
But like
doesn't make it accessible to everyone. It's like you
yes,
have, yeah,
exactly,
Mhm.
that's the
exactly.
main
So if you
thing.
get somebody
Yeah.
that like just happened to see Halloween Ends and whatever the case may be, and just they go to see like Scream is a great example for that. Like every
Mhm.
Scream movie is connected, but pretty much all of them you can watch. You could watch four right now and never watch any other Scream movie, and you'll understand. Yeah, there might be a
We'll
point here and
enjoy
there
it
that you
still.
don't. There might be a
Mm.
point here and there that you don't understand, but overall, it's still an enjoyable movie.
Yeah.
All of them are like that, and
Yep.
most trilogies, most franchises try to do that. But this, based on the 4 year gap, and I don't know. Again, this is all just speculation, but based
Hey,
on
Mr.
what it
Jackson.
sounds, hey, what's going on? Based on what it sounds like, is that there is the potential of convoluting your film, making it too confusing for your average audience member,
Mhm.
because that those people, like the diehards, you never have to worry about the diehards, right?
Yeah, they're
Oh
always gonna be there.
no.
Yeah,
Mm.
the
Absolutely.
hardcore fans you never have to worry about. The only real audience members you have to worry about are the casuals or the ones that are just coming into the franchise. Those are the only ones you ever have to worry about. And so
Yeah.
that's my problem
Yeah.
I see with what they're trying to do, is that I don't think that they're taking into account the I think they're looking at it as, we have this diehard group, they're going to come see it, and that's great. But guess what? They're going to go watch that no matter what. So
Yeah.
you need to make the movie digestible for everybody, not just
Exactly.
the hardcore fans. And that's where you end up, because it's not just this film. There's going to be more films. This isn't going to be the end of the first. But you end your film in a way that just completely turns people off. You're ruining any potential for the future, because now you're going to have people that are just, oh, those
Mhm.
success trumps everything. Like the FOMO and stuff is always a thing. But still, that's just kind of
Yeah.
my
All
issue.
right. So, guys, here's what I'm going to do. We're at 3 hours and 17 minutes. So, we're going to go another 5 minutes unless you guys bring in more super chats to extend it. So, your super chat will extend this live stream $1 per minute. So, 1 minute for every dollar. If you want to do it, if you want to stay here and let's keep us going as late as it might be. It's 12:40 in the morning here for me. I know you guys are a little bit earlier, uh,
Mm.
but we're willing to continue going on with some more Scream talk, some more Halloween talk, and just hanging out and talking in general about Halloween, about horror movies. So, but we're gonna leave it up to you. If you guys are done and you've had enough, then we'll shut it down in 5 minutes. We'll call it a night. But if you want us to continue, super chat will keep it going. All
Yeah.
right,
Very
sweet.
good.
Let's do it.
Yeah, it's been I was telling Craven, I was on the stream with earlier before you came on. This is like the last couple streams I've been on. This has been insane. It's been wild. Wild things have been happening. If we get another $100, I'm gonna lose my stuff, bro. I'm I,
Man, if we get another $100, we're gonna have to.
I'm gonna need a DoorDash some from
Oh,
Red Bulls or something
I
now.
was
some yeah, man,
I was on the
something.
stream with Jake. You know that, right? Because after
Yeah.
you left, I went
Yes,
on with Jake,
yes.
because Jake was kind of just like tracking. So I was like, hey, I'll give you somebody to talk to. I was like, I have
Yeah.
some time. So he's like, yeah, great. So I came on, and then we were talking, and then that whole incident happened, and then the
Yeah, I
legend.
felt bad. I had to leave early.
No, it's all
I
good.
was
It's all good.
yeah.
It's all good. It's just I
Yeah.
just know what it's like
Hey,
doing the
million.
stream by yourself after like an hour and a half. And he was trying to keep it going. So I was like, I got some time. Let me go help him. So
Oh yeah.
he doesn't need the help. He's good. But I just figured
Yeah,
it's always better to
it's
talk to
fun.
somebody else than it is to talk to your screen. Because at
Yeah.
I
the end
mean,
of the day,
it's a good time.
it's
No
It makes it
doubt.
more engaging. That's like
yeah,
I mean, you guys with the Lethal Collective, it's must be so easy. You guys are constantly just bouncing ideas and topics off each other.
yeah, that's why it's not scripted. That's one of the reasons why,
Right.
like when we were
Yep.
talking about it, like, and like
Mm,
we all came to the conclusion, like, we don't want it, like, because with four of us, you don't need it. Like, let's just
no.
start talking. Like,
Just
you don't script like if
Yeah.
you and me are, if you call me, we're not scripting your phone call. We
Yeah.
just start talking.
mm,
If we hang
Mhm.
out, hey, let's go grab a beer or whatever. We go grab a beer. We're not sitting there reading from a script while we're talking to each other. I wanted it to be real. I wanted it to be, natural. All of us did, and that
Oh,
was
yeah.
the whole thing, is that, like, let's make it like, like bar talk. You're hanging out with your buddies,
Exactly.
you're throwing a couple back, and give
Mhm.
the audience an opportunity to be a part of that. Because we're having those conversations all the time anyway. So my thing was just like, why don't we just record it? Is basically
Yeah.
what it is. And
Mhm.
I think
That's how
trying
all
to,
live streams should be.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
I've
Yes.
never scripted the live stream ever. That just sounds weird. That's foreign. I don't think know
Well, I
how
mean,
that would work.
a lot of like live
Yeah.
stream shows and stuff, like they do,
Yeah.
like podcasts and stuff, like they,
Okay.
like even when they have guests, you have questions listed, you have topic
True.
points. Like we don't even write down topic like we don't like meet up ahead of time and are like, oh, this Friday. I mean, obviously, if something comes up, we'll all be like, hey, you guys want to talk about this? Like genuinely, but we're not thinking like, oh, next Monday when we do the live stream, we're going to talk about this, and then next Friday, like it's literally, we just jump on and just let the conversation go wherever it goes.
That's it.
And
it goes it goes to places we've never imagined sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you what.
I was in the tentacle live chat.
Oh, you were there.
I've been in the audience of some strange moments that have been very beautiful and hilarious at the same time.
Let me tell you, so that tentacle moment, now, again, unscripted. I was improving that. It just came to me. I love these guys because they're like, "What is Craven? What is happening right now? What are we doing?"
hitting the sauce.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like, as I said, you got to be careful how you say the word tentacle. You got to be very careful.
Pronounce it exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it just went on from there. And do you know that still now, like on our live streams, there's still people taking tentacles. Remember, even on like the other day.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's kind of taking a little life of its own, but
It's funny.
Fade out.
That's
so
what makes
fun.
those things. That's what makes those things work. Because the problem is too, like with our videos, very black
Oh,
and
no,
white.
Eric.
Yeah, getting out the KY jelly. Here,
oh, there
Oh,
we
yeah.
go. Oh
Loop it
boy,
up.
after
But yeah.
hours.
like our videos, they're very black and white. They're very in a box. You only get
Yeah.
the information we're presenting. Where I like live streams, and especially like
Yeah.
with the collective, because it gives you an opportunity to see us. And because
Raw.
you're more comfortable
Yep.
when you're with your buddies than with anyone else. Like they always the saying is, you'll like observe somebody behind when they think no one's looking, and you'll see who they really are. Like
Yep.
that's kind of what I wanted the collective stream to be. Like give people a chance to look inside when usually the cameras aren't rolling. Have that conversation, and you'd be surprised how many times we forget that we're streaming.
I know.
We're just having a conversation,
I mean-
and it's like, you should probably not. We should probably, we're in the private chat. Like, hey, we should probably
Yeah.
move off of that right now. It's like, oh yeah, we're
That's true.
streaming. Like,
Yeah, you
Yeah,
might
yeah.
say some out of pocket stuff
Yeah.
at times, but that's what makes it special, man.
that's what
Like,
it's all about, exactly.
Mhm.
yeah, like
That's
I,
right.
I genuinely enjoy watching you guys. You guys are awesome. Like I
Thank
called
you,
you guys
Zoe.
the Beatles of the horror community. You guys are just
Which
Uh,
was real.
Oh, man.
yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I appreciate you, Zoe. That's very, very nice of you,
Yeah.
buddy, to say that. And it's always great to see you popping in,
Yeah, of
saying
course.
hi, and I love seeing you there every time you come in the chat.
Yeah, I know how it is when I get questions and stuff on the live stream. I get excited. Like I just try to return that. I love being a part of the community, so I like to talk to everyone, kind of gauge everyone's opinion, and I'm a fan of all your guys' channels independently. So just all in one live stream is just great for me. So
It's great for us too, because
Yeah,
it
we're off. We watch each other's videos. I watch Faith's videos. I jump on his live streams. He watches mine, and same with Jake and Knight. We're like, and if anyone here ever wants to like go to other people's live streams, you're gonna, unless there's something reason we can't, you're gonna see us very often on each other's stuff, because we actually
Oh, yeah.
we're fans and friends, and we're like it's like a brotherhood. And
yeah, I
so,
can see that. It's
like tonight, I mean, Faith jumped in here tonight. I mean, out of the
Yeah.
blue, and Knight did earlier. Remember, Night Watch Zone popped in
Yeah.
earlier at the beginning, and so it's really great. JJ says, "I love you guys individually and collectively." Thank you, JJ.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you. Eric, what's up, Eric?
All
How you
right,
doing?
Eric.
the legend himself.
I don't
All
have
right.
any tacos, man. I'm sorry. I hate to break it
You
down.
know, I'll tell you what, Eric. This is kind of starting to be last call here. I know we still got 32 people in the chat at this time of night,
That's
which is
amazing.
incredible. And this is like a weeknight, like a work night. It's not like even a weekend. It's
No,
just
we're on
incredible.
it's Monday, right? I don't even know what day it
Yeah,
is.
yeah. For me, it just turned Tuesday morning, and like 47 minutes ago. But yeah, it's like a Monday night.
Yeah,
So that's amazing.
insane. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you guys
but
really have a great like knit of fans. It's cool to
amazing.
see.
Like,
Yeah, it
we
is.
talk about it all the time, and like a lot of times people, they think we're just talking about it for the camera. You should hear how often we talk about it off camera. Like, it is unbelievable the community we have. Like,
Yes.
I never in my wildest dreams we thought we'd be in this position. Like,
no.
Oh yeah, it's weird.
Oh.
It's
Your mic's out
no,
again.
I pulled the thing. I didn't. When I pulled, I just tried to jump on quick. I didn't thread the cord through the actual mic in, so it's literally just like dangling here, like everything. So I
always go with the boom arm, man. It's always it never
That's
fails.
very nice.
It's only like $30. It's like the best
I should get one.
Yeah, it will save you.
I need to get I might need to get a new mic. I don't know why though. I only have the issue when we're on the collective stream, like because I did a live stream with Jake. In Zoe's live stream, I was there for like an hour and a half, and I never had an issue. Every time I do my live streams, I never have an issue. It's just for whatever. So either Knight is messing with me, or
he's muting you,
or it's something with the settings on that specific StreamYard. I don't know. I gotta dive into it one of these days. Get in early and dive into it. But I mean, anyway, it's the community it's incredible. What we've built here, and that's another thing that makes the collective so great is because we all have a lot of the same people. So it was like, why wouldn't we come together and grow this thing? Like, and we've all said, and we all really believe. Like, I think the collective this time, 2-3 years from now, the collective is going to be bigger than all the individual parts. I really do. I think we're gonna look back and just be like, wow,
it's possible. I believe it's possible. Yes.
Yeah, because you guys are at 600 almost or around that.
Almost 540, somewhere around there, 540 mark right now.
Yeah,
right around that.
You started to promote it.
Yeah,
I know, right? Look what happens. It went from like 380 or 480. Oh no, 380.
We should listen to
now
that fate guy more.
540. That fate guy every now and then he gets something right.
That guy's a genius.
Hey,
Brett,
I was there at the 500, man. You guys hit 500.
That was a cool night because we hit it all together. We actually were there together when we hit it.
I felt something. I was like, this feels so cool, like to be a part of like that milestone. It was cool.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Hey, Jake was over there dabbing away.
Brett, buddy, keep trying, man. I'm not sure what the error is. I'm trying to send a super chat.
YouTube's wild sometimes.
Yeah,
if
man.
If you're doing it from your phone, sometimes your phone won't let you do a super chat. Like sometimes you have to do it from a computer. I know. Like some people have issues, or it's the opposite. Maybe it's the opposite. Maybe it's
90% of people are usually on their phone. They're rarely on
I know sometimes like it's either I think it's the phone. I think sometimes the phone and like you have to close the app, log out, like get back in, and then try.
Interesting.
Because I know people have had issues with that before. I don't know if I've ever had an issue with it, but I know a lot of people that have. And I've had people ask me, like, have you ever had? And I was like, yeah, I know the phone. Like sometimes if you try to do it through your phone, I'm on a computer standby. So maybe it is the computer.
Yeah,
maybe the computer messes up sometimes and you have to do it on your phone. So that could be what it is. I know one of them.
We'll wait for you, Brett.
Yeah.
We'll wait for you, Brett. Since you're trying to do a super chat, we won't stop. We'll go into neutral and just hold and wait for you. We'll coast it. And anybody else in the chat, you guys here, if you guys want to keep this chat going, we thought we were going to end an hour and a half ago. And so, but we're here because you guys want us to keep us here, and we'll stay longer. Fate is now part of this chat for the last half hour. So, guys, super chat, it'll keep it going a 1 minute per dollar, and we'll just keep going, man. Yeah, man.
Who knew Monday nights were this crazy?
Yeah, right.
I know Monday night, right? All nights.
Got some freaks. Got some freaks on Monday nights, man. Got some night owls.
Awesome. Big time.
Yeah, that's all I do. I record at night and edit all night, and then I'm up till like 4 or 5 in the morning.
All my videos I usually make the night before.
Yeah.
It's funny because I always get the comments that's like, "How are you on a stream and your video just uploaded?" Magic. I'm a wizard, Harry.
I
That's
know we've been our live
yeah,
streams as long as like a Harry Potter movie, like
yeah,
three and a half
literally.
hours.
3.5 hours, though. We've
Yeah,
been going 3.5, dude.
yeah. Well, I mean, what a debut, right? For
I
me.
know. This is the first time on the channel ever. And
Yeah.
you
Uh,
came on, but you didn't realize you couldn't get off. It's like,
I
oh
gotta
no.
start. I gotta do some live streams with people on it. My only problem, and the reason, because people are always like, "Why don't you do the same thing?" And like,
Mm-hmm.
I just never have. The problem is my schedule is just so crazy. Like
Mm-hmm.
when I'm doing, like if you're a guest, like I have to conform to your schedule because But if
Hmm.
I'm a guest, like if I want to just come on Craven stream, I have free time. I can come on Craven stream. But that's my problem. Is that a lot of times, even when I live stream, like I'll live stream randomly outside of like the Saturday stream. But yeah, and even that, I don't know how long I can go most of the time. So I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
like kick somebody off, like, hey man, sorry, I gotta go. So I'm trying to
Oh,
get like
oh.
a time slot.
Oh,
Okay, hold on,
we got a
Fate. Hang on,
super
Fate.
chat.
We got a $10 super chat. There it is. All right, Brett. All right, what do we got? Fate decided you should check out what I'm going to do with my Halloween fan film. You and I see exactly eye to eye. Nothing against Craven and Zoe's opinions. Hey, that's fair.
Hey,
Awesome.
appreciate you,
I'm
Brett. Absolutely.
offended. What?
I'm
What?
out.
Don't worry about him.
Yeah. Oh, the heart. No,
Don't worry
it's all
about the
right.
two of them. All that matters is fate.
Oh, here we
That's
go.
it. That's it. No, but
Oh man.
well, first off, I appreciate the super chat.
God, Brett.
Yeah,
Brett just
thank you,
fed your
Brett.
ego, huh? Just
Oh.
But yeah,
Okay,
definitely. If you're not so
let's
real
do a
quick,
time check here. Hold on, let's do a
yeah,
time check.
but
Let's keep our business. So I'm going to call it 3 minutes 32. I mean 3 hours 32. Okay, so we'll go another 10 minutes starting in 5 seconds. I'm going to give you this as bonus time. So right, basically starting now.
there we
Ten
go. So,
minutes.
10 more
Brett,
minutes.
10 more minutes.
if you want, please, if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to my channel, please. Fate decided. But
Everyone subscribe to Fate Decided, please.
yes, anyone that's not subscribed, please.
What are you doing?
What are
What are
you doing? But
I got to get you to record that and send me an MP4. Just you saying that, dude.
just that, so you
Yeah,
can have the
that's
sound
it.
bite. But
Yep.
yeah. Feel free to leave it in a comment message, email me, whatever the case may be. I have people. Thank you so much, Brett. I see that. Just subscribe. Appreciate you. Yeah, yeah. Whatever you want to do. If you want to send me an email, DM me on Instagram, Twitter, whatever the case may be. Don't be offended if it takes me a while to get to you, because I get a lot of messages and stuff, not only for YouTube, but for work and stuff too. So yeah, sometimes it takes me a while, but I'll definitely get to it if you send it to me, and we can have a little chat. I appreciate it. Already subbed to the Lethal Collective. Awesome, appreciate you.
And don't forget Zoe Crawford, Aiden.
Yes.
If you haven't subscribed to Zoe, my guest tonight up here at the top,
Thank
please go subscribe to his channel. Please, he's great content. You're gonna love it.
Yeah, the only thing with my channel, I don't upload every day because I edit a lot and I gather a lot of clips. So sometimes it takes me a while, but yeah, so just know that going in. But I try to make like quality over quantity, if that makes sense. I just try to be more, I don't know.
Absolutely.
I'm very picky, I guess.
So I will say though, consistency is everything for YouTube. So
It
like
is.
even so like
That's the battle.
like even like if you like to over edit, there's nothing wrong. Even if you just post once
Yeah.
a week, like try to do it the same day, same time, everything.
Yeah.
YouTube is like a stickler when it comes to that stuff. Like, and I ended up getting myself trapped in that because
Oh,
I
yeah.
started posting every day to like really try to grow my channel during a time when like Scream and everything was hot, and now I'm stuck to it. So now I have to upload every day, because if I don't, like every time I miss a day, which I've only missed like 3 in like the 3 years of my channel, but every time I have missed a day, it has been terrible. Like the next day I'll get like a third of the
It's
views
like,
I get.
Yeah, like where you
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
at?
crazy.
And it's weird because if you upload too much within a day, it won't send out notifications.
Yeah.
So it's like you got to find that balance.
Ah.
If you, I think it's more than like 3 videos in a day, it'll stop sending out notifications. And YouTube's already weird with the notifications, anyways. You can be subscribed to someone for forever, and then you won't get a notification on or whatever. It's weird.
How many subs you at, Zoe? You're at?
I'm at
like,
1,200.
yeah, something like that. I would say you're over 1,000.
Yeah.
Community posts are big before you do live streams and
Oh,
stuff.
absolutely.
So yeah, that's just something else to keep in mind. But
Yeah.
like utilize
cool.
that. I don't even utilize it as much as I should, but you should. It's a great. It actually is a great tool.
Yeah, it is. It's a great way to communicate directly.
Yeah. Well,
Kevin?
and it goes to people that are not subscribed too, which is also awesome.
Yes, yeah. So it's almost like pushing out something new to get more eyes on it. And it's
Mm.
yeah. I'm starting to be a believer in community posts. So I'm starting to do a lot of polls. I'm creating polls and posting them out so people can see them. Kevin, don't worry. We don't know where we're at either. So you have nothing to worry about. We are just going with the flow. Thank you for subscribing. Recently subscribed. I appreciate that. Welcome.
We're wherever you want us to be.
Yeah, we're basically in overtime, Kevin. I know you're just joining. We're in overtime. So we've been on for 3 hours and 35 minutes. We're now doing super chats to keep this extended. Otherwise, we're going to shut it down in 5 minutes, actually, almost 4 minutes. So 5 minutes, guys, 5 minutes. If no more super chats come in, we're going to call it a night.
Your time perception starts to warp after a while. It's like
Yes.
gets kooky.
We need a fire question to wrap this up. Somebody needs to leave us a fire question to wrap this up. Let's do it.
The sexiest, juiciest question you can think.
Yes, let's go. Let's go big here. Or give a super chat and we'll just keep on going. But
better
yeah,
than mine and Zoe's scene. That's what we need.
Exactly.
Man, hours of just heavily pounding away. We need this. Give us that.
Fate and I have been on a stream over six hours and so almost 6.5 hours once.
Jesus.
I did the 12 hours.
6.5.
I did the 12 hours
by
myself.
That's right.
By myself on that channel.
What did you talk about for 12 hours?
Myself? Come on. No, I'm joking. No. I mean, we were all over the place. It was mostly for the live stream. It had its good moments and bad moments. I'd probably never do that again. But the extended, like how like he does it, Jake does it, myself does it, like the extended thing. I was the guinea pig, essentially for the collective. I saw it from a lot of Twitch streamers were doing it. They would do like subathons. They weren't doing the super chat thing. It was just simply subs, because they have donated. It's a different format there. But I saw a couple people do it on YouTube and they had some success. So I was like, oh, let me try it. That could be fun. Let me just dedicate a day. I did that and I added the super chats. So like every minute would be, or every dollar would be an extra minute.
Yep.
And stuff like that. And then, but I had to have a cutoff, and the cutoff was 12 hours. And so, because there's no way. I mean, there were people going like somebody broke the live stream record for like 33 days or something like that doing a subathon. And I was just like, yeah, I'm not like, I have kids, I have a life, I have work.
Yeah, that's if you.
But I was like, I could do it
type stuff.
Yeah. Exactly. So I was like, I could do 12 hours. And then they were like, what did you think of it? I was like, yeah, I'd probably never do that again. But I was like, you could extend it. I was like, it'd be better to just do like, 3 or 4 hours, because it was just like, it was a lot of dead time. Like, so you'd have like I'd have like an hour.
Imagine watching the replay of that. It would just be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, well, I watched movies and stuff, and I talk and comment, give my opinion on things, answering questions. Like, I always had something to do, but the problem is that like the actual viewers, like, so I would have like, I'd have like 100 people watching at once, and then for like an hour, and then it would slowly trickle down, and then there'd be times where there's like 6 people watching, and then it would jump back up, because like prime time, it's like 2 p.m. now, so like people are awake, people are tired, and then it'd shoot back up, and then it'd be like an hour or two of like, I'm getting super chats, I'm getting subscribers, all that stuff, and then it would just tank down. So I was saying like it would have been better just to like do the prime time hours, and then just allow people to like, so like do a live stream at like 2 p.m. Because you're in California, right?
Yeah.
So you're on my time, because I'm in Las Vegas. So
okay.
I mean, I was born and raised in California, but yeah. So the thing is that like, so I was like, it'd be better off to like just do like a 2 p.m. thing, and then allow the audience to extend it, because you'll get more people, and that like 2 or 3 hour chunk, I made more money than I did probably the whole stream, the whole 12 hours, just because like that was when everybody was there. If that makes sense. So
yeah. Hey, I just want to say bye to Eric.
Oh,
Eric,
see you later,
bro. Thank you, man, dude. So generous tonight. You just blew me away. I can't say enough. So thank you so much, buddy. And I'll be talking to you soon. I know tomorrow night actually on Jack's channel. So I'll see you tomorrow, Eric. Thanks for everything, buddy. Take care.
We got a couple good questions if you guys want to
Let's
get
do
into
it.
Yeah,
those. Yeah.
we can do a couple here. A couple more bonus questions here.
Yeah.
We've got several we can go through. So if anyone wants to do a super chat, we can go. We can get them probably all answered in time. Uh, let's see. We can do a couple here real quick. We're going to do quick answers because we're really out of time.
Hmm.
Who would win in a fight? Part 6, Jason. Halloween kills Michael Myers, and why?
Jason, because Jason is essentially Michael Myers, just the full-on supernatural version.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Same here.
Part 6 is a zombie at that point. So,
Yeah.
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 All right, we're going to go rapid fire.
Easy.
Let's do it.
Aiden, do you think future Scream films should have variant ghost face masks or stick with the classic look? So,
Oh, you would like Red Right Hand, a fan
Yeah.
film made by Killjoy Jake that's coming out soon.
that's right.
Nah, I don't know. I like the classic mask, man. Like at least
Yeah.
for the theatrical released films, maybe a weathered Ghostface mask with like some dried blood or something. But nah, it's just classic.
Classic all the way. All right, Fate, how about you real quick?
So I think in spots it would be okay. A full film, no. So Scream 4 was supposed to do that. Scream 4 was supposed to use 5 different masks. That's why the company that makes the masks made like the Scarecrow one, the Devil one. They made all that because they were supposed to be implemented in the film, and they never did it. I wouldn't mind like if they had a Scarecrow and Ghostface just kind of blending in, for as a prop and they came out like stuff like that would be cool. But like if you were to like change it for like the whole movie or a good chunk of the movie, nah, don't do that. But like
Do you guys
scene,
Yeah. Do you guys remember the very first like promotional image for Scream 5? The poster kind of had that metallic-y white mask. I thought that was pretty interesting. I don't know if you guys remember that one. It's like right when Scream 5 was announced.
Yeah, the duck art one, the first duck art one.
Was that creepy duck art?
Yeah, creepy duck.
Yeah.
Because they made the first poster, and then
his posters are amazing.
Yeah,
he never misses.
I mean, Scream '96 used 3 different masks, something like that.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
and if you look real close, you can see like the mask that they used in the Casey Becker sequence is different.
Yeah,
it's different than the other ones. All right, and I'll throw my 2 cents in. While I do like I love the classic look, and I wouldn't mind some variants, but it's got to be done well, and it can't be just hokey. And I tend to lean towards let's keep with the original. That's just. I mean, it's iconic, really, in the horror field. I mean, it really is. Oh, wait a second. Oh, looky here. Jane Brett says, I've got a $5 super chat. 5 more minutes. He wants us to discuss this Scream idea. You know what, Brett? I'm going right now to your comment. You have earned it. This is your time. So let's go right here. I see it. Brett's idea. Yep. We talked about this on another stream or in a video. I can't remember which. But either way. What his idea, because remember this guys, Tyler came out and said from Radio Silence that they're willing to risk it all. I got this quote's burned in my head. Willing to risk it all to subvert fan expectations for 6. And then he followed that up in the same sentence and said, we're so far down the rabbit hole in these Scream movies, talking about the sequels came before them, that everything is up for grabs. That's exactly what he said. So, what if, and Brett, the reason I love this idea is this to me would be subverting the expectations. I don't think anyone would see this coming. Where the movie starts off and Sam's in there, whatever, and all of a sudden Ghostface attacks. And unlike 5, where Tara was attacked and lived, Sam is attacked and killed. In the opening of 6, my jaw would be on the floor. I would be in total shock. I would be like, what has just happened? What do you guys think about that idea? I personally love it because it would shock everyone, and it gets Tara into that final girl lead, which is what I really want to see. So I'm down for it, Brett. So what do you guys think?
I'm down too. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I think it would definitely subvert expectations, which is something that the Scream franchise what they do is they do subvert expectations, but they do have a template that I want them to try and get rid of. It's not that I want them necessarily to do crazy out there ideas because they've been doing that, but it's just they need to get out of that Scooby Doo formula. That it's just it has an opening scene. You're trying to find out who Ghostface is, and at the end, it has the killer reveal. That's the more change up I want. Like
Okay.
that's a cool idea. Don't get me wrong, but I'm leaning towards more. I want the format to be shaken up, but I do
Okay.
like that. I think Sam dying could be interesting for sure.
Ooh, would be stunning.
Hmm.
Fate, what do you think? Wouldn't that be a shocker?
It would definitely be a shocker. My big concern with this, and it would fill in like the whole, the fan favorite Tara being thrusted in the role. My only problem is Jenna Ortega.
Okay.
Mm,
She is just shooting up. She might be
Yep.
absolutely.
unobtainable by. We're going to get a Scream 7. It's just how it works, right? So
Oh,
Most
it's
likely.
yeah.
yeah, it's like I would be shocked if we don't get a Scream 7. If this movie does half decent, we're gonna get a Scream 7. Because
Mm.
the other thing is too is, and this is what I was talking about on my channel not too long ago either, is that like you gotta remember, yeah, Scream 5 did great, but there's still probably a couple hundred million in the hole because they had to buy the rights to Scream,
Yep.
and
True.
who knows how much that was. So they didn't buy those rights to just do one or two movies. So we're gonna probably get the trilogy. The problem is by Scream 7 and the trajectory in which Jenna Ortega is going, I wouldn't be shocked if they killed her in Scream 6. I wouldn't be shocked if she ends up dying because if there's no guarantee she's coming back for 7 because she's just, she's going to be doing the Wednesday film. She's got another big movie coming
Yeah.
out. Marvel loves young,
Yeah.
up and coming actresses to be plugged. So if she gets something like that, she's gone. That's it. And then if that happens, like you can't build her up because now you're screwed. Because especially if you killed Sam, because now you killed Sam, and the girl that became the final girl is now unobtainable for a Scream 7. What do you do? That's my only concern with that. I wouldn't
Sydney,
mind it, but
we're
yeah,
calling you back,
that's
Sid.
basically what's happening. You're begging her at that point. Like, please,
Yeah, you are.
you know what? We messed up. So that's my only thing. If Jenna Ortega becomes huge, that would equal
I mean,
bigger bucks. You are correct.
That's
But here's
true.
the problem: Scream has never paid anybody big. Like
But that's that's the Weinsteins though, Fate. This is a new
yes,
studio.
but I mean,
True.
Scream 5's entire budget was $25 million.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like if
I
Jenna
know.
Ortega becomes a $10 million actress, are they gonna? There's no. I don't see.
Yeah,
It's not
no.
especially today's money. It's not out of the realm of possibility. The way that these studios
Yeah,
snap
and
people up.
the $25 million isn't like half of that is marketing. So
Yeah, that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. So yeah, so I mean that's the problem. Like Paramount isn't. Again, they're already crazy in the whole. Yes, it would be huge box office, but it's not. How much more is it going to make? I mean, the thing is that like realistically, Scream is my favorite horror franchise, but
Yep.
I'm not so blind by that. I don't understand how things work. Like Scream is probably never going to make Halloween 18 numbers. Like it
No.
might come close, but it's not going to make 250, $300 million. As much as I wanted it to, like I don't think it's going to happen, especially as the sequels go on. You already have a bunch of people that already don't like that, things like that. It's just I mean, even Scream 3, Nev was hardly in that film because they couldn't get her. She was already doing other stuff. And so they had to like sprinkle her in throughout. She was only in like 30 minutes total of that movie. It seems like more because they, kind of layered her in. But
Yeah.
she was only in
Party of 5 was really
Yeah.
starting to blow up around that time.
Yeah,
and
she
then,
she
all
was
the other
doing great.
movies.
I mean, even 96, she was going from Party of 5 to the set of Scream back to the set of Party of 5. Like it was just like, so that's the problem. And as she continues to rise up, I don't see them putting half of their budget into even, which I do think Scream 6 and 7 is likely to get more of a budget, but how much more? Yeah, but how much more are they going to get? Like, even if they doubled it, okay, that's $50 million. Are you really going to pay Jenna Ortega? Plus, everyone else is going to get a pay raise because you had 4 survivors, you had Courtney Cox, you had Sidney Prescott. Nev Campbell got, I think, $7 million plus box office for Scream 5, something like that.
And Courtney Cox is expensive. I mean,
Courtney Cox. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's just no way. I just don't see it happen. I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but I think it's something we really need to consider. Going forward with these sequels. Like, I know a lot of people. I love Jenna Ortega. She was fantastic. She was the highlight of that entire every scene she was in. She completely stole the show.
She was the star of it, yeah.
But because she is so good, that becomes a problem for Scream. I mean, even Drew Barrymore, she got under $1 million to do that, and she was Drew Barrymore. I mean, she wasn't as big during that time as she was, in years past, but still, it was Drew Barrymore. She was one of the hottest things in Hollywood at one point. So that's the only problem.
Brett brings up a good idea, and this is something that we should consider with this conversation. They could do some great contract work, promising to produce projects she wants to do if she signs on to do Scream 7. And another thing they could even do is offer a multi-picture deal. They could do a contract, say, hey, we're going to have a 3-picture deal. We want to put you in 3 movies, and or whatever. I mean, with a sliding scale of increasing salary. So you're right. Brett makes a good. I mean, you can work funny numbers. You can do that.
No, I understand that, but if we're having that talk, from Jenna Ortega's standpoint, if I was her manager, I'd be like, that's the stupidest thing in the world you could do. Because you're a hot commodity right now. You're blowing up. You're going to sign a contract to do a multi-film deal. Why? What happens if Marvel comes knocking on the door? And you know what? If that even did happen, if somebody like Marvel, Disney wants her, guess what? She's going there. That contract isn't going to stop that. It's just that's probably. And again, this is all just speculation.
Of course,
know.
Yeah.
Scream 7 is likely going to come out because Scream 6 is going to come out. A year from when the last Scream. So you would imagine Scream 7 would do the same. So we might get her. We might get her in the window. We might get lucky.
Yep.
But you never know. The way that Disney is pumping out these movies and all these other big things, she gets a big blockbuster that she's the star in. I'm not talking Scream. I'm talking some Fast and the Furious franchise, or something crazy where she's gonna get $30 million for a 5-movie deal. She's not going to turn that down to sign, 2 Scream films for, $5 million, whatever the case may be. It's definitely something that should be considered. But I don't know if that's something. It's just a concern we should at least keep in the back of our minds. It might never happen. We might not have to worry about it, but it's something that. How much are they going to pay Stu? Nothing, because they might let him do it for free to be in a flashback or something. If Matthew Lillard wants to come back.
Fate, be careful.
Yeah,
careful now.
Hey, I can ask the question. Hey, I have to be.
The question is, how much are they going to pay?
Nothing.
Stu?
I just said nothing because he's not going to be back. But I'm telling you, $10,000, I'll be woo. I'm telling you.
$10,000.
Somebody wants to start. My belief is worth $10,000. Believe me.
Oh my gosh, dude!
Well, I'm telling you, Kickstarter, something like that, it'd be great. I super appreciate your thoughts, Faye. I wish I was there to playfully go the rounds with you. It would be fun. Absolutely, I would love that, Brett. Like I said, I like to look at all perspectives. I'm not. Believe me, I'm not a stubborn person, except for when it comes to Stu. Then it. I ain't gonna have it. It's nice to dream.
Get it up.
Let's get it up. Let's get it up, Craven Knights. Let's go.
Oh man,
you're gonna need some.
That made me sad.
You're gonna need some blue pills for that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You need some little blue pills to get that up.
Okay. All right, guys. I'm gonna do last call. This is for real. Last call. You have. It may take a minute. 2 minutes.
Stu will be back.
2 minutes. Stu.
We were developing a bromance.
Yeah.
Brett. What happened?
No. Brett is no. There's no. Brett is on the Stu train. He is right there. He's already got his ticket. He is in like glue.
It's all right. We all make mistakes in life, Brett. It's all right. I've made plenty.
That's right, Byron. It's happening. I'm telling you. Yes, sir.
He said he was joking.
Yes, that's right, Brett. Oh, boy. Me and Brett. I told you. Building that foundation. I love it.
Oh, my gosh. Well, guys, unless a super chat comes in right now, I'm going to start saying my goodbyes. I want to say, Zoe, thank you, man, for hanging out for all 4 hours tonight.
Yeah. I know. Wild stream, man. I had a lot of fun. Just
I'm so glad.
I'm like losing I'm like losing my time. I'm just like I never been on for 4 hours before, so that's awesome.
That's so great. And Fate, thank you, buddy, for jumping in and hanging out with us here. This has been a lot of fun, man. It really has. And you and I were texting earlier. We'll be talking offline about some stuff. So
Oh yeah.
this was a great time, though.
Yeah.
And everyone in the chat and who's watching this on replay, if you're still watching, don't forget to go subscribe to Fate Decided and to Zoe Crawford's channel. I have links in the description below to Zoe, because I didn't know Fate was going to come on here. It was an improv. I'll put a link in there to his as well, so it'll be there.
Gotta thank your chat. Your chat's the one that brought me in. I was just.
I mean,
it's true. Thing. I mean, I just threw it out there. They didn't have to do it. They could have said,
that's true, man. They stepped it up, man. $30 for Fate, and they got you, man. Yeah, that's
people
great.
want some Fate. I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, man.
So wild stream, man. I had a lot of fun. Just if you guys want me back for a Lethal Collective stream or on your channel, Craven, I'd love to be on it, man. I had a fun.
Thank
time.
you, buddy. Well, listen, and if you ever, likewise to you, man. If you got anything going on, live streams going on in May, or if you want to do a video collab, just come reach out to me, man. I'd love to come on your channel because I fully support what you're doing over there, bud.
Yeah. Both you guys are welcome, man. I had a fun time. You guys are good people.
Oh, thank you, man. You too. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we're going to end it there. Thank you for everyone who donated tonight on your super chats. I'm so grateful. You're so generous. And guys, I guess we're going to have another live stream coming up soon. I'll leave you with one question. I want to know this, guys. Are you going to be there? I'll be there.
I'll be there.
Zoe?
I'll be there.
You'll be there? Yeah. All right. Everyone in the chat, have a great rest of your night. And for the next chat, we'll see you there.